कास्टर्स को भी हमारे बुलाते हैं, उनसे जानते हैं उनकी क्या प्रेडिक्शन रहेगी, क्या सोचते हैं वो हमारे इस अगले गेम के बारे में। सो रावण टीटीआर, स्वागत है आपका, आपसे बातचीत करने का अब हमें मौका मिलेगा। आपकी क्या प्रेडिक्शन है रावण, आप बताइए पहले।
बहुत क्लोजली एक टीम को हमने देखा है, काफी समय से कास्ट भी करने का बहुत मौका मिला और मुझे लगता है कि यार इस पर्टिकुलर एंगल में क्योंकि हमें वो झलकियां देखने को मिली है राउंड में, तो यहाँ पे वो ट्राई करेंगे कि ज्यादा पॉइंट के लिए जाए।
टीटीआर आपकी प्रेडिक्शन क्या है अगले गेम के लिए?
देखिए मैं जिंक्स नहीं करना चाहता, सो दैट मैं ओरंगुटान को तो प्रेडिक्ट नहीं करूंगा। मैं फिर से एक बार एजीएल के साथ ही जाने वाला हूं, सो देखते हैं कि कैसा परफॉर्मेंस निकल के आता है उनका।
आई थिंक मेजी यहाँ पे नहीं है, अदरवाइज ही वुड हैव हैड अ लॉट ऑफ वर्ड्स अबाउट जिंक्सिंग टीम्स। लेकिन चलिए, ओजी से एक्सपेक्टेशंस तो हम लगा चुके हैं, आपने ऑल गेमर्स भी मेंशन किया, तो आई थिंक इंटरेस्टिंग रहेगा देखना कि अगला जो इरंगल का गेम है
लाइव स्ट्रीम दोबारा भी चालू किया भाई, इंटरनेट चला गया था यार मेरा अचानक से।
ड्रॉप क्लैश जो आप एक्सपेक्ट कर रहे हो?
सो ड्रॉप क्लैश में ज्यादा एक्सपेक्ट नहीं कर रहा हूं टू बी ऑनेस्ट। सबके पास अपने
देखो गाइस,
हाँ,
स्ट्रीम मत चल रही है ना, बढ़िया
बहुत जल्दी हमें वो फाइट की जो पॉसिबिलिटी है वो कुछ पहले स्टेज के रोटेशन की जब बारी आएगी तब खास करके देखने को मिल जाएगी।
लास्ट टाइम पता नहीं कुछ इंटरनेट
आई
इशू
थिंक
था, तो
कभी
बन के भी
गेम की तरफ जब हम वापस जाएंगे तो तब कास्टर्स के साथ दोबारा एक बारी जुड़ेंगे। बट हम एक बारी फिर से शेड्यूल के ऊपर नजर डालते हैं, बिकॉज़ अगला जो मैप हमारा,
अबे फिर से क्या हो गया इंटरनेट इशू भाई, क्या सीन है, क्या सीन है भाई ये गाइस?
स्टार्ट होने वाला है द नेक्स्ट मैच, इट्स जस्ट गेम नंबर 2। उसके बाद 4 और गेम्स रहेंगी और ये एरंगल्स जो है दिन के 3 रहते हैं, सबसे ज्यादा इंपॉर्टेंट।
अभी गाइस अगला जो मैच होगा ना वो एरंगल का होगा, तो मजा आएगा।
क्या स्टैंडर्ड
तो
सेट
अभी
होना चाहिए, वेयर डू दे
कैसा आ रहा है, क्लियर आ रहा है
ओवरऑल लीडर बोर्ड, ताकि थोड़ा कंफर्टेबल रहे फॉर द नेक्स्ट 4 गेम्स?
अगेन देखिए, पिछले गेम के अंदर हमने जितना भी उनको उस टीम को देखा खेलते हुए, मेजॉरिटी ऑफ द टाइम वो टीम थोड़ा सा स्थिर नजर आ रही थी। उनको एक जगह मिल चुकी है, वहां से थोड़े बहुत शॉट्स ले रहे हैं। ऑब्वियसली क्योंकि गेम 1 है, इतनी जल्दी तो फाइट्स के लिए जाएंगे नहीं, ये चीज हमें प्रॉपर्ली पता है।
दो पीसी अगर ना चले, अरे
जो पूरा एक स्टैंडर्ड बनता है वो ये है कि एरंगल
पैसा होता तो कर देता भाई।
अगर अपने रीजन की भी बात करी जाए, अपनी रीजन की टीम्स के साथ खेला, लेकिन हजारों
मैच आज ही होगा। यस ब्रो, यस आज ही होंगे।
एरियाज पता है, वहां से किस तरीके से खेलना है वो चीज उन्हें पता है। और उसके अराउंड अगर कोई भी चीज गलत होती है, एक खिलाड़ी पे अगर उनका टेक डाउन होता है, तो या तो उसे बचाने जाने का सही समय कब है, या फिर उसके लिए फाइट करने का सही समय कब है, या फिर उस फाइट को छोड़ करके जाने का सही समय कब है, ये सब चीजें उन्हें पता है। सो आई बिलीव ओजी के लिए बेंचमार्क यहाँ पर यही सेट होगा कि उन्हें अपना नेचुरल गेम प्ले खेलना है, ये नहीं सोचना है। ऑब्वियसली रीजन्स बदले हैं, प्रेशर बढ़ता है, लेकिन एक ई स्पोर्ट्स एथलीट की सबसे बड़ी पहचान ये होती है कि वो 30 मिनट से 30 मिनट तक की अपनी जिंदगी बदलता है मैप बाय मैप। तो उनको अपना माइंडसेट वापस से चेंज करना है। They need to go for, अभी 6 पोजीशन पर है, टॉप 5 में घुसने के लिए बस एक पॉइंट, एक कदम और आगे जाना है।
आई थिंक मजेदार चीज ये है ना कि आई थिंक आप भी जैसा बात
ऑफिशियल भाई, थैंक यू फॉर जैमिंग यार गाइस। आप लोगों के पास भी अगर
जरूरत है तो सेट करो यार, बस एक ही चीज चल रही होती है, एक और गेम, बस एक और गेम। और इस समय जैसा ओशन ने मेंशन किया नेक्रोज अभी की टॉप 5
ऑफिशियल, थैंक यू फॉर चाय टोस्ट मेरे भाई।
ज्यादा मेहनत करने की जरूरत नहीं है अभी। अगर टॉप 5
के अंदर कौन सा एपिसोड चल रहा है आपका? मेरा चल रहा है शायद 23-24
फाइनल्स तक का स्पॉट मिल सकता है।
आई एग्री विद दैट, एंड मुझे लगता है ओजी वो कोशिश करेंगे भी, बिकॉज ये नेचुरल सी बात आ जाती है। आप पहले गेम पे 7-8 पॉइंट्स लेके जा रहे हो, आप जब इंस्टेंटली पे स्विच करते हो, मैं मानता हूं
कितने थे उनके, आई गेस 2 किल थे ना,
पे रहेंगे उनके आसपास भी इवेंट
टोटल पॉइंट कितने होंगे
उस एरिया पे रहेंगे। बट अगर आप पॉजिटिव वे में उस चीज को अगर फ्रेम आउट करना चाहो, ओजी के पास भी इक्वल अपॉर्चुनिटी रहेगा। अगर वो चाहते हैं
विशाल, थैंक यू फॉर जैमिंग मेरे भाई,
वो रिवर्स साइकोलॉजी लगा के उनको यहाँ पे हंड डाउन करने की कोशिश कर सकते हैं। इफ दे डू इट,
इंप्रूव गेम प्ले भाई, वीडियो डाल सकते हैं यार।
बट वही है कि आपको थोड़ा सा जल्दी करना पड़ेगा, हैव टू बी क्विक,
यू हैव टू बी क्विक। और एक और चीज का ध्यान रखना पड़ेगा कि ये PMWC
ऑफिशियल, थैंक यू फॉर 500 ज्वेल्स मेरे भाई, क्या बात है,
बहुत ज्यादा रिस्की हो जाती है ओशन।
टोटल 8 पॉइंट होंगे, कोई कह रहा है 11 पॉइंट होंगे।
ओजी ने ज्यादा काम किया है,
कितने पॉइंट होंगे
नेक्रोस आ रहे हैं, जैसे
2 किल थे, तो 2 किल तो मेरे को याद है, देखो 2 किल तो थे उनके, और प्लेस पॉइंट के शायद 6 मिलेंगे ना, तो 8 हुए।
अगर आप टेक डाउन हो गए, वो गेम ही चले गया हाथ से पूरा, 0 पॉइंट्स।
मगर अगर से तो देखिए बात पूरी बदल ही जाती है, क्योंकि अब अगर इसी के का मैं काउंटर दूंगा, तो जो हमारे मित्र हैं स्पीरो, उनके साथ इंटरव्यू के अंदर एके ने ये बोला कि आज के दिन के 6 गेम्स के अंदर ही हम टॉप 5 पे
ये टूर्नामेंट कैसा है, वर्ल्ड कप है, यस यस यस, स्पोर्ट्स वर्ल्ड कप ब्रो,
बेहतरीन गेम्स निकलते हैं, सारे टॉप 3 निकलते हैं, तो वो आ भी सकते हैं। लेकिन इट ऑल कम्स डाउन टू वो अनिश्चितताएं कितनी है उनके गेम प्ले के अंदर, और किस प्रकार से वो अपनी रोटेशंस देते हैं, किस प्रकार से वो फाइट्स ले पाते हैं, और
इंग्लिश में लगाओ, हिंदी में ढीले है,
या वो शिकार बनेंगे या शिकारी, बहुत
We're swapping with some other. We've got two illustrious casters later on during the day. But for now, you guys are going to get 3 in a row. We'll be watching the third one with you. But our playing path to kick things off is from Kameshki down towards the quarry. And the west
5
coast
point plus
of
2
the
point
mainland.
5. अच्छा,
A
second
pretty
position
chill
के 5 ही point है क्या?
Yeah, I'm kind of curious whether Aurora's going to go for Saverni on this one. I mean, there's a lot of talk about this overall. Aurora with their new drop spot over towards Saverni.
Crunchy Roll और Netflix दोनों पे.
They had been dropping before, but it's never been like a fully confirmed thing on their side of it. So again, for here, they can easily get over towards Saverni. They could still drop Sosnovka. It's a bit of a distance though. So we'll see what they end up doing here. Doesn't look like they're going Saverni. Can't see him.
ये है ना भाई यहाँ पे.
Okay.
ओजी के 8 point है, okay. 7 नहीं 8 point है
They're
ओजी
definitely going
के.
Saverni.
ठीक है, अभी comeback हो सकता है.
Bang on the money.
देखते हैं.
A lot of other teams trying to find their places. I mean, the southeast side of the mainland is probably a little bit more tricky than most of the other areas.
Erangel map होने वाला है धमाकेदार भाई. Erangel में आएगा मजा.
Get onto your drop spot. Get away with it. Taking a look at Pachinki, it looks like, nobody's going to try and bother Nick McGalaxy there. On the drop, anyway. Quite nice to see this of our top players in terms of damage numbers.
PDX Soldier Boy, big shout to you मेरे भाई.
They're place in 965.
Guys, stream को like कर दो यार, जो लोग देख रहे हो और चैनल को सब्सक्राइब नहीं किया अभी तक अगर तो चैनल को सब्सक्राइब भी कर देना.
Actually had a massive impact on that game as well as we head down towards the southwest side of the map. And man, this circle is far over towards the western side. We're cutting out a lot of space very quickly. We're also having a ton of water down towards that southern edge. We are squeezing our players in. It's also a weird rotation.
Attack on Titan देखो अच्छा एनीमे है. पेन भाई देख रखा है, मेरा फेवरेट एनीमे है पता है Attack on Titan. मजा आ गया था भाई Attack on Titan. जिसने नहीं देखा है भाई देख लेना यार.
However, you can
एकदम मस्त एनीमे है.
Mr. Uzumaki himself.
चलो भाई हो गया मैच स्टार्ट. Let's go भाई, let's go.
Naruto event. Make sure that you head on into the game, draw for the Naruto character, the Nine-Tails Fury AUG. Looks mighty impressive. Some of the game mode has been brilliant to play around with as well, so I hope you guys are enjoying that. And leveling up your ninja skills. Honestly, it's been good. It's been good. Some of the best skins we've seen in a long time. I can't tell if that's because I'm a big Naruto fan or not. It probably is. A little cute Kurama pet as well, which you can get your hands on, which I really want badly. And Max keeps teasing me with it every time he pulls out his account.
Do you have a favorite jutsu?
Bixi भाई ऐड हटाओ. अरे
just because
तो मैंने हटा रखा है, मेरे पास तो YouTube प्रीमियम है भाई. वो आपके उसमें हटा रहे हैं, मैंने तो हटाया हुआ है.
It was like the most brutal jutsu ever used on the show. Yeah. And it was like, wow, that's actually really ruined
एक
that
दिन
guy.
Bixi भाई वो पार्टी में भी तो.
And then Naruto had to go to hospital because of using it.
Oh, that's
like, yeah.
हिंदी वाला लगाने के लिए कह रहे हैं कुछ लोग यार.
It was hardcore.
अभी कह रहे हो इंग्लिश वाला लगाओ. मेरे ख्याल से तो हिंदी में ना थोड़ा डिले चल रहा है गाइस, यही देख लेते हैं, ये सही रहेगा.
So, get in game. Take part in the event. It's fantastic.
It is. It is. We are enjoying it as we are enjoying unveiling
हिंदी में
these
बताने के लिए
teams
मैं
in
हूँ
this
ना
arena
भाई.
here at the PMWC at the EWC.
साइकिल चला रहे भाई.
Ragnarok getting his cardio in on the push bike for Geeke. I imagine that will be traded out as soon as he can for a motorized vehicle. Pedal power.
Coach corner.
Oh yeah, take a look at the coach corner. That's the Geeke coach.
साइकिल भी ठीक है यार, मतलब इनका साउंड आउट नहीं आता. जा सकते हो भाई. अगर कोई तुम्हें स्पॉट ना करे ना भाई तो ब्लैंक मार सकते हो अच्छा खासा.
Peace sign.
Hell yeah. That's what we want to see. Ragnarok.
क्वालिटी इशू भी है हिंदी में. अच्छा हाँ, इंग्लिश वाले में थोड़ी बेटर क्वालिटी आ रही है.
And I feel like you can't relax in a situation like this. So I hope that they aren't going to be going for it. This is a little bit more, you know, petrol and exhaust fumes that you need to see. The pace coming on through for Geeke to channel that previous match's momentum.
Exactly.
Just
come off a great game. They currently have fantastic control over towards
तुम
Gakko.
कास्टिंग करते रहो हिंदी में बिल्कुल भाई.
It's a little bit of an early send towards it, but with
Game
so much
count
space being cut out here already on the map, I don't think it's a bad idea to full send, which is, looks like what they're currently trying to do right now.
Sujit bhai, thank you for mango lassi yaar.
It doesn't head down towards the south side just to figure out where else to play, but you do have
Rondo में तो starting में fight शुरू हो गई थी, recall की वजह से यहाँ नहीं होगा भाई ऐसा.
They like to start over towards yellows, which is between yellows and Ferry Pier. Which I always thought was
GX के साथ तो बहुत बुरा हुआ भाई. पिछली बार ये 0 पॉइंट में स्टार्टिंग में ही मर गए.
Commit over towards yellows. They didn't really step into Ferry Pier as much, and now because they've got a lot more tenure, they're like, hey guys, you stay out of Ferry Pier from now on. That's
India से कौन खेल रहा है? India से OG है भाई.
This is also a fairly easy rotate, sweeping underneath. Not a single team over towards Sosnovka though, John. No, nobody went all the way down south. I mean, the plane path didn't really promote that sort of rotation. And I mean, as you say that, actually 2 players from Fourth Rise have gone down to the military island to, I assume, get a little bit more loot on board. Maybe protect a little bit of a rotation from that east bridge, which is maybe accessible. I feel like that's a bit of a long shot in terms of like what they're maybe trying to do. It feels like a looting mission, but they're going to waste time. They're going to lose pressure against teams like Furia pushing in from the east side, and teams from the north, as we're on board with maybe pushing into the hills on their north side.
Yeah, you can grab more loot down towards Sosnovka. There's nothing wrong with that. I think for Fourth Rise as well, they're going to be coming into this game looting a bit. They know that when you get up towards these fielded areas, you really do need the util. You need the smokes to make your way up through. Like I said, we're on board with Ulf currently.
करके मारेगा क्या? मार दे, मार दे, मार दे.
We have swung towards that eastern edge of Gatka.
तो knock नहीं
I
हुआ.
think we're going to see a fantastic start in this game. Pachinki is a lovely spot to start from on this type of circle. They already sent 2 players down towards that south side though, and they're left behind Satan as well as Ralph inside of Pachinki to continue looting up. Bring the rest on later.
Hopefully they don't get split off. Finding one of those quarry mouth compounds could be really important on a circle like this. But the regroup is necessary. Ulf defending their patch brutally. Maniac gets clocked out the open and start facing with that flush coming on through. So Ulf opening the bidding now. First blood has been drawn. Kelsey will pick up Scarface on his way.
Clambers back through the window. As a
ridiculous
spray, we did kind of gloss over it very quickly, but that was lovely coming through from Aaron.
ऊपर में फंस गया था वो अच्छा उधर. आतंकी आया यहाँ पे पोजीशन लेने के लिए.
They just came through on the southwest side of Pachinki. Just trying to find a place to stay right now. A lot of times you're picking some awkward areas of the map when you're coming in late.
Chinese लगाओ.
It's not exactly where you'd want to stay.
अच्छा भाई.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you, observers.
Take a look at
this
this.
was a nasty spray. I mean,
OG
perfectly
6 पर है.
lined
Yes.
up as he passes by the tree.
Just chomping away at that health bar. Looks like they're on for more long-range engagements as Orangutan falter.
Also guys, stream को like कर दो यार जितने लोग देख रहे हो.
Ulf now up to 2. The open ground looks like they're good for the hunting. As we saw that spray from Aaron.
तो जीतने पर प्राइस कितना मिलेगा भाई? $7 million है, around 60 crore
Players are starting
rupees.
to find out all about it. 2 teams now have
60
lost a player
CR.
to them.
तो ज़्यादा ही होगा
Good
शायद
start.
थोड़ा.
Fury on the eastern side, pushing in. Trying to get past X-Force rejects who have managed to wend their way on through. Fourth Rise have regrouped beyond that out to the west, just north of Ferry Pier. And Goat team on the east near Pachinki.
Yeah, the thing for Orangutan there is it's an awkward push for them, right? It is an awkward push, but when you're coming in that late, I think what would be better to do there was probably to try and play on those outreaches. There's still compounds to play up towards the eastern side of Gatka. You're slightly forcing center off the back of this one. There's a lot of sight lines around that area as well.
20 point over.
But they make it fairly safely. I mean, only losing 1 player is actually quite a good result for them, and they get a decently central position.
देखो जो लोग हिंदी कह रहे हैं ना, देखो हिंदी वाले में क्वालिटी स्ट्रीम की थोड़ी खराब आ रही है और साथ में थोड़ा डिले भी चल रहा है, इसीलिए मैंने इंग्लिश में लगा रखा है. समझ रहे हो गाइस?
Regroup off the back of this
ये
one. I
सीन
think for
है.
easy for bad
इसीलिए मैं
boys
इंग्लिश में देख रहा हूँ.
of a play in that location, this might be a
उसमें क्या रहेगा,
little
क्वालिटी
bold
अच्छी नहीं
holding
दिखेगी
2 areas
तो
at once because
कैसे मजा आएगा
Summertop
आप
is
लोगों को, है
rocking
ना?
up towards their second duo on the west.
Some pretty difficult terrain here, playing around that swamp as you can see on that western side, teams starting to move in from the north edge. Enigma Galaxy actually full wrapping quarry here as well, moving in on this western side. ROQ may be a little bit on the back foot here, Blank. They were on that western coast fairly early on. They haven't pushed more inland, but that might play into their favor later on, depending on how much conflict unfolds in the fields to their east.
Yeah, Fourth Rise, they completely realised that, oh my god, it is probably massively chock-a-block over towards Quarry, so let's just swing round onto the western side.
और हिंदी स्ट्रीम डिले भी है भाई तो.
Terribly minded.
Where is Godel के मैचेस आज नहीं है bro.
Not really many areas
Godel के मैचेस कल होंगे.
wouldn't have been taken up already. It depends how early they got to the circle. I'd love to watch that back later on.
Just taking their time. Taking their time out on the western side. AGAL. Playing the long game.
भाई जोन के बाहर से निकाल रहे हैं
just
rotation.
near crates right now, South Georgia Pole.
Yes, yeah.
Now we'll be playing quite late into the circle from the north side. Fortunately, there's not really too much to stop them moving in on the west coast road. Maybe
also
even
guys like
crossing
karo
the
yaar
fields
stream
to the west of Everest. bgmilive,
ओहो
they run into a little bit of a road.
EWC का एक और उतार दिया
runs into them.
ये नहीं बचेगा ये नहीं बचने वाला
Find the back
बच ही नहीं
lines
सकता
of
ये
bgmilive, and I don't think you're getting him back up there. With the forwards position already established for bgmilive, they may lose even more if they're not careful.
Coops realizes
NGX का तो भाई पिछला भी मैच खराब हुआ था ये भी है इनका
has to get a move on. Will regroup the rest of the team. It's not a horrible.
नहीं अभी भी 3 बंदे जिंदा हैं हो सकता है इनका भी कुछ
It's a lot of area to hold here. They
तीनों
can't
भी
really
ये
afford to
अगर
go for
निकाल
two
दे भाई
split
चिकन
between the buildings because they don't have that fourth player. So I think bgmilive it might be tough, especially with this becoming quite a prominent area of the map.
On the north side, AGAL
इसी भाई कितने एनिमे देखे हैं आपने यार मैंने
as Fourth Drives continue to sweep on the western edge.
बहुत देखे हैं
RRQ potentially next up on the menu for them. And AGAL may actually crunch in from the northern side on it, but Aurora now spanning the south expanses of this field.
Death Note.
To potentially
फिर उसके बाद मैंने देखा सेकंड अटैक ऑन टाइटन फिर भाई मेरे को मजा आने लगा भाई एनिमे देखने में फिर बहुत एनिमे देख दिए
for Aurora to try and exploit, but it looks like AGAL content to play it slow again.
I don't mind it. I mean, they were able to get a lot of eliminations the further they got into the game. Yes, about 5 of them came through very early on. Pretty steady with it. That does make things a little bit harder. Now, for
One Piece नहीं देखा मैंने अभी. One Piece कभी बाद में देखूंगा.
I think now's about the time to regroup. I don't. This is becoming a little silly now. Please. It's very, very greedy. Very greedy. Quarry still in play.
Naruto का मैं अभी शायद 22 या 23
I do like Thunder Talk's position off the back of that one. They can play up towards
Model के मैच कल है भाई.
Coming out on that eastern edge, Furia as well.
Dragon Ball बचपन में देखता था मैं.
Down towards that southeast edge, there's a big ridge side that runs through there.
अच्छा था यार.
Four Drives though, they're wrapping back. They are wrapping back, and Furia might have something to say about this.
Playing that stopper on some of the quarry mouth buildings.
Solo leveling भी देखा है भाई.
Fourth Drives.
अब देखे भाई अच्छे सारे देखे भाई.
They're going to have a little bit of info, but Thunder Talk's presence might be an unknown quantity for them. They're sending straight through. I think they're just going to get past blank. Fourth Drives are going to settle themselves potentially right in the middle of GK's split.
There's an easy location to play there as well. It's high ground, looking down towards a lot of squads. My Furia, I question how much they saw of that because
आपके वाव मोड में रैंकिंग सही करो भाई रैंकिंग सही तो है उसमें क्या करना है उसमें कमेंट कर देना वहाँ पे मैं देख लूँगा क्या करना है
GK tries to regroup and they lose one player off the back of it.
Westgord ने भाई नॉक करा एक.
I told you so, but
you do. You really want to say it.
I really do.
Say it.
I'm a smug type of guy. But no, for GK, it was a little greedy to hold it as long as they did. For Orangutan, I respect the decision to move in towards that location. It was only a matter of time, and I think GK could probably get away with this one. It's just you pick one or the other. We're late into the game. There isn't a huge amount of fantastic compounds left anymore, and GK's trying to hold 2 of them.
Well, not anymore. Orangutan have actually taken that eastern point now. So, central locations are taken by GK, Orangutan,
59 alive yaar.
The South Hill, the most open, potentially the most vulnerable, but also potentially the most profitable in terms of point scoring capabilities.
OG को इतना नहीं दिखा रहे अभी उनकी फाइट एंगेज नहीं हुई ना शायद इसलिए नहीं दिखा रहे हैं.
Going to be forcing teams to approach you.
जहाँ पे बंदे ज़्यादा होते हैं ना उस जगह कोई ज़्यादा
प्रेफरेंस
प्रेफरेंस करते हैं
दिखाते हैं उस जगह for a long time. So we'll see how
OG का किल चोरी हो गया.
The north
क्या
side
करे
a
भाई क्या
little
कर
bit more
सकते
messy
हैं.
though. Teams are a little bit more spread out, trying to win their way on through. Looks like it's plenty messy on the east.
मोक्सी ने मैपल को नॉक किया भाई. मैपल तगड़ा खेल रहा था भाई पिछला मैच भी बहुत अच्छा खेल रहा था मैपल. ओ मोक्सी को पड़ी.
All gamers, they have had a slow approach to
गाड़ी
this
तो नहीं
game.
छोड़ देंगे ये लोग.
They've been in the blue for a very long time. They have very little information going forward into this one. Goat's currently playing on a 2-2 split. Curious to see how all gamers want to play this now, because even Kedge is now having a little peek outside. He wants to check in on what's happening. All gamers are like, okay, this looks very rough going on towards the west. Let's try the north. You can bang straight into Ulf. So I think for all gamers, it has just been a very slow game, which has led to little information. They're going to have to bank on having some strong gameplay going forward to try and cut a
अभी
hole
ऊपर चल रही है
in the
सबसे
side of
भाई.
the circle.
के 3 बंदे बचे हैं. AGL भी अच्छा खेल रही थी. चलो देखते हैं भाई इस बार OG क्या करती है.
moving at pace, at speed. In they go.
I think इस बार भी OG थोड़ा पैसिव ही खेलेगी.
Too much competition on that move. Maybe slamming straight into Geeke's position. We've got as well DRX trying to hold their north.
वो एक नेट से बिनी के एक नेट से नीचे फट सकते हैं 2 बंदे. आतंकी ने मैपल को नॉक दिया. ओके क्या इस बार कंफर्म होगा? नाइस, आतंकी ने कंफर्म कर दिया भाई. की बार चोरी नहीं हो पाया.
OG are all too ready to take those points. So back on board with the nades coming in through the windows here. All wanting to hold out, but not quite connecting on either front. KRX hopping Binny back, moving him.
AGL का एक बंदा पूरा कंफर्म करा भाई.
To try and go for those assists. And no nades are really connecting here, Black. Okay, there they connect.
Yeah, it's been a lot of explosions, not a lot of knocks coming through. Yeah, sure. Coop actually took most of the damage so far. Nade right underneath his belly.
वो भाग जाएगा अपनी टीम के पास. ऑल बैक कर लिया. ओ अच्छा नॉक दिया ऑक्सी ने यार. बहुत अच्छा नॉक दिया ऑक्सी ने.
Funnily enough, after all these nades,
ये लोग पुश करेंगे भाई.
It's actually the M4 that does the most damage through these windows.
ये फटा. ओ भाई बहुत बढ़िया नेड करा. ऑल डेड. पूरी टीम खत्म बे. क्या बात है?
Okay, take it back. I take it back, guys.
क्या बात है भाई? क्या बात है यार?
Enigma Galaxy didn't manage to get in for a third party in time. In the meantime, on the southeast side, well, we're on board with AGAL there, but further out, you still got 4 Thrives suppressing Furia and go forcing one another. You can see them popping up in the Elim feed. Silence is going to fall. And over on the north edge, as we're on board with Aurora and Flash, fighting over location, a fairly isolated fight.
Yeah, very much so. It's kind of a weird one too. I mean, for Aurora, you sort of expect the thing to be playing on this one. It's a very classic spot. You know of this one, you use it because it's very easy to defend your vehicles in the ditch.
ये KRX किधर की टीम है guys?
But for Aurora, they slow them down and try and just pass on by, but they are directly heading over towards Ulf. Oh, Scarface does find that initial shot, which is great to see from Scarface.
Oh, सामने पूरी टीम.
Long range capability comes into play finally.
AGL trying to get a little bit there and has other ideas. Sprays them down. Damage pouring through. Orangutan moving Aru up does suppress Ulf a little bit, so maybe a little bit better of a chance for Aurora to beat themselves back together. But it is really difficult now to find any semblance of safety in the middle. Ulf do get all 4 of their players back up to their feet in their very central location now. Not too many teams are going to be able to take them down from this one. Aurora step in 2 with 4 Thrives, who are now up to 4 eliminations. They get that res. Now they're holding off against Ziol on the off angle, as well as Gold putting pressure onto Falak.
Ooh, 4 Thrives, they're surrounded.
Oh,
if he gets themselves
knock
in
almost.
this situation,
अरे इसको किसने मार दिया?
Short
vehicle.
Ayala is down. Bixi moves up. Furia desperately fighting back here. Eagles behind the tree, looking to
पीछे से कवर आया.
at this team. Finally finds the first with the help of Chief from the back lines.
Oh, 4 Thrives.
अरे बहुत बढ़िया मारा भाई.
Shooting gallery.
किसने पड़ गया लास्ट में?
From Pakistan, they're racking up the points now.
बढ़िया मारा था यार, बहुत बढ़िया मारा था भाई.
Look at a backfill, maybe cause problems here, but RRQ is sandwiching the far side now.
थर्ड पार्टी करी है ना जो RRQ ने, गंदी वाली भाई. दोनों टीम्स की किल टापे हैं. दोनों किल के टीम टापे हैं भाई. अभी ज़्यादा देर रुके तो दिक्कत हो जाएगी इनके लिए.
Huzaifa spots
the enemy
off in the distance. The danger coming through.
क्या भसड़ हुई है भाई यहाँ पे?
Here and backing up the vehicle into the wall, giving a little bit of makeshift cover as we go.
Furia का भी एक बचा है. पलक नॉक हुआ.
Work over towards that northeast side.
कंफर्म कर पाएगा क्या वो?
Sadly, just down to 2 there, but still.
नहीं शायद नहीं हो पाएगा.
I think a lot of people had questions about Aru, but he's proving them wrong right now in terms of the gun skill. Very, very smart player overall, though.
PSP low है, Furia मार सकता है उसको.
Toe to toe with Chief, this is dangerous. There are nades in hand. Huzaifa wants to go barrel to barrel though.
किधर है और RRQ वाले? क्या धड़वाटी कर रहे हैं भाई ये लोग?
Will leave Huzaifa out in the open.
वो बेचारा
with 3
भाई
from RRQ bearing down.
पीछे से खा गया.
The backup is not quite there from the rest of his team. He needs some oversight. He needs some assistance, but it's not there in time. And they have to deal with Aurora on the back lines.
Oh, T24 was quite low there. Took a bit of a tick from
भाई 41st किया पता है?
couple more shots.
41st किया, फलक को भी नॉक दे दिया इसने. ओके
There is a quick clap back here coming through from
भाई.
RRQ, but it's not enough.
कितनी बचा है?
Falling underneath the presence of RRQ. They come in from the sidelines.
क्या क्या हमारा भाई बचा लेंगे अपने बंदे को, ये इनको गाड़ी में बैठा के ले जाना पड़ेगा, इसको गाड़ी में बैठाओ, निकालो गाड़ी। क्या मारा है भाई, क्या मार दिया भाई।
There was so much going on there, and Aurora, the duo from Zeol on top, forced them to stay in that third-party position. They didn't want to push back up. They might have had a better time of it, though, to be honest, because nobody from down below was going to push them.
OG के भाई 2 ही बंदे बचे हैं,
and they just weren't quite able to gain that momentum back. 4
OG ने 5
not that many placements. That's not how you want to try and convert.
OG की फाइट नहीं दिखाई यार,
position, they are going to be able to catch you up as well as D-Woom KRX.
It's a good buffer, though. It's a good buffer, though. 23 points right now so far. I think it's decent over 2 matches. You're looking at roughly 11.5, right? So I think they're fine. I think they're fine at the moment.
PMWC है क्या? हाँ वही है,
One more decent game. Scarface does go down to
हारू ने 4 किल मार दिए भाई।
Get a little bit of hold back, but Aaron with that M4, who has been so goddamn deadly today with so far.
PUBG मोबाइल वर्ल्ड कप है एनिमी भाई ये।
Finds a re-knock over to
अरे आतंकी ने, अरे आतंकी कंफर्म के चक्कर में, अरे बहुत बढ़िया। कोई नहीं यार, एक खाया उसने, कोई नहीं भाई, दूसरा भी खा जाता तो बढ़िया था, बट नहीं हो पाया, कोई बात नहीं। अच्छा खेले।
Trying to keep themselves together, but 2 players now left standing, as well as X-Force rejects bearing down.
देखते हैं भाई क्या होता है।
Okay, Aurora.
इंडिया की टीम नेम OG
Still going blank. They've been a real thorn in the side of this south side circle.
वो क्या डैमेज तो अंदर हो दिया भाई।
Dips out for more. Does go down, and again, it's Aurora across the way who are making things so difficult.
Well, they're an opportunistic team. We'll get the next circle. It sends us up over towards.
अच्छा खेले OG वाले, हाँ, बट इस बार इन्होंने फाइट उतना दिखाई नहीं। स्टार्टिंग में जो हारू ने 4 किल निकाले।
Suddenly you've got 6 other teams looking your way.
लेकिन गॉडल किधर है? गॉडल के मैचेस आज नहीं है ब्रो।
Kiwoom DRX on the northwest side with 4, Flash on the north with 3. Those 2 teams have major access angles towards Ulf's position, but I don't know if they're going to be able to convert it. On the southwest side that we're on board with right now, Nick the Galaxy, who have been slow, trying to work the ground, looking to pick up the pace now with an opener knock to Ragnarok, and he will potentially be a weakness that Nick the Galaxy can exploit. They're playing as 3. And trying to keep this one going forwards. Kevin goes down to an 8 from Coops as they retreat to try and get the res onto Ragnarok. They won't be able to keep him safe.
लग रहा है कि
now
खत्म है इनका गेम अभी।
Coops to be the backup. They are isolated in this fight. No third parties, and the rest isn't there. He pops up, but will it be enough? Steps out with another angle. He goes immediately back down. Coops enters the front door.
For GK, at least they got the swing.
NGX के 3 किल निकले भाई, खाता खुला इन लोगों का।
One of our friends out there in the crowd.
हारू ने क्या ही मारा भाई, वही तो बहुत बढ़िया मारा भाई। इंडिया की टीम OG है क्या भाई? इंडिया की टीम OG है। जितने भी लोग देख रहे हो स्ट्रीम को लाइक कर दो यार।
KRX moving on the sidelines. Always such an awkward area of the map to play. Difficult to get the right sidelines in position. Bose gonna step up, sends an nade over the top. It looks off kilter though.
Oh, forces him out wide and into the sightlines, and it's the barrels to do the dirty work. Biddy not quite connecting. The shotgun is ringing out.
क्या मारा?
Really doing the work, but the explosion.
अबे सामने वाला क्या मारा?
Instead, and the rest of Flash looking to rally their support, but now it's just.
दो बंदे आगे सामने उसने मार दिया, बढ़िया मारा यार।
Against Hoxie, but Kiwoom DRX looking to keep things going, and Bose might be resable here. Hoxie kept out in the cold.
नहीं है, smokes नहीं है इन पे।
Hoxie moves forward. Expand the vehicle, but like you
Hoxie
said,
एक अच्छा नेड करे तो
Bose
निकाल सकते हैं 2 किल। ने ओवरकुक कर दिया है।
Through, not cooked for very long. Use it as more of a distraction.
Okay, एक फट गया है, splash damage से।
Almost hit the double. Gets up towards the monster truck and use those vehicles. There's a little bit of cover here. The wheels, a great position to peek off the back of.
एक नेड और कर देना तो मर जाएगा।
QXZ is resible. Volley goes far, goes long.
मर सकते हैं, 4 इजी मरेगा। 4 नेड है।
Less opportunity for some solid nade angle.
उसको स्प्लैश डैमेज तो बड़ा है। अब उस पे और कोई ऑप्शन नहीं है उसको कुछ करना। हां इजी फटेगा, टॉप इजी फटेगा, बहुत इजी फटने वाला है टॉप।
The monster truck keeping him safe.
तो पुश कर देना चाहिए।
Another chance to find the knock.
पता ही था भाई, फटना ही है उसको, पता ही था भाई।
Is just too much, and somehow Hoxie keeps it together. For D-Woom Keyword DRX.
Well, Hoxie just sending some lukewarm grenades.
वो बेचारा फंस गया था भाई वहाँ पे कवर नहीं था उसको एक गाड़ियों का कवर है उसमें नेड आ जा रहे हैं क्या ही करता वो
Carry on with Yol
चलो
as
भाई
well as Top. Still playing for Enigma Galaxy though, right? This is
होगा
a
गोल्ड लाइन
huge
का
game for
मैच
them. Not only because they've made it quite far into this game, but because they have to claw back those points right now. Their first game was devastating for their points tally. They need to get a little bit more out of this one. Currently, Ulf is stuck a little bit further out the circle, trying to watch for teams coming in from this south side, which I think makes sense. Try and clear that area as much as possible.
Top is pretty isolated here, but then again, if Koops or Lord gets spotted, gets taken down by either Top or a player from Ulf, it's going to be a little bit easier for him to find something. Ketch has been spotted. That's coming through from the Ulf. No,
अगर टॉप ऊपर से स्पॉट कर लेना इसको
might be Ralph who's taking shots out of Ketch, but Lord is going to fall down, and Top now can start to chime in, look to pick those points away. Indeed, he does. He gets that flush.
8 तो है गोल्डन के ओके
And that is nasty for Enigma Galaxy. They lose another and they're down to 2. Ralph regroups with Koops and Top sends away. They're now on the back of the queue against Ulf to try and move their way forwards. Do they have the gumption? Do they have the power?
Koops fully stimmed up right now. Frothing at the mouth, looking for those elims. Ralph comes in from the sidelines. Might just find nothing off the back of this, and it absolutely is the case. Koops now has to make a recovery off the back. 3 seconds left on that grenade. It goes slightly wide. Might just tuck itself back in again.
मैच में रिकॉल भी तो था ना एटलीस्ट एक्चुअली तो बंदे फाइट ज्यादा ले भी रहे थे
It could be big. Sticky grenade out next. Aaron extremely
एंगल के मैच ऐसे ही होते हैं
Chucks, I think that went through the window there, nearly takes them down, but they're behind the shack now.
और ये भी डिपेंड करता है कि जोन कहाँ का बना है ना
Ralph's roll forwards was that the other angle wasn't quite paying attention, but now they've got the res. Now they've got more, but Koops still has something left. He's charging forwards. Kelsey wants the res onto Aaron as the rest of Ulf are taking damage. That's coming through from across the way. Aurora, maybe even Q with the RX, and there he goes. Koops is on a tear. Ketch is down. It's just Scarface now to stand in the face. But can Koops get the angle? He turns around, confirms the points, and into the fight he goes.
This is the missing spearhead of the spear.
अरे नहीं रे साइड से मार दिया इसको चलो कम से कम उसने किल तो कंफर्म किए भाई अपने
Picture in picture, a tiny smile on his face, despite that being one of the most insane impression moments for any player to be in. And Ulf is taken down by
खुद को वो मार दिया भाई किल ही नहीं दिया उसने नाइस स्ट्रेटजी मेरे भाई दूसरों को किल ही मत दो चलो 2v2 फाइट है 2v2 फाइट है
Top and Ziol have just been marauding around these east side hills for so long, and they're actually now playing fairly close together. These nades, the peak angles that they can take, probably going to be quite profitable. And actually, Hoxie being in that shack may be a detriment to with the position it takes on the circle. The next zone closes dead center. He's going to have to leave first. So when does he do it?
पोजीशन की बात करें तो लेकिन टॉप के ये औरोरा जो टॉप है ना इसकी पोजीशन ऊपर अच्छी थी.
Ziol wraps around. The fact that Aurora's playing on the north side, they play back down towards the south. They have made a lot of plays that other teams try to go for and were unsuccessful in. It is magnificent, but they are
भाई इसने बहुत अच्छा फ्लैंक मार दिया है बहुत प्यारा फ्लैंक मार दिया इसने
2 smokes, 3 nades on top. He's going to try and move around the sides. He can get up towards the shack here.
Smart. I mean, they saw that rotate away from Hoxie, and Top was trying to get that off angle, but now has to step back in as Hoxie's putting Ziol under pressure. Top yet to step into the firing line, but draws the attention and disengages the fight.
This is good from KRX, so I love the layering with the vehicles. Had to be done there to ensure that, you know, it's difficult to get one sightline onto a singular player in the vehicle. Whilst you've got 2, you may as well use them. These nades starting to come through now, trying to get some damage done. Hoxie's back up to 60%.
फटेगा लग ही रहा था मुझे
beautiful here.
लग ही रहा था मुझे
now has to deal with the other players. Another one right up in his face. They go wide.
वो फिर गाड़ी से पीछे आएगा और खत्म है भाई खत्म है भाई
This is what Top wanted to do originally. The
फटेगा फटेगा
made it too hard.
भाई एक नेड और खत्म है और फिर
takes it down there. Top now has the angle. He's got them on a broadside. Oh, insult to injury.
मैंने बोला था भाई औरोरा जीत सकती है मेरे को पता था मैंने पहले ही बोल दिया था मैंने
Aurora after that, they take second place. KRX obviously shut themselves.
और DRX ने अच्छा खेला भाई, बहुत अच्छा खेला वो लोग ने। पिछला मैच स्टार्टिंग में एलिमिनेट हो गए थे वो लोग।
I think what we got to
इस बार #2 आ गए।
Consistency these boys have been able to put out compared to other teams, but Aurora certainly shows that these guys are here to play.
Goodness me, such a problem on that east side. Their crowning moment was the pressure that they put on Fourth Thrives.
So who are RJC? They are from India, नहीं यार?
And forcing Fourth Thrives.
Guys, thank you for jamming यार। Guys, आप लोगों के पास भी अगर ज्वेल्स वगैरह है तो सेंड करो यार अपने भाई को।
What a
Support
pressure that those two players have.
Oh yeah, I think it's scary to play against. It really is. It's that fear factor sometimes that can be awkward to play around. Not a single moment was there where
Korean team है DRX.
Under basically the hydraulic press of those two players, constantly switching positions, constantly making it very, very difficult to work with. Even when they layered the vehicles, instantaneously Zol's ready and waiting to back them off those angles. Cool stuff, very, very cool stuff. And instantly after they backed off, the boys just instantly went elsewhere. So you immediately had no information once again. Again, that's that veteranship coming through from Aurora. They've played a lot of this moment before.
Absolutely, they know.
गोडल कह रहे हो क्या? कल नहीं परसों आऊंगा मैं।
आज aware of exactly what.
ओजी के पॉइंट्स, ओजी के आई गेस इस वाले मैच में 5 पॉइंट थे, पिछले मैच में उनके थे 8 पॉइंट। 13 पॉइंट्स थे अभी ओजी।
They knew what they wanted to do. They delivered, they executed, and as a duo, they are still a terrifying force to behold over on Erangel and on many, many other maps as well yet to come. That was really, really great stuff towards the end. I really enjoyed that finish. I think it was pretty classy.
It was very, very classy indeed. And for Ulf to go down to Coops,
9 + 5, 9 थोड़ी ना भाई, 8 थे ना पिछला मैच नेमेसिस भाई।
Awesome player. It's great to see him at PMWC.
ये वाले में 6 पॉइंट्स है, अच्छा।
Fourth Thrives,
तो 14 पॉइंट्स हो गए टोटल।
It felt like there was a little tiny
6 फिनिशेस थे। ओके। तो ओजी के इसमें 6 पॉइंट्स थे, पिछले वाले मैच में थे ओजी के 8 पॉइंट, तो टोटल 14 पॉइंट्स हो गए। आरू ओपी विक्सी भाई, नाइस यार, आरू ने मतलब अच्छे किल निकाले इस बार।
to see how he is doing today, which honestly has been fairly good.
इंडिया की कौन-कौन सी टीम है इसमें? इसमें है गोडल और ओजी।
Alright, thank you very much.
गोडल के मैचेस परसों हैं।
PMWC for EWC 26. I'm with Falak, the man himself. And I want to talk about game 1 here for that Rondo match as a whole. Because Erangel wasn't too impactful. Let's talk about Rondo. You guys were on the west side for quite a while. PK was north of you. And you were a little bit stuck in there, but you kind of made a good meal of it. So what was the game plan for Fourth Thrives in those moments?
Our game plan was pretty simple from the start, that we have to hot drop, take kills, and just scout, like whichever places are free, we are just scouting and rotating according to that.
Okay, so I mean, in that game, 9 eliminations for Falak here, looking for an MVP already by the looks of things. Do you think that it's going to be challenges from other players if you're able to put those kinds of performances, or is it going to be the Falak show alongside Fourth Thrives?
Yeah, I mean, it will be a problem for other players if I be consistent.
गेम खेलने जाता था सर दर्द होता था।
Absolutely. Well, thank you very much, Falak, for joining us here. I'll let you get back to your team. Obviously, plenty more games to come here at PMWC at EWC 26. That is Falak here from Fourth Thrives.
Bixi भाई getting older day by day. नहीं यार, थोड़ा वो हो रहा है यार। जैसे आप कहीं दूसरी जगह रहने आते हो ना, तो वहाँ का खाना पानी अलग होता है, उसकी वजह से थोड़ा तबीयत भी खराब हो जाती है, वेदर भी चेंज होता है ना, तो ये रहता है यार। ये साला गेम प्ले ज्यादा हवाबाजी हो रहा है। अरे इग्नोर करो भाई, क्यों लोग ऐसे छोड़ो भाई, यार मत दो, समझा करो। कुछ लोग जानबूझ के करते हैं कि तुम रिएक्ट करो और सामने वाले का फायदा ही हो, समझ रहे हो? हिंदी वाले चलाएंगे थोड़ी देर, समझा करो भाई, तुम तो समझदार लोग हो भाई।
सुपर जॉनी मेरे साथ मौजूद है, मेजी और नेक्रोस। ये मैच नंबर 2 कहीं ना कहीं जैसी हमारी एक्सपेक्टेशन थी उनके काफी क्लोज ही खत्म हुआ है। ओजी मेजी इस गेम के अंदर काफी सारे फिनिश निकालने में कामयाब रही।
जी हाँ, और इस पर्टिकुलर मैच के अंदर सच में उनका गेम प्ले बहुत ही बढ़िया रहा। आरू को हमने 1v3 करते हुए देखा है, उनके साथ आतंकी थे, जाते जाते वो एक एक्स्ट्रा जो फ्रैग था वो भी कंफर्म करके गए हैं। शायद वहां पर आरू का कॉल आया होगा कि शायद ये फाइट अब आप नहीं जीत सकते, कम से कम जो प्लेयर वहां पर डाउन है उस प्लेयर को आप वहां पर फिनिश करिए। ओवरऑल एक बढ़िया गेम रहा है। अभी भी अगर आप देखेंगे 2 मैचेस में 14 टोटल पॉइंट्स, एक अच्छा एवरेज दर्शाता।
आई थिंक इसी एवरेज के बारे में मेरी और मिस्टर शर्मा की बातचीत चल रही थी। ही सेड कि 6-7 से काम नहीं चलेगा, और आई थिंक आपने भी कल ये बात हम लोग जब बात कर रहे थे तब मेंशन करी थी कि 9 या 10 का एवरेज चाहिए अगर टीम को टॉप 5 के अंदर फिनिश करना है इन द ग्रुप स्टेजेस। बट मैच में जाने से पहले नेक्रोज हम लोग बात कर रहे थे, आपने मेंशन करी थी रोजॉक हिल की वो फाइट। यूएलएफ
तोड़ेंगे नहीं तब तक छोड़ेंगे नहीं।
फिनिशेस में से एक फिनिश था, एक ओपी को उन्होंने शट डाउन कर दिया था मैच स्टार्ट होते ही, और उसके बाद यूएलएफ हमको टॉप 5 के अंदर भी एक डिसेंट परफॉर्मेंस डिलीवर करते हुए नजर आई। बट मैन एडवांटेज होने के बावजूद चिकन डिनर सिक्योर नहीं कर पाए।
गलती गेमर भाई, थैंक यू फॉर सेंडिंग हाइडिंग यार
इस मैच में चिकन निकालने में। एंड बट स्टिल वही थोड़ी सी स्लाइट एरर्स, बहुत सिली मिस्टेक्स हुए वहां पे। अगेन वो कॉस्ट आउट कर गया उनको। बट एक चीज और भी है जो मुझे लगता है इसके चलते ओजी को बहुत आइडिया हो गया होगा कि अगर यूएलएफ उस ड्रॉप पे उतर रही है वो बहुत क्विक रोटेट करेगी, वो बहुत क्विक अपना लूट कंप्लीट करके वो रोटेशन के ऊपर फोकस कर रहे हैं। एंड मुझे लगता है एक अच्छा इन्फॉर्मेशन है ओजी के लिए, तो अगले जो 2 एरांगल है वो उसके लिए अच्छा बेटर प्लान कर सकते हैं। एंड ये जो एक एलिमिनेशन का शिकार हुआ, जैसे
लस्सी भेजो यार गाइस, प्रांजल भाई थैंक यू फॉर मैंगो लस्सी मेरे भाई।
ड्यूरिंग द रोटेशन हुए
गेमर थैंक यू फॉर हाइडिंग गाइस, भेजो मैंगो लस्सी
काफी
यार।
ज्यादा करने की जरूरत रहेगी मेजी, बट उनके अलावा आई थिंक अरोरा गेमिंग उनके इस विन से हम काफी ज्यादा इंप्रेस रहेंगे।
कितने दिन तक चलेगा? 16 तारीख तक चलेगा
वो
मेरे भाई।
आखिरी लड़ाई जिस तरह से फ्लैंक पे जाके रिस्क उठाया, प्लेयर्स को कंप्लीटली ऑफ गार्ड पकड़ा, ऐसा लगा कि अरोरा दे वर वेल प्लान और ये वेल एग्जीक्यूटेड फिनिश था उनके लैंड गेम में।
जी हाँ, और सबसे अच्छी बात रहेगी कि अब उनके पास वो मोमेंटम आ चुका है जो हम शायद थोड़ा मिस कर गए थे रोंडो के अंदर, कि रोंडो में उस तरीके से वो नहीं खेल पाए जहां पर हम उम्मीद कर रहे थे ज्यादा फिनिशेस उनके पास होंगे, पर वो ज्यादा फिनिशेस उनको वहां पर मिले नहीं थे। पर ओवरऑल एक बढ़िया गेम अरोरा गेमिंग के लिए हमें देखने को मिला है। 17 टोटल पॉइंट्स इस पर्टिकुलर मैच के अंदर वो लेकर गए। उसके बाद हमने केआरएक्स को देखा, 15 टोटल पॉइंट्स वो लेकर गए।
याकूब भाई थैंक यू फॉर 29 रुपीस सुपर चैट मेरे भाई।
चर्चा कर भी रहे थे, मैं थोड़ा उसमें और ऐड ऑन करना चाहूंगा। ड्रॉप लोकेशन दोनों का लगभग सेम था, जहां पर हमने ओरांगुटान को देखा था, यूएलएफ को देखा था। यूएलएफ सबसे पहले वहां से रोटेट करके गए और सीधा अंदर की साइड पर आए। एरन का वो स्प्रे बहुत कमाल था, जहां पर गीक के एक प्लेयर को उन्होंने डाउन किया था, एकेओपी को वहां पर पकड़ा गया। ओवरऑल यूएलएफ का गेम प्ले मुझे लगता है कि इसलिए भी ज्यादा बेहतर रहा क्योंकि जल्दी वो रोटेट करके गए, पोजीशनिंग उन्होंने जल्दी होल्ड करी है, और साथ ही साथ चौथा जो
थैंक यू फॉर गोल्ड कॉइन मेरे भाई।
और यूएलएफ के पर्सपेक्टिव से नेक्रोज एक अच्छी रिकवरी है। गेम नंबर 1 रोंडो उनका भी काफी ज्यादा अच्छा नहीं गया था, लेकिन यहाँ से आगे के मैचेस अगर ऐसे ही कंसिस्टेंट रहे, where we hope to see them
नकुल मेरे भाई हैप्पी बर्थडे यार।
अगर एक और ऐसा मैच निकलता है जहां पे वो थोड़े से और प्लेसमेंट के अंक लेके जा पाए, we can see them around the top 3 top 4। मुझे लग रहा है यूएलएफ को हम टॉप 3 आराम से रख देख पाएंगे। एंड उनका उस गेम में वो अग्रेशन भी दिख रहा था, उनके प्ले स्टाइल भी दिख रहा था। मुझे लगता है इस लॉबी में आप जितना क्विक खेलोगे आपको उतने ज्यादा बेनिफिट्स मिलेंगे। वो हमने बहुत सारे टीम्स के उस एग्जाम से देखा है, हमने रोंडो में देखा कुछ ऐसा डेमोंस्ट्रेशन जहां पे इवन ऑल गेमर्स के भी बहुत अच्छे फिनिशेस आए थे, 4 थ्राइव्स के भी बहुत अच्छे फिनिशेस आए थे। इस मैच में भी फलक को उतना ज्यादा फ्री हैंड मिला नहीं। आई फील लाइक दैट 4 थ्राइव्स वो अच्छा खेल रहे थे, उनका मोमेंटम बहुत अच्छा था, बट स्टिल पकड़े गए, उनको टेक डाउन किया गया। बहुत एक अच्छा फाइट वहां पे हमें आरआरक्यू की तरफ से भी नजर आया था।
जी बिल्कुल, आई थिंक 4 थ्राइव्स का मुद्दा यहाँ पे नेक्रोज ने काफी अच्छे से
और तो गाइस जिसने अभी तक चैनल को सब्सक्राइब नहीं किया सब्सक्राइब करो यार।
हाइपर अग्रेशन यहाँ पे उनकी तरफ से देखने को
हमारे
मिल रहा है, ऑलवेज फोकस्ड ऑन दोस फिनिशेस,
पक्का सब्सक्राइबर और चाहिए भाई।
अब ये चीज कंटिन्यूअसली
11 सब्सक्राइबर और चाहिए, जल्दी करो
होता है। डू यू थिंक
सब लोग।
4 थ्राइव्स, आई मीन जिस चीज के लिए जो उनका सिग्नेचर प्ले स्टाइल है वो इस बार एक और इंटरनेशनल ट्रॉफी उन्हें दिला सकता है इस PMWC में?
अभी तो शुरुआत है, अभी तो बस 2 जो मैचेस हैं बस वही खत्म हुए हैं। और 4 थ्राइव्स के लिए मुझे लगता है दिक्कतें वहां पर ज्यादा बढ़ गई, जहां पर उन्होंने निग्मा गैलेक्सी के साथ फाइट तो ली, वहां पर एक फिनिश भी उन्होंने निकाला, पर वो उनसे पहले जोन के अंदर नहीं पहुंच पाए। निग्मा गैलेक्सी को देखिए, उन्हीं के हाथों उनका एक प्लेयर एलिमिनेट हुआ था। उसके बाद निग्मा गैलेक्सी टॉप 5 के अंदर आने में कामयाब हो पाई, पर 4 थ्राइव्स टॉप 5 के अंदर नहीं पहुंच पाए। तो वहां पर मुद्दा बस इसी बात का था कि जोन के अंदर सबसे पहले कौन पहुंचेगा, और वहां पर निग्मा गैलेक्सी कामयाब हो गई। 4 थ्राइव डिफरेंट मल्टीपल अलग जो टीम्स थी उनसे वो जा फंसे, पर ओवरऑल जैसे हमने कहा अभी बस 2 ही मैचेस हुए हैं। पहले मैच में वैसे भी उनके पास फिनिशेस बहुत थे, ऐसा नहीं है कि इस मैच में वो टीम 0 पर समाप्त हुई हो, फिर भी वो कुछ पॉइंट्स लेकर गए।
एग्जैक्टली, कुछ पॉइंट्स उन्होंने इस बार भी फिनिशेस के अपने नाम करे, बट निग्मा गैलेक्सी जैसा आपने उनके बारे में बात करी, इस टीम को नेक्रोज हम पहले भी देख चुके हैं। लास्ट ईयर एक दूसरे बैनर फैल्कन्स के बैनर के अंदर ही रोस्टर हमें नजर आता था, तब भी फैन सपोर्ट, रीजनल सपोर्ट, सब चीजें इनके लिए सेटअप थी. They weren't able to be successful that time. इस बार भी
शुरुआत जो है वो गेम खेलोगे कि नहीं? अभी तो नहीं खेलूंगा भाई, अभी तो वॉच पार्टी कर रहे हैं.
क्या गलत जा रहा है इस एक एक्सपीरियंस्ड रोस्टर के लिए?
As you like मेजी ने जैसा कहा कि वो उस हिसाब से अलग-अलग फाइट्स में इन्वॉल्व हो गए थे, मुझे लगता है वो एक
If you're able to keep track of that, make sure you use that hashtag EWC and hashtag EWC26. Share it on social media. And I'm still waiting to see some edits. Means by Kainat, Leo, I'm looking at you. I want to see those edits with the gun sounds from Max and Neptura earlier on. And later, we might even get laced into that. And don't forget, use your predictions as well on the EWC Play app. But now, I want to see the predictions. I want to see... No. Hold on. Let me rewind that. I want to see the overall, because with the overall, we're going to be seeing KRX currently with 28 points. Aurora Gaming there tied up with 4 Thrives at 23 points.
I can hear Kalaris saying in the background, the South Korean overlords. Yes, he's so happy about it. I mean, clearly they've been looking so good. Hoxie, we talked about him this game, but Binny had some great moves, and Rondo, even Tiari from time to time, so I'm very happy they can be #1, especially without a single chicken dinner, which I do believe, spoiler alert, they might get eventually throughout the entirety of Group A, but this is looking like a stacked
काम कि कैसा काम करते हो या मेल करो मेरे को मैं देखूंगा आपका काम और अच्छा लगा तो मैं आपको जरूर हायर करूंगा.
Oh, I can't wait. They have been looking really good so far. You know, the points don't necessarily add up to a really good game, but they have been making moves, which I'm really appreciating. I do want to go just very quickly though on to 4 Thrives. There is that, yes, in that last game they did get a bit swallowed up in all the teams going to the same position. That's fair. However, we are seeing like 16 eliminations, 5 placement points. I don't like that.
Mostly from the Rondo too, right?
Mostly from the Rondo, exactly. So for me, I'm kind of just like, oh, I hope that changes quickly.
What do you want to see exactly out of 4 Thrives, though, since you don't like what they're currently doing?
I mean, they've been having
English originally
is a great answer. Short answer, points. Long answer, I need them to continue to be a little bit more like that Rondo. They're more controlling into the end game, and then after that, you know, being a little bit more aggressive. I think getting swallowed up is not the best idea for Arangel, but you know, into the next one, I need a little bit more of a Rondo.
The third party that they were able to do with Furia and Gold, though, they ended up working out for them right up until the Soul Star.
I feel like it's more like decision making into the sense just commit to your play. I prefer to see a full team commit to a bad play together than just being a bit indecisive, taking literally 3 fights at once. There was RRQ, and above them there was Aurora, if I'm not mistaken. So there's too much going on. Pick a fight, commit to it, and if you keep 4 players alive, guess what? You can fight later on down the line.
You know who's not picking fights? Team GOAT. They have had so many chances where they have gotten knocks and they are not following through. So I mean, you know, they're having teams in contention on each side of them, and for some reason they're not making those decisions that you're talking about to follow up on those knocks, and then clearly getting third-partied. And something is going wrong with this team, because this is not the kind of stats that they are generally used to pulling in these sorts of tournaments. But I think they've got like three on the board. Like, this is not something we should be seeing from Go.
I know what the issue is. They don't have a hovercraft for Moxie. I didn't see it. This man needs a hovercraft. Get it, and they might get a win.
By the way, on the previous interview that we got from Kalaris too with Falak, that might be the most smack talk that I think I've heard Falak say since he ended up saying, Falak here, Rosemary here. But let's send it over to Kalaris and Jackie at the stage.
That's right, thank you boys. Of course, I'm here with Jackie to talk about some of the stuff going on so far. I want to talk to you
What do you think who will be the champion of PMWC? अभी कुछ कह नहीं सकते. देखो अभी तो ग्रुप A के मैचेस देख रहे हैं हम. अभी ग्रुप B में कौन-कौन सी टीम है, वो किस तरीके से खेलेंगी. तक हमें ये नहीं पता होगा हम कैसे बोल सकते हैं.
James was there effectively like some sort of brain box hooked up to a metaphorical cerebro, dropping mad lines and predicting what was an inevitably sick outcome. So you were always on that train, and it arrived safely at the proverbial station.
Yeah, it did. I think that technically 4 Thrives could have gone onto that high ground and tried to challenge for that, but again, you know, with that being a bit more of a dicey situation, IQ being elsewhere to kind of look in the opposite directions, bit difficult for them to make that work. So good start for GK, obviously going down to 3 in this last one. Bit of a tough time to really make it work on Arangel, right?
Yeah, that's true. It's, you know, one of those big pivoting points. And the good thing about G's is if you have 2 of them, that's a good game. And there is another team with a G in the name that impresses me, but we've had some disagreements, James.
I think disagreements is the right way to describe it, right? Because I think that
97899 हो गए सब्सक्राइबर भाई. सब्सक्राइब करो, एक बंदा और कर दो भाई. 1 मिलियन हो जाएंगे.
Is on the ramp,
Look, all I'm saying is much
subscriber
like
to
skateboarding. You got to
79 क्यों
start,
देंगे?
get the gravity, hit that ramp, and you got to go up for a bit. Takes a bit of time, right?
What do you think about Palak and Catch? भाई Palak का गेमप्ले जबरदस्त है भाई, मैंने देखा बहुत मस्त खेल रहा है। फर्स्ट मैच में तो भाई उसने शायद अकेले 8 किल निकाले थे भाई, बहुत तगड़ा खेल रहा है। अच्छा प्लेयर है वो, अच्छा प्लेयर है।
I'm on the Fuchs train. You on? Where are you?
I'm more Moxie. The guy's got chutzpah, he's got charisma, and he's going to be rizzing up Paris, I tell you.
There you go. All right. Well, without further ado, it's time to head on over to the caster team here for our next game here for PMWC.
Oh, absolutely. I'm ready for him. I'm ready to get that Riz coming through from Moxie.
Red Bull Pilo Bixi
They're
chill
able to
maro.
take it to the battlegrounds though. As Erangel is our next match. It's our middle Erangel map. We've got 3 today. We've already seen 1. Let's see if things are going to go.
चलो भाई तीसरा मैच स्टार्ट हो गया।
Upset.
Let's go.
No one talked about force in that whole segment. Dude's a madman. I mean, he's propping up the thing. He's the one pushing
right.
down roller coaster up the ramp right now.
You know what? We've got the whole game to talk about it, so we can show that.
I mean, I don't need that much time.
Okay.
Well, like 30 seconds was around enough.
You know what?
Yeah.
Pick a side. You know.
हो गया start.
For this fence.
भाई ग्राफिक्स क्या आते हैं ना यार HDR में
Novo
PUBG
up
वाली
to
के।
Stalborough, heavy east lean on
Graphics
the
are
plane path blank. Places like Georgia Pole, pretty inaccessible. Saverni though for Aurora should be pretty chill.
Well, I mean, they could do both, right? They could easily do Sosnovka. I think for Aurora, Sosnovka drop here wouldn't be a bad idea. Depends how much success they're having. Saverni, you got the loot truck over there as well, so potential they want to lock in on that. But it does seem like Aurora is dropping out up towards
लेकिन बात तो पूरा राइट साइड ही बन गया बे।
Geeky, not doing badly.
अभी जिन लोगों का ड्रॉप गक्का जोसो साइड होगा उनको गाड़ी ढूंढनी पड़ेगी पहले।
Was that game we just saw where the greed did come through, right? We saw the eyes turn gold for a second, and then quickly they met their demise soon afterwards, the old misers of those locations. But I do think that for Geeky there was right maneuvers being made. It's just some of that.
चलो भाई ओजी का चिकन आ रहा है भाई इस बार।
Coming back to bite them.
ओजी का चिकन आएगा, मजा आ जाएगा भाई।
Those teams would have regrouped a lot sooner on that spot. Ulf also, it's a bitter pill to swallow after that last game versus Coops. But yeah, it's a tough position to play inside that shack. That's all they really had to work with. I don't think they had too many vehicles either. Otherwise, they might have just set up a bit more of a junkyard.
Okay, Prince bhai, okay.
This time around, looking for small points. But again, it's shaping up quite nicely on the leaderboard. It's nice to see South Korea up.
हेलो भाई, आप कल 7:30 से 8 के बीच में लिविक खेल रहे हो? भाई मैं लिविक कभी खेलता नहीं हूँ और 2 दिन से मैं गेम ही नहीं खेल रहा हूँ। मेरी तबीयत खराब चल रही है। लिविक तो मैं बिल्कुल नहीं खेलता कभी भी। खेलता ही नहीं हूँ लिविक में।
During that flank, and it is heavy southeast. It looks like we're going to all corners of Erangel today. It does cut in a majority of, well, all of Novo, a little bit of that military island as well. So access is potentially there. Could potentially see some hovercraft rotations. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Oh, what a hop. He's mad with it. Looking good, but the bullets now ringing out from the high ground. But the jet force not hitting for quite a while there. We'll finally be able to put that one to bed.
Yeah, gets him eventually, but might have had an easier time if he had the Ninetales Fury AUG skin, which you can grab in-game today. Make your rolls, make your pulls, try and get that skin, because it does look mighty nice. One of my favourite ones to come to the game so far. Everyone knows I'm sort of biased towards anime skins. Okay, it genuinely is a really good one. But RRQ is on the send-out currently. You do have Thunderstork down towards the south side. They're currently playing military. Good spot to start off with here. You have a lot of Sosnovka actually pulled into this one, but it's the amount of water involved. Hello! We are live from Paris currently. A lot of fans here with us.
एक बंदा तो निपट गया.
Joining right from the beginning here.
RRQ का आगे एक kill. Starting में.
Real mix of support from lots of different teams, fan bases.
चिकन निकालने पे कितने पॉइंट मिलते हैं? नरूटो भाई आई गेस 10 पॉइंट मिलते हैं. 10 नहीं तो 8 पॉइंट मिलते हैं. चैट आप लोग बताना कितने पॉइंट मिलते हैं? मुझे तो 10 लग रहा है.
Making sure they've got everything that they need, and they will be able to burst those doors wide open.
सी भाई फेस कैम स्मॉल करो ना थोड़ा. Okay.
And in they go. Coop's going to be taking on the center there. Is Max going to be happy? Is he going to get an MG3?
Yeah.
I mean, Ralph's just got a shotgun right now, which isn't ideal, but did get a face cam might help him live for a little bit longer when he makes those crazy crashes like he did versus Ulf. Definitely a good distraction, though, to allow Coops to explode onto the scene there. But what I was talking about is a huge amount of water that's involved here. It is a gargantuan amount. And I think for a lot of players, they're quite salty about it. Just like
ये कौन से फोन में खेल रहे हैं? मुझे लग रहा है आईकू के फोन में खेल रहे हैं लोग.
Few areas to play, and as you move over towards that southeast side, you're on that slope down towards Mills Power. You have the Deadwoods. This is not a very fun area of the map to play.
आप क्यों नहीं खेल रहे? भाई पहले खेलता था यार स्पोर्ट्स, सब मैंने बंद कर दिया खेलना.
Which is why you're seeing a very slow rollout. Most teams realize they're going to be playing Edge for a long time off the back of this one.
Long enough to maybe see those two of our youngest fans in the crowd grow old enough maybe to play in these tournaments.
India की कौन सी टीम है? India की है OG.
A little bit of a slow one, but all for making their way. Galaxy is starting to break away from Potato Hill now as well. Looking to try and get away from Pachinki. On the north side, Flasher pushing
Owner
in
है,
past that mansion prison area.
Owner का फोन है. मुझे लगा आईकू है.
Sorry. On towards the top of the hill.
Sorry.
That lumberyard position potentially.
I'm really sorry.
Might just draw short on the south side of prison. Around those shelter entrances.
भाई मेरे में ड्यूअल ऑप्शन नहीं आ रहा. पीसी से देख रहे हो शायद आप. ड्यूअल ऑप्शन फोन में आईपैड वगैरह में आ रहा है. ड्यूअल भेजने के लिए जहाँ पे कमेंट कर दे, कमेंट के राइट साइड में गिफ्ट का बटन आएगा, उधर से होगा.
So far 23 points currently. Again, we got to back it off a little bit though coming into this game. Pull back on the gas, right?
कौन सी टीम को सपोर्ट है बिक्सी भाई? ओजी को है यार, obviously.
Have some strong players.
OG and Godlike.
And they have the consistency to work with. And I agree with Seven. It's probably the most smack talk I've ever heard from Falak before. He's a very respectful guy at the end of the day, despite being such a menacing game. But yeah, it is funny that for Falak, smack talk consists of, yeah, if I am consistent, you are all going to have a horrible time.
I think that's, to be fair though, I kind of think that's true of maybe any player in this lobby.
No.
It's about it, but it is that consistency is so crucial, right?
Well, it depends what consistency is.
Yeah, okay. I'll say at least 50% of the lobby, if they are on a consistently
खेलेगा फ्री फायर, खेलेंगे बिल्कुल खेलेंगे यार, क्या बात है?
Yeah, absolutely. Anybody on their best day could sweep a lobby like this.
Hey, but okay, let me pitch you this.
Okay,
let me throw you a curveball right now.
All right,
take Doc.
Okay.
Put Doc on his best day. How many other players really live up to that hype?
Well, that's what I'm saying, right? If Doc's on his best day, nobody stands a chance.
How many? If we say everyone else.
Gordel भी तो क्वालिफाई की थी. सार्थक भाई परसों है Gordel का मैच.
Okay, yeah, fair.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You picking up what I'm putting down?
There are levels to this.
There are levels.
You know, there's Doc, then there's maybe Falak, sure. Maybe could potentially step up there. He's been a long while coming, but I liked the little redemption in that last match towards the end. But he was allowed to unleash. Weirdly though, yeah, they are completely split right now. I feel like this is something that happens with Nick Galaxy way too often, is that they just split 2 and 2 and they're opposite sides of the map.
You have to give these guys a little bit of credit right now. This is a horrendous rotation to be making. Everyone knows it's really difficult to play out here. This is a fairly
delay तो नहीं चल रही है यार, स्ट्रीम कुछ लोग कह रहे delay.
Nick Galaxy,
पूरा delay है वो.
You just make this wild approach. If anything,
delay नहीं है,
this
delay नहीं है.
worked out ridiculously well. They have 2 players over on the coastal side down towards Mills Power. If this continues to move southeast, this is not a bad spot to play. And now you have an anchor point to play off the back of. So Enigma Galaxy here, they take a huge gamble. But again, for them, gambles are required considering that first game they had of the day, which was so terrible. But they managed to get 10 on their second match. And with this, they might be able to pump that up a little bit further. So I actually don't mind this. I don't mind this.
Zone.
Push up those points, get a little bit more amongst on the tables. As the backstop for Ningbo Galaxy, look at a regroup. They've got about 3 kilometers to go before they find their other duo. So a long road ahead of them on the south side.
OG के चारों बंदे जिंदा है भाई. Ending में निकाल सकते हैं
लोग. Maybe we can get to profit, but yeah, step 2's got to come through first.
Yeah, and they've got Aurora behind them as well. This is a pretty nasty spot, I think it's safe to say, for the backstop. The circle does go a little bit more land-based, but it still cuts in.
ये OG पे बंदे आ रहे हैं अभी. RJC की टीम आ रही है OG के पास.
In the hills to the north of Milter up towards that line.
Fight हो सकती है bro, OG की fight हो सकती है. ULA भी just पीछे है.
Find their place amongst the trees.
और आरू अलग है बिल्कुल सबसे.
He's going to be quite close. for all of these teams. A bit too close
क्या लगता है guys?
for most of their liking.
क्या होगा अभी?
Yeah, that's
होने वाली है लड़ाई भयंकर वाली.
Duo of Nick Galaxy, but nobody's slowing down. They want to get into the circle.
There's a lot of places to play here. We are kind of focusing up around Lumberyard, so we have that high ground in play, which is going to cut out a little bit of a cone.
कहाँ है OG? OG है ना ये? पाम से मिलटे की तरफ जा रही है जो.
No one's playing up towards mansion. No one cares about the Pubg. Let's try and get ourselves as central as possible. Work our way into this one. Not a lot of fights going through.
Bixi भाई मेरी जान.
Yes, the wheel. 10-2 right now to get into this circle.
रिप्लाई नहीं देना तो बोल दे. अरे ऐसा क्यों बोल गए यार शैलेंद्र भाई? सॉरी यार देखा नहीं आपको मैसेज बताओ क्या हुआ? 40 वर्सेस गीक हो गया. ओह बढ़िया.
Heavy blows dealt towards Geeky, but there is an answer, and it's Falak and Azaifa now looking to try and take on Sapchi and Kevin from down below, moving that hovercraft into position, but that could trap the nade.
फट सकता है. अरे
has to step in.
T2 मरेगा. T2 मरेगा.
T2
मरेगा.
Azaifa stays
Azaifa बच जाएगा. गाड़ी फटेगी तो इसको आना पड़ेगा भाई. फट सकता है ये भी. फंसा. फंसा.
IQ wanted to try and stay alive here, but he's bleeding. Falak's nowhere to be
seen.
नेड
और फटा. अरे बच कैसे गए? एक
HP. Down to 4 thrives, go down to 2 once again. This is a real rough approach over the last 2 games.
इसकी HP नहीं है. वो लोग अगर पुश करे तो मर सकता है.
Ulf's getting involved now. They got some good shots there.
अच्छा 40 का आखिरी बंदा बचा है. ओके.
Sticky situation.
मैं भाई सोच रहा था बाकी बंदे किधर गए इसके. वो रिवाइव दे सकता है. शायद एक और है उनका.
Not a bad spot. We haven't seen too much out of this team so far. All gamers were instant towards the central
Kevin
circle.
को देने नहीं देगा ये
around that lumberyard area.
This is pretty good
news. KRX अभी टॉप पे चल रही है और चारों बंदे विन हैं
on that north side. C4 thrives, losing 3 of their players early. A team that's chasing going down. Aurora also losing a player. They're pretty happy. Geeky going down to 2. First place is looking pretty nice right now for them. But remember, this is a chase for top 5 for direct qualification spots here in Group A and indeed in Group B.
Kevin की लोकेशन नहीं पता क्या इसको? इसको पता नहीं है क्या Kevin है इधर अभी?
It's always good to have an early lead. That's exactly what they're going to be looking to do here. For K1 DRX on the north side, they are chilling.
Yeah, KRX fighting right now. They are having a good time of it.
भाई केविन वेट कर रहा है. उसको लेगा ही ओपन में पेलेगा इसको.
Move back down again. You know what? Nick Galaxy again. This is a massive gamble. I completely agree with you. Right? They've hit 7s across the board though, and it's worked out. It has worked out for them. They even got themselves a loot crate. I mean that is lucky. That is a little bit lucky. But we'll see what they can get done with it because again, Nick Galaxy has thrown away a lot of end games in the past. Even though they get themselves there, I think Coops is that secret bit of sauce that they do require to get into those end games and play them out well.
1 मिलियन होने वाले हैं. आपके रिप्लाई नहीं दोगे क्या शैलेंद्र भाई? 1 मिलियन कराओ यार जल्दी से. मैं तो दे रहा हूं रिप्लाई. बताओ यार.
You know what? Aru is looking really good today. I think for Aru
ने नॉक दिया क्या?
For OG is that does the gun skill live up to the hype here at PMWC? Seems like these guys have been doing a lot of work in the back end here, and Aru is showing up as the leader. Azaifa will go down. It's 4 thrives now out. The first team.
अपनी OG किधर है भाई? कहाँ चल रही OG की फाइट?
Very tricky rotate coming through for them. They got split up. They couldn't quite convert over towards Geeky. On their engagement, it looked like they had a really good opener, but the shots just weren't landing. It was unfortunate, but they do fall for it. Aurora, they're looking to keep things trucking though, and remember, we know
नहीं अब possible नहीं है revive.
We've given them an extra player this time around.
Possible नहीं है.
3, and they've already opened up for an elim. They're in a pretty cheeky little spot there as well. Controlling quite a lot of the open.
आरू ने डॉग को मारा. अच्छा हाँ 1 किल है ना बिन का. बढ़िया खेल रहा है यार आरू. पिछले मैच भी अच्छे किल निकाले उसने.
Pretty powerhouse spot.
That's right. It built to power.
Power.
Little stock here. I mean, for Ulf, they're playing the ridge side down towards the side of crates. It's not a horrible place to play, but it really depends on the next circle. Right?
40 over. हाँ 40 मर गई bro. 40 मर गई अभी.
It's still folding over towards Deadwoods. It's still folding back the other way towards Milter Power, as well as Mini Milter. I'm curious to see how they want to play this out.
OG का रैंक कुछ है.
Hold the elastic band both ways.
नहीं भाई अच्छा खेल लिया पता है ओजी देख रहा हूँ ओजी वाले ना भाई जोन में घुस जा रहे हैं ऐसे यूं घुस रहे हैं जोन में
Now looking to put the hurt in over towards Flower H.
Top सुधा IGL मेरे भाई
Just a couple of petals left on that rotate there, but somehow
निकलवा रहा है ना अपनी जोन को
escape with a little bit of life left in him.
बंदों के बीच में से बहुत बड़ी बात है
He knocks me not, seemingly the conclusion on that one. I can get some healing done. Sprout anew. With 3
There is godlike
Gamestar's nade over towards X-Force rejects, and another one puts the cat amongst the pigeons and takes down Shiva as well. They're not going to be able to get this forward.
सामने वाला
Look at the backstops. They're not not one bit.
भाई क्या बचा है
Maniac getting some good damage in.
अरे ओजी किधर है
Goodness me. What a horrendous circle. Sent over towards the northern side.
अच्छा ओजी अभी प्रिजन के ऊपर है ना
lifeline though. Kelsey
अच्छी पोजीशन पे है वो लोग बहुत अच्छी पोजीशन में
as a four they have a good time. Great shot from
बहुत बढ़िया नॉक
Where did that come from? All right, all pulling it out the bag, as well as Enigma Galaxy on that south coast side. They can sweep through. Furia looking to try and challenge, could be a little bit difficult to deal with.
Brother, मेरा closing
like कैसे करूँ?
मयूर भाई प्रैक्टिस करो यार एम से स्टॉप खेलो टीडीएम खेलो यूनियन प्रैक्टिस करो मैंने क्लोजिंग्स पे वीडियोस बना रखी हैं वो वीडियोस देखो इंप्रूव होगा आपका गेम प्ले भाई
Be proud in that tile right now.
Well, again, the speed at which he identifies the location, understands that this is a shot that he needs to hit right now versus Gaming Stars to ensure that Kalsi gets back to the team, because they know of all people inside this lobby that they have a fantastic chance, at least a top 3 here from this position, but they need to be a 4-man. They have to be a 4-man. Kalsi gets back towards the squad, and this is a great start for them. The rest of the teams will be starting to flow on in now. You've got Aurora down towards
ये लोग गेमिंग फोन क्यों यूज कर रहे हैं भाई गेम खेलने के लिए गेमिंग फोन ही तो यूज करेंगे कैसी बात कर रहे हो कैसी बात कर रहे हो भाई
will move in the near future and pick themselves up a couple of eliminations.
अब ऐसा होता है ना जो भी फोन स्पॉन्सर्ड होता है वही फोन में खेलना होता है सभी प्लेयर्स को
All right.
समझ रहे हो जो भी फोन ब्रांड स्पॉन्सर करेगा
the EWC app, then if you put Ulf in, you might be pretty happy right now. It's a little bit difficult potentially if they have to move away from the coastline.
सबके लिए फेयर भी रहता है क्योंकि सब लोग सेम फोन यूज
करेंगे.
करेंगे.
Prediction as well. That could have been a pretty decent shout.
And a surprising one.
Yeah, I think certainly given the start of this match, right? But looking at the rest of the lobby, there is a lot more danger on the western side. Taken down with a long-range shot from Mini 14. Might be Reservoir though. And Ulf down to 2 active though.
Yeah, it's 2 players that went
down. नेड आया इसके बाद फटेगा बच गया.
It's not the case. Ooh, I mean, I think maybe the 2-2 split was just unfortunate. Alula also get involved, and this is a 4v2 if it comes down to it. Scarface and Ketch got a big old task ahead of them.
Oh, they're going for one, and actually,
ये बहुत नॉक दे सकता है फ्लावर
Gaming Stars potentially from getting involved as a third party on the north side, taking one of their players out. Maniac is down. You got Q and DRX on that north side as well. Fully regroup and make their way forwards. A lot of pressure is going to be felt by the positions on the coastline. This southwest side that we're on board with now does need to be as Flash are rolling around the ridge lines, but not quite able to find the opener. They only have 3 players, and RRQ are waiting. They are ready to see who emerges from this one and how many points they can earn from it.
AJL to make the move out here. Bows are running in alongside with a blue.
Okay, पता था.
I mean,
बहुत बढ़िया.
XZZ, I would 100% feel like that was the knock as well.
बढ़िया खेला भाई बंदा. AJL वाला.
More pressing matches ahead of him. Azias backs down. Thundertorn also
रिप्लाई देगा या एफआईआर कर दूं? अरे एफआईआर मत करो यार, बताओ क्या हो गया?
Absolutely decimated as they try and pull out from Milta. Now Enigma Galaxy, they can just off of the power grid here.
भाई ओजी वाली टीम के ओजी टीम के लिए भाई दिक्कतें हो गई यहाँ पे.
AGAL as well, but nobody's looking happy as everybody's losing players.
आरू और विजगोड बचे हैं.
Maybe Reservoir if they're quick about it. As Flower looking to pull up.
नहीं रिवाइव तो नहीं हो पाएंगे ये लोग. मुझे लग नहीं रहा रिवाइव हो पाएंगे.
On that north side, they should just be able to tear this one through if RRQ don't get to them first because they are slamming straight to the south flank.
RQ, yeah, you're right. They are absolutely rinsing squads at the moment with good shots through the smoke. Will take down Freeran to start things off.
Rizgord भी knock हो गया.
Also took an unfortunate knock and will be flushed out because of it. Aru and Wizgod looking to stay
ऊपर एक नेड
alive,
कर
but
दे
it's
अगर
just down to Aru now.
अरे 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 अरे
Towards the right hand side, it's not quite on target. Immediately Aru's going to swing round.
अरे आरू नाइस ट्राई यार
We'll find Aru.
किल तो ले गया
RQ lives to
नाइस
see
ट्राई
another
यार
day, but with just one player to do it. It is going to be him as the one.
कोई बात नहीं यार कोई बात नहीं भाई बढ़िया खेले यार
Close, but should get the first aid.
Looking for more loot as well. Stage
भाई
5
आपका
is
सेंसी
just
दोगे
about
क्या सेंसी मैंने डाली है ब्रो इंस्टा पे भी डाली है अपनी सेकंड चैनल के लेटेस्ट वीडियो में भी डाली है
and actually he's going to go straight towards Aurora, not in the zone either, so has to take a beat to try and get some healing done.
मिस्टर इंडियन एडिटर बोलो भाई क्या दिक्कत है क्या हो गया
It's just Reefus in this location for the time being. The rest of Aurora look at a regroup now though, and it's going to get more dangerous for Lapar in the next 20 seconds.
स्पॉन्सरशिप के चक्कर में गेम प्ले कॉम्प्रोमाइज नहीं होगा देखो सार्थक भाई सबको खेलना पड़ता है वो रूल रहता है सबको सेम ही डिवाइस में खेलना पड़ता है अब वो होगा इफेक्ट लेकिन वही तो बात है सबको ही प्रैक्टिस करनी पड़ेगी उस डिवाइस में ना
I love
यही
it.
चीज
I
है
really love. I like the fact that they didn't feel dismayed after that first game. Watching.
बट एक तरीके से सही भी है कि भाई सब लोग सेम ही डिवाइस में खेलेंगे ना
For me, honestly, because I
तो ऐसा
know
होता
how
है
that must have felt. I can try and
इस
understand.
मैच में कितने किल ओजी ने किए
But for
3
them
किल
to
हुए यार
come
इस
with
बार
this
तो
kind of maneuver in game 3, love it. I really do love it. And if it pays off, that will give them some great confidence into the future.
ये हैशटैग 8 चल रही है अभी
False positive, you know, like this. It's so difficult to call
इसलिए अगर टॉप 5 रही ना तो सही रहेगा एटलीस्ट ना
They are still 3 players alive, and all 3 are in
इसी को
the
ट्राई
zone,
करना
but
पड़ेगा कि
they're under a lot of
अगले
pressure. This is
मैच में
hard.
हैशटैग 5 तक तो आ ही जाए वरना इन पे प्रेशर बहुत ज्यादा रहेगा
All of those smokes around her to try and keep his teammates safe, and I think they're going to get this res. Gaming Stars under pressure.
बस स्टार्टिंग से लाइव देख रहा हूं पहला मैसेज है जुनेद भाई नाइस यार
But look at the step up. Bini gets rebuffed, and it might just be going south for the Koreans. As TRE just has to stare from behind the tree. As Bini falls down on location. 2 players now.
भाई नहीं मिल रहा है सेकंड चैनल देखो मेरा रियल बिक्सी ओपी नाम से है मैं डाली है लेटेस्ट वीडियो KRX फटा शायद फटा ये
Might be on target. Explodes by the side of KRX. He's down. Gaming Stars right now looking awesome, but are now down to just 2. All for weather the storm, but man, they would have loved to have more players up there. And it was very livable down towards that south side. I think they wanted to keep tabs on that northern edge, though. It is just really good shot screen from Gaming Stars to 1-2 punch both Kelsey and Aaron. Again, potentially is a moment there where one of the players should have just dropped back, smoked up, rather than trying to re-aggress on that trade. But we didn't quite see exactly what happened there, so we just don't know. Next circle comes through. Nick Galaxy have to move. They're one of the only teams outside the circle right now. Aurora look to back it out slightly.
कब खेलेंगे मीरामार के लास्ट के 2 मैचेस होंगे ब्रो
from Thunder Talk.
मीरामार के लास्ट के 2 मैचेस होंगे
They want to get a little bit of speed into this one. They are the only team with 4 players alive. Looks like, yeah, they're going to step in.
Also guys, जितने भी लोग देख रहे हैं,
it's the right time.
उनको सब्सक्राइब कर देंगे इस चैनल को.
Recalibrating. And they're going to try and move forwards. You imagine that they're going to be trying to pop smokes potentially over towards Goat's direction.
One vehicle.
And down the hill. They're covering their rotate.
Okay, Ralph's going to stick behind. Makes sense. Sitting's directly underneath, not going to cause any problems.
Might do.
One vehicle does move up. Gets into position, some damage sent through.
Oh, if one of them takes a heavy hit and drops down to try and preserve the health bar, it could be that Sitting's just going to wait and take those
shots.
ये
कौन सी पोजीशन है बे? Oh ये क्या? अबे रैंक पुश चल रहा है bro.
Don't know if they're
crazy रैंक पुश चल रहा है भाई.
Ralph is back.
ऊपर क्यों जाएगा लेकिन वो?
They know roughly where they're coming from now, and Ralph opted to stay behind just in case. But his approach is going to be very difficult. Going to have to get on his belly and snake his way in.
भाई कितने पॉइंट हुए इंडियन टीम के? अभी 17 पॉइंट चल रहे हैं ब्रो. 17 पॉइंट 17 पे खतरा होता है भाई.
Buildings are crucial right now. The game will slow down massively.
ऊपर नहीं तो नीचे. वरना मेरे हिसाब से ना
Aurora's got a
ओजी निकाल लेगी वैसे. पता है मेरे हिसाब से निकाल लेगी ओजी. अच्छा खेल रहे हैं वो लोग. अभी ओजी क्या कर रही है? अभी स्टडी कर रही है ओजी. कैसे कैसे करना है और लास्ट के मैचेस में ओजी निकाल लेगी. मैं बता रहा हूं भाई तुम्हें. अच्छा परफॉर्म कर रही है ओजी अभी.
It depends on where they're trying to go for Aurora, but I feel like they've got a little bit of time, maybe about 5 seconds of runway to play with.
Where is Godel? Godel के मैचेस
just go down, and 5 seconds is enough to do quite a lot.
Quick sweep round. A little bit of information. see where those shots do come from. They have the sight line slightly covered up from Goat here, but as they move further down the road,
Bro, ignore कर रहा है क्या? नहीं
they
यार,
almost have to
Challenger भाई
play
नहीं
in
कर रहा हूँ
alongside with Goat because Goat is so secure in this location on the southeast.
भाई sponsor तो phone ही
Enigma Galaxy knows that too. They're waiting for the next circle to pop.
हो जाता है आशीष में तब भाई तब हो जाता है सेंटी लगा लेते हैं बंदे ना दिक्कत नहीं है एक हफ्ता खेलो ठीक-ठाक प्रैक्टिस हो जाती है
that one earlier in the Elim feed. I forgot to bring it up, but they did manage to pick that one up, I imagine, very early from the loot truck in Pachinki. And they've been marshalling it ever since in the hands of Satan. Nades on in. Trying to find the player, sneaking his way through. Not quite connecting this time. Gaming Stars, the team to draw our current table toppers to a close. PMWC did fall to them. They couldn't quite push through on the north side.
They know there's another team here because they didn't fully finish
तो
out
Ulf
there, so they know the rest of the squad must be further down. Oh, you must be joking.
GSTR के लिए दिक्कत हो
It
गई
over towards Enigma Galaxy on that southeast side, but for Thunder Talk, 3 points. 3 points.
Absolutely. They should be able to survive probably up into a third place after this. Aurora
अच्छा खेल
still
लिया यार
taking so much
बहुत अच्छा खेल लिया Aurora
trouble from Lapar. I think with this circle though, for Aurora, what are your choices here? Is it just go for go?
I mean, you could probably try and rock up over towards where Ulf is playing on this north side. It's a hell of a dash for yourself, but if you can try and get yourself in the rocky outcross,
निकाल लेगा वो kill confirm मार लेगा
because if you try and
smoke में दे दिया
you get shot at by Go, and Go is going to be a hard crash and a half.
Well,
they're going to go for it, but 2 players go down instantly.
लो Aurora भी गई
I mean, yeah, no good option there for Aurora.
एक ही बस है
But PMWC going to be pretty happy with 8
इनको बस पोजीशन पॉइंट निकालने हैं किल तो इनके 4 हैं ठीक-ठाक किल है
so they may
तो
just be able
इन्होंने
to
अगर पोजीशन पॉइंट निकाल ली ना उन्होंने तो ये हो सकता है कि हैशटैग बन भी आ जाए
in this circle blank, but there's so many stragglers and only one team with 4.
इनको बस पोजीशन पॉइंट पे ध्यान देना है अभी
With their mad dash earlier,
Start
able to do a lot of work from this cliff top. The 4 Elims they found. Reefus is crawling forward.
RRQ
that allows Reefus a lot more latitude for movement.
Yeah, it does, but also Ulf now is giving away their position. Rough idea of where they are.
टफ होने वाला है भाई ओजी के लिए टफ होने वाला है
Ulf spotting him. Ulf is spotting him. I said he could see a marble from a mountaintop, but just as easily finds the marble in the grass.
ये जो TTG का बंदा है भाई कहाँ बैठा है अभी भी
Over towards them. Reefus is the last.
खतरनाक सा रैंक पुश चल रहा है उसका वहाँ पे
go down to 4.
Very, very quick. And remember, there is still that solo, so it's pretty much 3. Thundertalk leaving their lone wreck down on the bottom of the cliffs. Shotgun in hand, cowering underneath the rocks.
Yeah, I like how I gave a little bit of love over towards Force, and he's been offed.
का बंदा मर गया है खत्म है Aurora हैशटैग बन तो नहीं आ पाए वो लोग
I mean, this. What else can you do really? I mean, Enigma Galaxy has a lot of control here. Go's gonna have to push out.
ये देखो कहाँ बैठा है भाई
It is wild the amount of water that's still in this
Heal
circle.
battle करेगा इस
Finally,
side
we
से
pull back to the benefit of Go. They're gonna be very happy with this one.
They keep one of their buildings in, although not all of them looking super happy. However, they're really not in any danger right now. They can just put their players around this building.
PMWC में इंडियन प्लेयर क्या खेल रहे हैं बीजीएमआई में PUBG मोबाइल ब्रो PUBG मोबाइल खेल रहे हैं ये लोग
It's an impossible
ये तो
game.
पेरिस में गए हैं उधर जाके PUBG मोबाइल खेल रहे हैं
You think? You reckon? Yeah. I think with good circles, Goat might have a chance.
And what circle you
इसी
looking
बाबू
for?
तुमने खाना खाया
Southwest.
Yes bro मैंने खाना खा लिया आपने खाना खाया
We do have to end the game.
पी आ जाओ
No.
पी ओके आ जाएंगे यार शैलेंद्र भाई कभी आएंगे ये तो आपको बता देंगे
I mean, if they could, we could get a stage 11.
अरे वो तो बहुत गंदा रैंक पुशर है भाई इस मीटिंग को
We all know
गंदा बैठा है
when you play in these areas, as soon as you come out to this open ground here, it is a death sentence. If they had vehicles, maybe they could hit a flying V over towards
बहुत perfect
the loot
lead करा
crate.
उसने
They have to move now. If Go wants to win the game, they have to move now whilst they're fighting.
They have to read it. They have to get out. But do they have the smokes? Are
जलेगा
they
नहीं
in
बच
position? Do
जाएगा
they have the vehicles even to make this one move forwards? I believe that they do. Another nade over the top.
ओ थोड़ा सा ओवरकुक हो गया यार
Keeping
बड़ा एक सेकंड कम कुक किया होता तो फटता ही
gets rezzed, and now they're back as 2. Another nade.
ये ओवरकुक कर दे रहा है थोड़ा सा
Not quite finding it. They're holding out a nade forward.
ओ बहुत अच्छा नेड बहुत अच्छा नेड किया उसने भाई बहुत बढ़िया खेला वो बंदा बहुत बढ़िया खेला भाई
Goat blank. Where are they?
वो टीम मर गई लेकिन जो उसने नेड करा है ना ब्रो बहुत अच्छा नेड था
That's a good weapon to hold on.
ये किलर नो होगा शायद
Potentially, we got to make a move off the back of this. They've been setting up this smoke train for quite a while. This is good, actually. I quite like this from Go. They have to take this opportunity. It's a little bit late, but again, it takes a long time to set up those smoke trains. Sitting is very happily looking for second place.
Sitting in water, bro.
He can hope.
Sitting is sitting
Third
in
place
water.
right now, guaranteed for him.
उज्जैन आ जाओ आएंगे सुरेंद्र भाई आएंगे
Hopefully a big nade takes a lot of damage off the MG3 angle as well over onto Satan. That's going to force him to go for the heel and he's down. Bad. The MG3 Ralph now is isolated.
मेरे हिसाब से गोट निकाल लेगी मैच मुझे लग रहा है गोट निकाल लेगी मैच
to potentially find Ralph. The drop down came through from Lord as well. He's down in the water. He's looking for the last straggler from Thunder Talk. They kind of know where he's going to be now. They're scouting it out, but they may have overcommitted to this split. Lord needs to get back into an angle where he can contribute.
सबसे बड़ी बात जोन उस पे अभी भी बना हुआ है सिटिंग पे
Sitting is still here.
लोड को मारेगा ये शायद कैंप करके
Starts to get his way back up the hill right now. Like you said, getting the MG3 down is really bad news. Good shot once again. He has to be the man of the moment right now. Boots on the back line is a big deal for them. So the circle is starting to push through in. This is where it gets hard. Gaunt wasn't able to create enough opportunity. Killer Joe with some good shots back that way. Putting them back and giving them a scare. Killer Joe does go down, and Coops now steps up for more, but Bootsman's not suppressing the angle. Goat playing with two, and they're on the clip. Lord is down, Coops now under pressure, and they are melting underneath it. Thunder Talk, they do finally fall, but it's only one player. It's all up to Coops, and he's dropped down. Coops has fallen off. I mean, for Enigma Galaxy, it felt like they just crumbled like a stale biscuit underneath. Go tough. Moxie looking down towards Coops. He's the final player left alive, and Go is going to be able to get up to the 3-man. Where was Lord? Where was Ralph's?
जोन को देगा वो किल
On that
पता था
western
जोन को
side.
देगा किल
Coops goes down to the zone.
सही किया उसने पता है
Goodness me.
जोन को देके किल सही किया उसने
Go get themselves the win.
मुझे लग ही रहा था गोल जीतेगी ये मैच
Moxie hits them with the Riz here in Paris. They are able.
मेरी चैट पढ़ रहे हो लेकिन स्ट्रीम पर जवाब नहीं दे रहे क्या हो गया अरे क्या जवाब दे दिया बताओ भाई
Galaxy just got in their own head.
Yeah, I don't. I feel like pushing Ulf wasn't a necessity though. I feel like the biggest threat came from GOAT that game. That's where you should have been looking. That's where you should have been watching. As soon as you start seeing the smoke train being unleashed, be like, guys, you've got to come back.
बट भाई जो वो सिटिंग था वो क्या सर्वाइव किया ना अपनी अपनी टीम के लिए पूरा लास्ट तक गए वो यार #3 में मरा है वो बढ़िया सर्वाइव किया वो बंदे ने खतरनाक रैंक पुश कर दी उसने भाई
Really unfortunate, really unfortunate. But that western side between Satan and Ralph, there wasn't a lot of pushback over towards those players.
No. I mean, I'm also slightly intrigued as to the reasoning for Lord's drop down there and towards the end as well, because I mean, you have, unless he just lost his footing, right? This is after that had all happened and he climbed back up, but it felt like he needed to be on that cliffside in order to help with those off angles, to stop Goat running through, because they were moving tree to tree, completely out in the open. Coops had complete broadside, and they were only able to find one.
Again, we can't take away from the fact that it was a pretty incredible rotation from Enigma Galaxy early on the game. I was very excited to see them win that. I'm glad
that Goat took the opportunity when they did, because again, that's the whole part of the game is that during that push up there, Goat's got to do something. We pan back, they're setting the
really nice stuff, and then they pull the trigger on it. Foopsman plays off the back of the building top. Lovely stuff, really, really good stuff. Anyway, Enigma Galaxy get themselves second place, but it's Goat who takes it all. Let's head back over to 7.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to PMWC at EWC 26. My name is the 7WG, and I'm joined by none other than one of the GOATs. The GOATs of PUBG Mobile Esports, Scout. Scout, how are you enjoying Paris so far?
It's lovely, to be honest. I think it's my second time here. and I'm pretty much loving it. Again, watching PUBG Mobile esports at international stage, nothing gets better than this.
Does this make you want to come back? Because I know you're currently wanting to, right?
Yeah, 100%. Would love to be back on the stage competing.
Hey, maybe next year we'll see you playing here. That'll be amazing to see. How are you enjoying so far what you're seeing out of PUBG Mobile esports? How it has progressed through the years as well?
I think the new players are pretty skilled, and they have pushed the skill ceiling so high that we, being the veterans, we need to catch up with them.
सी भाई आप बहुत घमंडी हो यार, रिप्लाई भी नहीं करते हो यार। उमेर भाई मेरे को ये बताओ, इतने लोग हैं, हो जाता है कि भाई आपका मैसेज मैंने नहीं पढ़ा। बताओ क्या बात है। शैलेंद्र भाई होम टूर करेंगे यार, कभी करेंगे, बिल्कुल करेंगे।
So it's a good experience for them, and I think looking at the team right now, they're taking fights.
आप बहुत अच्छा खेलते हैं,
so yeah, hope for a positive result out there.
I'm gonna put you on the spot real
Scout
quick.
भी आया भाई
Who
support
is
करने।
the GOAT of PUBG Mobile esports?
Come on, I think everyone would agree with me. That's Paraboy. There's no second thought.
All right. Let us know on the social media using the hashtag EWC and hashtag PUBG Mobile what you guys think, because I would have to agree with you as well. And you're one of my goats, brother. I'm so glad I had to do this with you. Any words that you got for your fans?
I'm glad you guys supported me all through my journey, and thank you so much for showing me so much love and support. And we'll be back on the international circuit for sure.
Shukriya, bye. Shukriya. Back to y'all.
से बाबू पीछे देखो, क्या है पीछे भाई, बताओ पीछे क्या है, इतनी देर से बोल रहे हो। भाई हल्द्वानी बुला रहा है आपको, आऊंगा यार, हल्द्वानी आऊंगा भाई।
बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट पॉइंट बन जाता है, जैसे इससे पहले ओशन भी कह रहे थे कि मल्टीपल वो जो
पीछे तो देखो क्या हुआ है, पीछे क्या है भाई, कुछ भी तो नहीं है पीछे। क्या बकचोदी कर रहे हो मेरे साथ, क्या है पीछे, बताओ क्या है पीछे, देख लिया, बोलो।
मैच पे जाने से पहले बात ही हम कमबैक्स की कर रहे थे, और दो टीम्स ने काफी बेहतरीन तरीके से इस रैंगल के मैप के ऊपर
कमबैक रहा है फिर। हां बच्चों तुम करो, मैं चिल्ला भी ना, सही है।
स्वागत है PMWC 2026 के इस हिंदी ब्रॉडकास्ट के अंदर। मेजी, ओशन अब हमारे साथ जुड़ चुके। मेजी, आपसे पहले मैं बातचीत शुरू करना चाहूंगा। गोट टीम निग्मा गैलेक्सी, शुरुआती जो 3 गेम्स थे, शुरुआती 2 मैचेस इनफैक्ट वो ज्यादा अच्छे नहीं गए थे। गेम नंबर 3 के अंदर अच्छा परफॉर्म किया, लेकिन रावण काफी इमोशनल हो गए थे निग्मा गैलेक्सी के वो एंड गेम के परफॉर्मेंस से। 7 पॉइंट्स हम भी याद रखेंगे क्या?
जी हाँ बिल्कुल, और राउंड भी तो याद रखने ही वाले, उन्होंने तो खैर कह ही दिया है। पर मैं शुरू करूंगा निग्मा गैलेक्सी से, क्योंकि उन्होंने आज के दिन की शुरुआत 0 पॉइंट से करी थी। रोंडो में एक भी पॉइंट उनको नहीं मिला, वो रिकॉल तक का यूज नहीं कर पाए थे, और उसके बाद बैक टू बैक 2 उनके आप मैचेस देखे जो इसके पहले वाला रैंक था, वहां पर भी टॉप 5 आए थे इस रैंक के मैदान में। अगेन वो दूसरे पायदान पर आए, फिनिशेस की कोई कमी नहीं है, और ये जो कमबैक होता है ना, जहां आप लेकर जाते हैं उसके बाद आपको पॉइंट्स निकालने होते हैं, वो बहुत कठिन होता है।
पूरे फुल टूर्नामेंट का अगर दूसरे तो उसमें मैं अभी कुछ कह नहीं सकता, क्योंकि भाई अभी
मुश्किल कहीं से भी नहीं हुई। और जैसे आपने दूसरी टीम की बात करी है, गोट टीम की, अभी रिसेंट थोड़े बहुत इंसिडेंट्स उनके साथ भी हुए, जहां पर 2 प्लेयर उनके पेरिस तक नहीं पहुंच पाए। एंड मूवमेंट पर उन्होंने 2 नए प्लेयर्स को ऐड किया है।
भाई एक दिन तुम्हें देखा था,
2 नए प्लेयर के ऐड होने के बाद अगर आप चिकन डिनर निकाल कर जाते हैं और आपके पास फिनिशेस भी आते हैं, तो वो दर्शाता है कि आप हर एक चुनौती के लिए तैयार हैं। और जब भी हमारी ऑडियंस पूछती है कि भाई इंडियन टीम्स और इंटरनेशनल टीम्स में क्या डिफरेंस है, यही वो डिफरेंस है कि एंड मोमेंट पर 2 प्लेयर आपने चेंज किए, फिर भी आपने इतना शानदार खेला।
बिल्कुल, जैसा आपने कहा कि प्लेयर्स चेंज किए, लेकिन अडेप्ट इन्होंने काफी ज्यादा क्विकली किया था। और इन गेम भी ओशन अगर हम बात करें, ऐसा लग रहा था निग्मा गैलेक्सी के लिए सेफ रहेगा ये चिकन डिनर निकाल पाना, बट इस समय हम उनको देख सकते हैं 12 अंकों के साथ दूसरे मैदान पर। गोट टीम टोटल 16 पॉइंट्स निकालने में कामयाब रही इस मैच से।
#8 है और इनका
डिस्कशन करी, 10 पॉइंट उनके पास और उनके पीछे
5 आने के लिए इनको चाहिए।
लेकिन अगर आप 9 to 16 देख रहे हैं ना, तो यहाँ पर वो नाम है जो या तो टॉप पोजीशंस के आसपास थे, या वो नाम है जो टॉप 5 में घुसने की कोशिश कर रहे थे। फ्यूरिया को हम यहाँ देख रहे हैं, हम कंटेंडर्स की बात कर रहे हैं, एंड दिस इज अ स्विच अप जो पिछला एरंगल वर्सेस इस एरंगल में हुआ है। एरांगल को हर कोई बोलता है कि आप बेसिक से खेले, लेकिन आपके मोमेंटम के अंदर भी कितना बड़ा चेंज एक ऐसा मैप लेकर के आ सकता है, वो हम देख पा रहे हैं। सेम मेंटालिटी, सेम एग्रेशन, बट चीजें एकदम से बदल जाती है। तो अगला एरांगल जो कि आखिरी होगा, वो भी बहुत सरप्राइजेस ला सकता है।
आई थिंक सरप्राइजेस तो हमको एरांगल्स के ऊपर देखने को ही मिलेंगे, बिकॉज़ इस गेम के अंदर भी किसी ने एक्सपेक्ट नहीं किया था कि निग्मा गैलेक्सी इतना ज्यादा स्ट्रांग परफॉर्म करेगी। गोट टीम उनके अगेंस्ट एंड गेम में रहेगी, और इनफैक्ट एंड गेम पे जब हम बात कर रहे हैं, एक टीम जो प्रेज डिजर्व करती है, अग्रेशन नहीं था बट सर्वाइवल भी पॉइंट्स दिलाता है। मेजी, थंडर टॉक, स्टिंग जो थे वो काफी देर तक के नीचे बैठे हो
जहाँ बिल्कुल, और 5 जो प्लेसमेंट पॉइंट है वो सच में बहुत जरूरी थे उस टीम के लिए, क्योंकि इसके पहले तो एक सिंगल पॉइंट उनके पास था, वो भी प्लेसमेंट पॉइंट ही था, और यहाँ पर भी वो 5 प्लेसमेंट पॉइंट लेकर गए। अब देखना ये कि फिनिशेस उन्होंने टोटल कितने निकाले।
जी, फिनिशेस पे तो आई थिंक हमारी नजर रहेगी। ओवरऑल लीडर बोर्ड जब हमारे सामने आएगा तब उसके ऊपर नजर डालेंगे। लेकिन जैसा हम बात कर रहे थे, हमारे कास्टर्स का जो रिएक्शन था इस मैच के एंडिंग मोमेंट्स में, वो काफी ज्यादा लुभावदायक था।
पता नहीं यार
किस तरह से मैच रहा।
इधर एक बहुत ही अच्छा फिनिश पॉइंट निकालने में कामयाब।
पूरा सीधा एक स्प्रे करते हुए देखने के लिए मिले, और टीम अरोरा उनके जो रोटेशन थे उसको तो काटे ही गए, और बहुत ही इंपॉर्टेंट 2 पॉइंट्स भी अपने नाम निकालने में कामयाब रहे। ठीक है, इंफॉर्मेशन गोट टीम के पास था कि एक और कोई टीम से जो खिलाड़ी थे वो मौजूद थे, बट अभी के लिए तो सिर्फ 2 ही टीम बाकी है, और उस प्ले जोन के बाहर जाके वो खुद खत्म हो गए, क्योंकि उनको और गोट टीम वो इस मुकाबले के अंदर लेके गए चिकन डिनर, और वो 10।
चलो अगला मैच स्टार्ट होने वाला है।
Get the job done.
Yeah, I mean, it was just a really good execution overall from GOAT. They were getting pincered at some point between Aurora and also the side of Nigma Galaxy. They're like, you know what? We don't want to take the fight. We're just going to get out of this game, and eventually we're going to come out with the numbers to just overwhelm the competition. And eventually, Nigma Galaxy couldn't do anything right. They get pushed over the cliff, down in the waters. Like, you can't do anything about it. I thought genuinely that was going to be a Nigma Galaxy win, but it was stolen away by GOAT team in an absolute flashy fashion.
As much as we're giving props there to GOAT, we got to give props to Nigma Galaxy. Once again, a great bounce back from what we saw in Rondo. And the synergy that we have seen out of this squad, Max, that's what we're going to be talking about, because when they were going up against Ulf, it was none other than and Lord just working wonderful together.
Beautiful. I mean, especially, of course, as you say, the highlight is Coops and Lord pushing up on those 2 players of Ulf, getting those nades, while one player's trying to get in CQC range. They do beat out Ulf in that fight. Execution-wise, 10 out of 10. But also keeping 2 players in the backside, Niptura, making sure that GOAT team can't third party you. Getting involved in that discussion was literally the play that kept them relevant until the very end of that game. If they don't do that 2-2 split and fully come out to Ulf, I think they instantly lose that fight.
No, I agree. I think it was very well played on those cliff sides. I think Nigma are a team that do that a lot. On those cliffs, so they definitely have a lot of practice with that. But you are really able to see how much that practice has been influencing them and making sure they're able to actually win those fights, win those games. So second place, I mean, it should have been a win in my opinion. It should have been a win. But second place is going to be really good, especially after the day they've had.
They just wanted to join sitting in the water. You told them. It's really nice.
सभी अच्छा खेलते हैं यार, जो भी टूर्नामेंट में यहाँ खेल रहे हैं सब अच्छे ही तो खेलते हैं।
I mean, Sitting was there for so long too. That man was sitting under a rock.
बताओगे फेस पे क्या लगाते हो? कुछ नहीं यार।
But for some of the other squad that has been kind of quiet, but they have been consistent today, is none other than Ulf. Ulf has been able to put up some great numbers today. 6th place, 3 eliminations. You might think that's actually not that great, 7. But slow down. Let me actually finish what I was going to talk about. Because they ended up with a 3rd place, 7 eliminations, 4th place, 5 eliminations. So not a super pop-off performance out of this squad, but they are putting up the numbers and they are being consistent.
That's exactly what we want to see from the group stage. You know, you don't want to see a team go all out in day one.
कुछ नहीं करता यार, स्टैनी भाई।
A lot of teams do this. Aurora do this. 4 Thrives do this. We need to see teams stagger what they're doing, get that strategy, you know, bit by bit, day by day, add a little bit more as the competition gets more fierce.
But team India की है क्या? नहीं नहीं, India की OG है इसमें।
A few consistent points.
I'm a little bit annoyed at Ulf usually at the start of tournaments, especially during.
Also guys, like subscribe कर दो यार जिसने अभी तक नहीं किया है।
Every once in a while, they kind of did it this game, right, Niptura, with enough Angolf gaming stars behind them coming in outside of Lipovka. I feel like if they don't lose those 2 players, maybe we'd be looking at an Ulf win here. But they are a slow starting team, so the fact that they still get decent points here, actually 7 at this early on in the tournament, literally day 1 of PMWC, I'm not that annoyed, and I feel like they're still going to keep improving day after day going into this event.
That's the scary part with the team of Ulf, because we know that they can usually end
up भाई थैंक यू फॉर हाइडिंग यार गाइस आप लोगों के पास भी अगर ज्वेल्स हैं तो आप लोग सेंड कर सकते हो
whether it's survival or whether it's
straight to the
finals,
जैसे भी आप भेज दो यार
end up here in Group A. Another team that has been able to be consistent.
गोड लाइक का टीम के नेम क्या है भाई? गोड लाइक टीम का नाम गोड लाइक ही होगा ना,
has been able to put up
तो
those
खेलेंगे
numbers,
गोड लाइक, आज नहीं
Max. It's a
खेलेंगे।
team that it's usually a bit of hit and miss, right? For that squad, we can either see a pop-up performance and just absolutely destroying the lobby, or just at the bottom. Right now, we're seeing a different Aurora that we actually haven't seen before.
It's working out. It's not the confident Aurora that's got like 4 players just steamrolling the entire lobby. So you know what? People are going to say I keep hating on Aurora, and I like the players, right? But
fairly so sometimes.
She's just posing on me.
Your side here, SMH.
Yeah, I think that they can do a lot more going into these games. I feel like they are able to capitalize on positions because teams do slight mistakes, or maybe not as aggressive as they should be. I have
L Gaming, thank you for star. Sahu bhai, thank you for samosa.
yet to see the Aurora that I know can
समोसे ही खा
win
लेता हूँ भाई।
championships, but it's still day one, so there's still a lot of
इंडिया से गोल्ड लाइक और ओजी की
Aurora
टीम है ना,
have
हाँ
so much more to offer.
ये दोनों
They're
टीम
currently
है।
putting up good numbers in regards to eliminations too, even though it's not a pop-off performance. 5 elims, nothing to be mad about.
I mean, exactly. This is what I was saying earlier as well. This is the kind of thing you
Have
want
you
to
ever
see.
met
Personally, I
Gamer
want to see
Fleet?
from
Yes.
a day one Group A, something like that, right? That's what I want to see. Is a team going? We just want to put 5, 6, 7 consistent points per game. That's all you need for group stage. You've got a very small threshold to get going in, so that's exactly what I want to see from them.
That's what I want to see out of them as well. One team that I want to see them step it up here on the second half is going to be none other than Fourth Rise. They have slowed down since the first match. A big slowdown for that squad.
नहीं,
They
बड़ा
do
पाव
have
खिलाओ
the
भाई
best
लोग।
loyal gamers, or as I like to call them, the BLG squad. So we would like to see them being able to step it up. But I know Kalaris has been running around and getting some interviews with the coaches.
Hi, Kalaris here on day number 1 for half-time. I'm with Feitan here from GK, who got themselves that win on game number 1. So, first and foremost, let's talk about game number 1 and how you guys looked at the game, what your threats were. I thought you were looking fantastic on that high ground in the north. What's it from your perspective?
Yeah, so for the first game, literally like we changed the way how we play Rondo since like the last two.
सुमित भाई थैंक यू फॉर जैमिन यार, क्या बात है। इंडिया से कौन सी टीम खेल रही है इनमें? इस वाले मैच में तो भाई ओजी खेलेगी अभी।
We wanted like to play more for the position and control like a good position, and this is what we did, and at the end we got the result that we want.
Were you concerned about Fourth Thrives at all from the west side? Because they could have maybe tried to go north, but they decided not to in the end. Were you concerned?
Yes, but I was listening to the communication of the team, and I understand that the team was calculating the risk and the priority every time, so they keep switching like the split, depend the risk. So whenever like we see that 40 are trying like to be aggressive on us, we change to one team. And whenever we see that they are going back, we go to our north side.
I love it. Awesome insight, awesome insight. So 3 games down so far here today. What's your overall outlook for how it's gone here for GK?
For us, as I told you before, like we have like different play styles. So in the second game, if you notice, we changed our play style since like the first game in Rondo, because in Rondo we tried more to control in the edge on something, and in the second game we did some mistakes that we need like to improve for the first for the next like 3 games. And I think like now we understand how we need like to play the last 3 games, because the idea of the meta of the lobby is more like clear for us right now.
Thank you very much, Feitan, for joining me here. Good luck in the next 3 games.
भाई आप नहीं खेल रहे हो? नहीं यार, आज होस्ट पार्टी कर रहे हैं ब्रो।
The first 3 matches of the group of death are now in the books. Now to reach that second half. I'm Hot Jukes, and next to me I got my man Jackie. Hey, big shout out to, of course, John and Blank leading the charge there in the first 3 matches. But you know what? It's our turn to take over the mic.
Yeah, they've let us in. We've got upstairs. We've got in position. We got the overlook of the stage, the exciting arena, the plays that have been made already to get us hyped up, Jukes. And honestly, I think the best is yet to come for day 1.
Let's get it going. We are here in Paris, France. I love to say that the love is in the air.
Oh, yeah.
But while we were walking backstage, I didn't feel very much love, I'll tell you that right now, because these guys are intense. I can hear the players talking to the coaches, figuring out what did we do wrong, how are we going to correct
क्या
it.
करूं, पैसे नहीं है तो फैन की इज्जत नहीं मिल
of the day.
Yeah, man, it's going to be intense out there, Jukes, and you're absolutely spot on. It feels like you could cut the tension with a knife as we navigated over to the casting over the perch that we're set up on. And it's a good spot to be. We'll give you the lay of the land of the competition as things go down here, and we'll be switching it up on you with our remaining games. But like we said, Game 4 is starting to kick off.
Here we go. We can see a beautiful southern plain path
BGMI खेलते हुए PUBG BGMI खेलता हूँ यार मैं.
These teams are going to be going to a lot of their normal drop locations. We got RQ heading out the plane immediately. We know where exactly we're going to see a squad like Aurora head to right there towards Sosnovka military base. But this is a really crucial game right here.
चलो भाई मैच हो गया start.
You guys can see them on the left. You got Aurora in second place with 30 points. KRX leading it with 32.
भाई thank you for 200 jewels मेरे भाई. Guys आप लोग भी jewels हैं तो भेजो यार. दबा के भेजो jewels.
I do it every year, bro. I don't know how. I always get that feeling.
पैक के बारे में क्या रहा है भाई? देखो अभी जो ये टूर्नामेंट चल रहा है इसमें हमारी इंडिया की टीम्स गई हैं, गोल्ड लाइट एंड ओजी. तो अभी इनको सपोर्ट करो यार. जो टीम नहीं है भाई उनको उनके बारे में मत सोचो. ये देखो कि भाई हमारी इंडिया की टीम है, उनको सपोर्ट करो.
Here we go. And yeah, that last match was so interesting.
Brag bhai, thank you for chai toast, Jamin.
Forget that. Let's talk about this because
another chai toast. क्या बात है? क्या बात है Brag bhai?
And X-Force rejects are
RGT मारेगा इसको ये.
Oh, he misses it. Can he do something with
चाकू. अरे चाकू. अरे भाई स्टार्टिंग में ही मैं अबे बुरा लगा भाई GSPR के लिए बुरा लगा.
Coming in swiftly, sprinting by. Nice couple quick shots, get it dealt with, and already we're into a bit of action then on the drops.
Bixi भाई Discord पर है क्या कोई? अभी नहीं है.
Down early here. Really interesting. So it looks like, you know, X-Force rejects are going to lose a player as well. So a good, solid trade here. But guys, make sure you join that Naruto event. Get some of those insane skins. If you haven't already, I'm telling you, the best.
He's not getting points. Why? अरे ऐसा नहीं है bro. अभी बचे हैं ना 3 मैचेस बचे हैं. अभी इसके बाद 2 मैचेस और हैं मीरा मार के.
It was tricky. Kind of reminiscent of what we saw there with the Naruto run with the blade.
Yeah.
They've been playing the event. Yeah, they're fired up for it. We'll see if we get too much action out of this as well. Close proximity from two squads that have been on the tips of our tongues over the course of the day. We had that beautiful interview from Kalaris there, speaking to Geek, getting the insights. Obviously, that's going to be GOAT team, fresh off the back of their prior chicken dinner in the last game.
पूरी level 3 वगैरह की लूट हो गई
scrap early on.
सही हो गया इनका तो भाई. अबे MG मिल गए रे उसको.
Yes, that is true. You can see GOAT team starting to move up there. You got Killer Joe trying to find some sightlines.
भाई फिर अपनी लाइफ स्ट्रीम में बोल रहा है. अरे बोलने दो यार भाई, बोलने दो यार. इग्नोर करो भाई.
If he does, GOAT team can definitely realize that this player is isolated. Let's full send and get that easy elimination. So yeah, Ragnarok gonna have to play this.
वो लोग बोलते इसलिए हैं कि ताकि तुम लोग और समझ रहे हो, उनको बोलो, कमेंट करो, उनका रीच बढ़ेगा. समझ रहे हो, इन लोग जो लोगों को अपने काम से नहीं मिलती रीच वो यही सब करते हैं.
On the upstairs floor.
जो अच्छा कर रहा होगा उनको उल्टा बोलेंगे.
On point, Ragnarok burning as the flames start.
क्योंकि उनको पता है कि भाई वो उतना अच्छा नहीं कर रहे.
Window Jukes, can he get a drop on them to reposition? Tucks in, hits the prone.
He's got to run for his life at this point. Yeah, I mean, they heard that footstep, they threw that Molotov, and Ragnarok was on fire. Instant smoke
Ragnarok
there.
फंसा हुआ है गंदे वाला.
Hopefully his teammates are going to be able to get some sight lines on this and give him some support fire. But it's the Fuchs man with that off angle, making it so difficult to try and help Ragnarok.
होना तो ये मार सकते हैं उसको easy.
It's a good early pre-fire as well from Killer Joe, at least getting the fear into him. That's a response though. You speak of Fuchs, and this time he's been deflated early.
Yeah, I think that with Fuchs going out here, GOAT, you gotta just disengage. Yeah, just take off. You know, you lost a player. Now you're at a big disadvantage. EK are gonna look to punish this though. They are on the move.
Bad boy coming in swift. That's another knock as Force falls. Moxie just looking to get away and be the sole survivor. Like you said though, Jukes, this is worst case scenario. It's not only one player gone, it's effectively the whole squad bar the solo of Moxie if he's given the benefit of survival here.
Yeah,
I mean,
starting में सारी टीम
ने
पड़ गई.
I mean, his whole team done and dusted just like
पिछले मैच में इन्होंने भी चिकन निकाला था ना. गोट ने तो निकाला था चिकन पिछला मैच ना.
Nice chicken dinner and then go into a rough
यही था शायद पिछला मैच जिन्होंने चिकन निकाला भाई. इस बार तो इनके साथ बुरा हो गया भाई.
But that just goes to show, right? Just one mistake can instantly just be a domino effect to you going back to the lobby.
Yeah, we're in constant flux today as well. Things are going to be changing, right? Day one, start to get the jitters out of the way for some of the squads, and especially for a team like GOAT, historically, it's felt like they played much slower on those early games. They don't like to force fights if they can avoid it till late mid-game circles. So obviously running into an uncomfortable team to start there, Could they have got that pick on Ragnarok and Bill? Maybe, but that's not the timeline we're living in.
Yeah. Hey, great disengage from Ragnarok though, right? I mean, he got volleyed, he immediately put himself in a good position to get supported, and it was really that anchor, right, Foops? Like, if he was able to get a knock there, it would have went the entire other direction. But, hey, hindsight is 20/20. Right now we got Aurora on the move with 30 points in second place, trying to get into that northern side. This is a tough circle considering that it could still hard shift on over to military, but I think if you're Aurora, you definitely want to put yourself in a good position just in case.
Any vlog coming? Abhi to nahi aa raha hai.
Cut over there to the Moxie POV behind the wheel, just trying to keep his individual life going. Meanwhile, you can see some of the establishment of our other squads, like you say, Aurora on the move, getting themselves back down into a position to build on this one. There's your Ulf cameo as well, monster truck in the back.
चाय वाय पिलाओ यार गाइस, थोड़ा भेजो यार चाय टोस्ट समोसा कुछ तो भेजो.
Already taking that beautiful bridge position, so they're going to be the anchor beings here for this one. If that zone goes south, they'll have a great position for it. I like this. I like what I saw from Aurora there. They went.
इसमें अपनी टीम पीछे क्यों है? देखो पीछे नहीं है टीम अपनी. हमारी टीम ना पीछे ना आगे, हमारी टीम के बीच में. और बात ऐसी है ना कि वो लोग इंटरनेशनल लॉबी रेगुलर नहीं खेलते हैं, उनको नहीं पता बाकी लोगों का कैसा प्ले स्टाइल है, समझ रहे हो? और थोड़ा सा उनको टाइम लगता है समझने में कि बाकी लोग कैसा खेल रहे हैं. लास्ट के मैचेस में हो जाएगा, डोंट वरी. भरोसा रखो यार अपनी टीम पे, शक मत करो. और अगर वो कुछ अगर नहीं भी हुआ तो कोई बात नहीं भाई, नेक्स्ट टाइम कर लेंगे. डोंट वरी यार, बस सपोर्ट दिखाओ, भरोसा रखो अपने बंदों पे. क्योंकि पता है, मैं तुम्हें बता रहा हूँ, मैं ई स्पोर्ट्स खेला हूँ, पता है एक प्लेयर पे इतना प्रेशर होता है ना ऑलरेडी, और जब उसकी ऑडियंस उस पर भरोसा नहीं रखती है, शक करती है, या फिर अगर मान लो अच्छा परफॉर्म नहीं करा तो उसको जब कहती है ना कि अभी तू कुछ नहीं कर पाया, ये नहीं कर पाया, वो प्रेशर into 100 हो जाता है. नेक्स्ट टाइम जब वो प्लेयर खेलने जाएगा ना, वो सोचेगा कि यार लास्ट टाइम मैं अच्छा नहीं कर पाया था, तो मेरे ही बंदों ने मुझे ऐसा सुनाया. तो फिर क्या होता है भाई, आदमी नहीं खेल पाता यार, अपना 100% नहीं दे पाता. ये चीज है कि भाई सपोर्ट भी करो, और अगर बंदा नहीं भी कर पाया तो कोई बात नहीं यार, गेम को गेम की तरह लो. क्योंकि एट द एंड तुम अगर उनको कुछ बोलोगे कि भाई तू कर नहीं पाया, ये वो अच्छा नहीं खेला तू, तो वो लोग नहीं दे पाएंगे अपना 100%. उन पे और प्रेशर हो जाता है.
Put some shots down range, just saying, hey, stay away. You know, we'll fight a little bit later as we get into those later stages. But this position has been taken. Next zone does pop, and it goes dead center. All right, so military definitely out of play at this point. We are going to go to that northern island. You can see Aurora down south. Going to have to make that bridge cross. And on the other bridge, we got.
जहाँ तक भी कि मैं देख पा रहा हूँ ना भाई, ओजी जो है अपनी टीम उस जोन में बड़ा अच्छा पॉप है, पता है, बहुत प्यारा पॉप है जोन में. बस लास्ट मैच में थोड़ा चोक हो गया जोन में.
Delayed rotation over the bridge could get a bit messy as this develops.
Now teams just trying to put themselves into a solid position. Wolf are going to be looking for one here. A lot of open fields in this northern spot. Maybe they're going to be hoping that for a northern shift. But right now,
बहुत खेलना पड़ता है भाई e-sports के लिए ना. दिन में मैं जब खेलता था, मैं दिन में 8-8 10-10 घंटा खेलता था. अभी नहीं मिलता यार उतना टाइम, और मन भी नहीं करता है खेलने का उतना.
And we'll see just how this decides to play out in the next couple minutes.
Yeah, see if Fowler can run it straight back as well with the incredible
e-sports में कार स्किन नहीं होती, क्या होती है.
Been absolutely out there hulking out, mate. Some of the connections he's had have been brutal scenes. So Falak, will it be happening once again? Read from the distance. He's got an idea of the two squads that are in close proximity here. Put a bit of fear over towards Fury. Doesn't overcommit. Got the backup coming in now as well.
Yeah, here they go. Just everybody just playing some pop shots over, playing a little game of keep away. And fourth rise are going to have, I'd say, the best position in this circle so far. Let's see where the next zone goes. And yeah, Falak just putting some shots onto those vehicles. Going to make it very difficult for a team like Thundertalk to rotate away from this. And I'm surprised we're seeing Thundertalk take that little...
Open में फंस गए वे TTG के बंदे.
Yeah, they just got busted out on rotate. That's tough.
Might work out all right for the delay rotation there for Geek as well with the setup. Hovercraft in the distance, jet ski up. Hey, that's a summer camp play.
There you go. He's going to be headed straight to that hovercraft. Yeah, there you go. Yeah, I guess Geek just abandoned that bridge play. They're like, you know what? Let's just try to cross the water here, and a hovercraft's definitely going to help do that. Meanwhile, Aurora is going to hold on to this bridge, so they're going to be just edging through that circle little by little. Did see a little bit of action, though, in that elimination view. I believe that was Orangutan getting some shots downrange.
Even with the hovercraft in play here, it's the back line over towards the bridge side. Instantly, visually confirmed by Aurora. They won't play their card yet, though, trying to capture. If you do, go for the wrap over. Uh-oh. Bit of a stagger there, Duke. Start to dump the magazines off the back of it.
Dude, this just goes to show you the level these guys are playing at. Just the tiniest mistake, just punish. You know, still has that hovercraft there, but a lot of damage went into it. That's pretty much the meta at this point. Like, you see a hovercraft, shoot hovercraft. Just try to take it out as soon as possible. Uh-oh. AGAL playing it very close here to Fourth Rise. Fourth Rise are going to go ahead and give up the hillside and take the buildings just off that hill. But now, yeah, AGAL going to hold this spot for now, and Aurora are pushing up on that bridge little by little.
Look at that awkward setup on the bridge as well with the hovercraft.
Makes
Nocka there, a bit looted on by the base. That is where Moxie was last spotted as well. This could be a free pick onto him.
OG 1 kill. अरे कोई दिक्कत नहीं है. अभी देखो 4 के 4 बंदे जिंदा हैं. सबसे बड़ी बात है सरवाइव करना.
And like you say,
तो हो जाएंगे लास्ट क्लास में.
complete their rotate
किल के चक्कर में अगर एक भी प्लेयर निपटा तो लास्ट में टीम कमजोर पड़ जाती है. समझ रहे हो?
Split from them thus far. And Furia still
just
listening out. With 4 fries, just providing a bit of respect from their setup. It's been good damage done, disarming some of the vehicles as well to make any escape plays far harder, Jukes. So strategic, if quiet, from them.
DC पे आऊँगा मैं भी Bixi भाई, ओपे एक भाई कदम भाई के DC पे बैठे हैं सब लोग.
5 points on the board, just get a good set position and just reach that end game. So they're hunkered down in the main coverage of these buildings, but those buildings are a little bit weak to that hillside. But for now, nobody's going to be making that push, because if you do, that's instant third-party city. So good decision for these teams just to kind of just wait things out, right? Let's just kind of move little by little, inch by inch, and then let the zone decide when this fight's going to start.
And we love to party as much as the next person. Third party, just don't hit the same, does it?
It does not. It does not. 2's a party, 3's a crowd. And right now you're going to see Aaron get shot out of the vehicle there. Nice shot.
अरे नाइन यार
आतंकी फिनिश हो गया लेकिन
Yeah, the Biffin gang
बहुत बढ़िया नॉक दे दिया यार आरू ने दो अरे अरे नहीं 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 रे
lets it rip and that's the first knock back over. Looking to reset from this as well. 2 knocks on the side of Ulf. They got space and limited cover with the vehicles.
एक ओपी फटेगा भाई थोड़ा दूर जा.
For the reply though, and it is getting a bit uncomfortable. Jukes.
निकल जाओ. ओपन में ना यहाँ थोड़ा गलत कर दिया ना.
With the third party punishing it. I think
होता ही है ओपन में फाइट में होगी भाई थर्ड पार्टी. नॉक देके थोड़ा सा दूर जाके फिनिश करना था. वहाँ गोल घुमाई ना जो गाड़ी.
This is what I'm talking about. You try to take that fight a little too early, and you're gonna get punished as Ragnarok gets naded. And Aurora
कोई नहीं यार कोई नहीं वहाँ ना बस नॉक देके निकलना था थोड़ा दूर से फिनिश कर लेते थे
well cooking this one. Let's see if the shrapnel will be able to blow him away.
What?
Wow, how on earth has he been able to prevent damage from that divine intervention but still slain with the same result at the end? So Aurora taking away space, locking down their safe area for now. Meanwhile, GOAT lose their last representative as Moxie is out.
Next zone just pop, and it does head on over to that northeast side, and it is hitting the edge of that circle there. So pretty big hardship, especially for a team like RRQ that was sitting over there in Ferry Pier. They're going to have a tough one moving into this next zone. KRX are going to have to do the same. We'll see how things start to play out. Those squads that are holding a great position so far, you got 4 Thrives sitting pretty. Pretty much everybody else is going to have to move on in as Maniac gets knocked to Alula.
Yeah, Maniac not dancing on this one. No smooth moves on the dance floor as Alula start to build off the back of it and see if there's anyone else they need to remove from the equation as they do flush through onto him.
I love from Pakistan. High tech, bhai. Thank you so much.
The elimination feed light up. Enigma Galaxy
put
in some work here. 5 eliminations to start things off. The most in this lobby so far. So they're cranking up the heat, getting some points on the board. Definitely needed. Claws has eyes on Satan though, and Satan, woo! Hitting that U-turn real quick.
Handbrake on that one, Jukes. He's burnt the clutch, but the damage is still being done, and Yusuf was tucked into the back for so long. Let's forget about him.
Wow.
Remember the name, headshot in the back. That's another one down.
That's how you do it there. Yusuf in the blue zone. He knows he's probably going to go out here, but is able to get 2 clutch points, especially if he gets this confirmation onto Claws. And they need all the points they can get. Nice shots with that score. And unfortunately getting taken out there by Quick.
It was swift as well. Lives up to the name on the response from the org as he hits there. Claws off the back of being downed, eats it from the blue coming in as well. From a good start, it starts to unfold. Meanwhile, back over on a different POV, we can see Aurora continuing on their warpath. Drops down right now. Need someone to play medic, but the backup is on rotation. Trying to cut their losses as well and get out of there. There's limited cover with the shed. You can tuck in at least. But this looks brutal, Jukes.
Yeah, his Jet Boss barely made it to that shack there. Marauder was on fire. Yol is going to go ahead and
can OG do comeback? Kar sakti hai bro, kar sakti hai OG
Aurora pushing up from military, working their way little by little. They got
gold like kahan hai? Gold like ka
honestly honestly where they work on their best. With the blue zone to their back, gun skill.
RRQ का आखिरी बंदा बचा है और 0 किल है. बस ये पॉइंट निकाल लिया अगर RRQ ने तो फिर OG एक नंबर और पीछे हो जाएगी भाई.
Oh, they just have that one vehicle. Good for them. Okay, great. So they at least saved one. And they're going to have to use it because this zone is starting to close. 20 seconds left on the clock. Things are going to definitely heat up here in this next circle.
Start sprinkling in those spices. It was KRX just off to the left side as well. And it seems like Aurora, their eyes have lit up as they do get visual onto them. Few shots back over. See if they can equalize the situation here, Jukes, and begin to build. Aurora going down as well. Zone shifting upwards. We can see where things are going to go from here. Aurora may have to fight for survival up against KRX.
Well, let's get it. Let's see what KRX could do. They are right next to Aurora when it comes to leaderboard. So this is a pretty huge fight here. Aurora with 6 eliminations, KRX with 2 so far. Only 2 points separating the two on the leaderboards. And the blue zone is so far away from them. So this is a fight they just have to make happen. KRX getting in the vehicles. Are they going to push this? And it looks like they are. Vinny trying to find some angles here. Ziol up close to Personal's got to hit the shots with the shotgun. Gets one. KRX gets the better of Aurora.
The lights have gone out for Aurora on that one as they are silenced by the attack from KRX. Even with the quick reaction with the shotty, it wasn't enough to save the day. The plays don't pay off.
कौन सी टीम निकालने वाली है ये मैच चिकन? क्या लगता है?
Got to quickly get themselves suited and booted.
देखो मुझे लग रहा है MGX 40 और AGL इनके 4 बंदे जिंदा है तो इनके निकालने की चांसेस अच्छी हैं.
Oh, yeah, they better do it quickly here. This is their opportunity, right, to really lock down that first place position before they go into Miramar. RRQ though did a great job of just trying to slow down their rotation. Hoxie saying, "Oh, come on, Blue Zone, give me a break. Give me a break here." As Benny said, "I can't even wait for you, bro. I gotta get into this next circle."
Self-preservation, Jukes. It's got to be done. Keep the dream.
भाई RRQ का अकेला बंदा शेक के अंदर सर्वाइव मार रहा है, bro. मुझे लग रहा है बिनी को पता है कि बंदा है अंदर.
But the challenges are yet to come, buddy.
मारेगा वो.
Yes, they are. They are still not in this next circle, and they got an entire squad of AGAL right in front of them. Things are gonna get sticky here, especially when Maple's on the squad.
Oh yeah. Always sticky business from him. Hit some sickening shots as well. We're seeing it so far. Let's see if they can build back into a play like this up against the duo. Attention being taken off them, but Flower deals with it instantly.
Super annoying circle here for these teams. This is a lot of open field, very little coverage here to work with. That's why we're seeing so many teams out in stage 5. Usually at this level, we'll see a whole
उतार
lot.
देगा, उतार दिया, उतार दिया भाई, क्या उतारा है?
And he's taking out the vehicle.
ये अकेला बचा है.
Toxie left for the squad of KRX, just trying to
बगी का
survive.
यही सीन है साला, भाई टायर फट गया, हो गया तुम्हारा काम, खत्म. ओह, इसको भी उतार दिया बे.
Wasn't enough.
गंदा
So
उतारा है
that is
वाले.
KRX out. This is a huge
बहुत
opportunity
बढ़िया.
now for 4 Thrives. Nigma Galaxy, the rest of the lobby to try to catch up to these leaders.
And this is 4 Thrives going in. Hoverhurst in the back line. T24 trying to close the gap as the shots are coming through. AGAL already dropping 2 players. Flower H has been
AGL
popped
versus
up.
40.
What can you do? Man versus machine as the
अपने एक को
Hovercraft
फोड़ा.
is in their face.
Maple
Flower
ने
looking to assist
अपने
with the
teammate को
nade
फोड़
plays
दिया.
once again as
क्या
they're
चल रहा है?
getting blown down. Backline's good.
भाई.
And that's how you wave goodbye.
क्या गाड़ी घुमाई जा रही है?
A play from 4 Thrives, not hesitating, saying, you know what, we need to take this hill, let's take this fight, and they get it done. So 5 eliminations for them. They move up to 3rd place, but
AGL को तो खत्म कर दिया भाई
applying
14 ने.
so much pressure. They know if we're going to take them out, this is the time to do so.
The detonation from the hovercraft as well, leaving IQ low, but he can top himself back up. The 4 Thrives certainly living up to the name, Jukes. They've been thriving in the lobby as individuals, but as a unit as well.
The crowd is going crazy here. We can hear the 4 Thrive chants happening just right behind us. Let's see if they can make everybody proud here and make a pretty much of a miracle play. These guys have no coverage. They're going to have to run in the wide open. Their best shot, honestly, is going to be if 2 other teams in the circle just happen to fight and they're able to sneak on in. Other than that, though, this is going to be a very, very difficult time for them.
The mechanical prowess would have to be on point, bro. And like you say, maybe they can smell blood in the water, set themselves up for something special here. Bit of a scout with the 2-2 split, keeping their eyes open for info. Flash taking pot shots onto Furia as well, huddling together for any kind of cover.
Man, 4 Thrives really are happy with this one because Team Flash just completely stopped Furia from being able to push on him. Flash! Furia trying to make a play from the shack here. Bose trying to get the heal off, and now Tops with the shotgun should be able to get it done here. He runs on in and Team Flash punish.
बहुत बढ़िया भाई, बहुत बढ़िया. क्या मारा है?
Flash in the pan is put out. They clean up. See you later, Furia, but the response back on. Shots coming towards them. 4 Thrives advancing up as well. So we've broken off into this 2-2 fight effectively, Jukes.
This is the perfect scenario for 4 Thrives. Literally, this is the only way they move up is if those 2 teams fought each other. They did, and now 4 Thrives have a beautiful open angle to this side of the map. They got a good couple of hay bales to work with. You gotta watch out, though, because I see Raouf there with that MG3. That's the weapon to have here in this situation.
Oh, yeah. He's going to be Raoufless. Absolutely giving it with a heavy artillery.
सबसे बढ़िया गाड़ी कौन सी है भाई?
So 4 Thrives want to play this smart. They need to be decisive with the attacks. Right now, tucked in, looking for that window of opportunity. Scouting jump spot from Lord, just trying to get a read.
You got Team Flash just holding in the open. Look at that, Tops with the welding gun there, repairing those vehicles just in case. So that way they can possibly set up a little car wall, makeshift coverage here. No terraforming here in Erangel. And right now, I think Nigma Galaxy definitely learned their lesson after that last game. Look at them just single-tapping, making sure they conserve onto all that ammunition because they could have definitely won that last one, but just did not have it in the bags.
Every bullet worth its weight in gold right now. Little bit of attack in the back as well from the pop shots they're taking on the vehicle. Disarm, a quick rotate for 4 Thrives, make it a bit more uncomfortable. It's a good split to at least have hard cover if they go for this rotation through the open. And Furia starting to get some of the same medicine sent their way.
अगला जोन भी आ गया
hold the
Furia पे,
white
सही हो
peak
गया Furia के लिए अभी. एक जोन और सरवाइव कर देंगे.
That is going to be the name of the game here.
Oh, buggy के नीचे से.
I'm getting picked off from Chief.
बढ़िया, चलो.
Nice shots there, catches him underneath the buggy. And yeah, he's 100%.
ले जाएगा. Confirm है bro, confirm है.
Filthy.
Confirm है.
The angle he was playing for so long.
FL ने चुरा लिया. ओए FL के बंदे ने चुरा लिया किल इसका.
By Flash. Guarantee that one. And rip an extra point away from Furia. The play itself was nice, but amounts to naught.
Model matches परसों हैं bro.
Paris getting excited tonight as well. Day one, Jukes, and already it's starting to get a bit of energy in the building. Let's hear it.
Let's get it going, baby. Here we go. Oh, look at that. These guys are looking good here as Enigma Galaxy is going to try and do their best to stop 4 Thrives in this situation. 4 Thrives looking very, very set up. Team Flash are going to have that edge side for now, but with Tops getting knocked here, that's going to make things very difficult for them. Look at this, Enigma Galaxy inching up little by little, using their
पहले वालों पे अच्छा पोजीशन है। अरे 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 40 पे तो भाई नेड ही नेड। अरे क्या? वो क्या स्पैम करती है रे? ओए! अबे क्या है?
Now having to dodge those nades little by little. IQ in the back line. Now
Red
jumping in the
bana
buggy,
diya.
trying to move out into
और
safety.
कितने नेड है?
But Enigma Galaxy keep applying the pressure.
और क्या?
That's over 11 nades thrown, one after another, bombarding down, like you say, the mini red zone forming, keeping it uncomfortable for 4 Thrives, and Coops assists with a big pick to leave them in a risky position. Response back over. Ralph getting hit from the side as well as Flash see their opportunity to try and steal points. The 4 Thrives can't survive, they go down.
रेड जोन ही बना दिया। रेड जोन ही बना दिया भाई।
Launch themselves up these leaderboards. 12 eliminations for them.
क्या देख लिया ये मैंने?
Now you got Team Flash and Furia to deal with.
तो बारिश हुई है।
Okay, no ammunition. Stuck shooting the DBS sniper from long range. I don't know what he's gonna do with that.
It's ambitious, but I respect
चलो
it.
लोड भी नॉक हो गया
What's he gonna do?
Doing whatever they can,
भाई
Jukes.
फ्यूरिया वाले तो अलग ही यहाँ पे चेक पे बैठ के आराम से मजे से निकाल लें 2 सेकंड।
Another one goes down. Hey, Bowles, the only cover
FL मुझे लग रहा है FL जीतेगी ये मैच। चैट आप लोगों को क्या लग रहा है?
Game to win. They have the circle here.
चैट आप लोग कौन जीतेगा? मुझे लग रहा है FL ले जाएगी ये मैच।
Except for Furia. And you can see Chief
FL
trying
ले
to
जाएगी
get
शायद
to
से।
that rock, maybe even possibly that crate. But this is going to be a tough rotation because Team Flash are staring exactly at them. But Team Flash, what are you going to do in this spot? You got no coverage.
M4 में ammo ही नहीं है।
And Igor with that UMP is just applying so much pressure to them.
Even with the utility they had, though, like you say,
तो भाई NGX किल होने वाली है भाई।
if you want to go for an ambitious push
फ्यूरिया वाले गेम खराब करेंगे
to
उनका।
Chief effectively. He can't do anything unless they get in his face, unless they push towards him. It's not going to happen that way. They're chaining the smokes together, taking a bit of space. If he can somehow prone up, maybe get lucky with what's inside, could be a response here, Jukes.
Let's see if Tom's trying to hit those jump.
Okay, निकाल दिया किल।
And that's going to cut off the angle completely. Down goes Igor. Here we go. Team Flash versus Enigma Galaxy.
3v3 की फाइट है। Let's go.
Galaxy trying to make some plays. Top hits the
FL versus NGX.
real quick. Barely dodging those bullets.
I can't believe he survived that. The stand up,
क्या
sit
बात है
down,
भाई,
keep
क्या
him
बात है?
guessing with the moves. He's able to top himself back up as well. The heels coming in. Rauf paranoid on the peak, looking for the angle.
Oh, no
extends to the left. Jukes barely survives the
Zone नहीं है,
contact. Zone
इनको zone
coming
नहीं
in
है।
quick.
Oh, and now they're forced to run out in the wide open. They got to make some shots. Got to have to make some plays. They hit the lay down, but down
खत्म
the
है,
floor.
खत्म है।
Tops running in the wide open. But where's Coops? When is he going to hit that shot? It's all up to him.
Coops down on the deck. Rauf moments away from
Coops
death.
ने मारा ही
Coops getting
नहीं।
lit up. And
कोई
that's
नहीं
Flash.
मेरे को पता था भाई FL
As they
जीतेगी
come
वाला।
in with a chicken dinner live from Paris.
अब भी कितनी ऑप्टिमाइज अभी का मैच है वो तो है।
Derek Gale here of
क्या
day one.
निकाला है बे? क्या
And
निकाला है भाई?
Flash getting that victory at the last second.
क्या
That's
निकाला है
what
भाई?
they definitely needed. They were pretty down on the leaderboard. Ooh, you can see the crowd going nuts. Saying, shh, it's our time to shine, baby.
Hey, we're loving the energy, Paris. Let's keep that up. That's what we want to see here. That's what PUBG Mobile World Cup's all about.
Let's get it going. Hey, a great game, though.
Great fight, big shot to
You gotta
you.
give it up to these guys. Putting up some great solid points, especially considering that our leaders ended up going down pretty early here. So you're going to definitely see some movement on these leaderboards.
Man, it's crazy how sick of a day we've already had, Jukes. Some of the storylines, some of the plays, right? It's been getting us enticing, but it feels like it still is a true day one, where you're never really sure. You never know if there's going to be another twist in the narrative, another squad that might actually have a pop-off
अब 2 Myanmar के मैचेस
It's
बचे
one of
हैं।
the biggest things about the World Cup every year, because by the time we get here, that skill level just hits its peak.
And this is the place to be, guys. Honestly, if you're a PUBG Mobile player and you want to feel what it's like to be at the pinnacle of esports, here at EWC is the place to be. I am not even kidding in the slightest. Everybody here is so excited. And now you can feel that tension though as it rises little by little. Just a quick reminder, it is going to be Group A tomorrow.
बहुत बड़े वाला हूँ मैं. Fan आपका shout out दे दो.
To go for this group. Top 5 moving straight
Sharvil
into
Tyagi
the
भाई.
finals. And
Big shout to you.
with all these squads, how well they're playing, I don't even want to be thinking about the survival stage.
Big shout to you,
man, that's something for Maxman to worry about.
Yeah.
We don't put our necks on the line with that one, Jukes. It's too hard to call. The competition's been spicy. And it's crazy as well, having that human element, right? The body language. You can see some of the squads we expected big things from. Some of those egg-on-your-face moments where you've got to reset. Big crowd, big stage, gigantic arena. So much noise. It's going to get to you, bud.
Yes, it is. And we can see we got James down in the field. Looks like we might get a little interview here soon. That'd be nice to see on the side of KRX. But all these guys, man, just having to prep because, yeah, things have been pretty hot so far.
I'm going
but they're going to heat up even more as we're going to be heading into Miramar.
Yeah, we're going to be changing that scenery, giving you more intense action. Those final 2 games of the day should be absolute bangers, but I'm glad we're here for it, Jukes. Already, it's been an exciting event, and you can only imagine it's going to get better from here.
That is a fact here. So now we're going to see how these teams are going to be able to adapt, and they're going to have to adapt pretty quickly, but I think it's time. We do hear from James and KRX.
आप नहीं खेलोगे क्या? अभी तो वो वॉच पार्टी कर रहे हैं नेचर भाई.
Thank you very much. Yes, Kalaris here, as I'm with Hoxie from KRX, and of course I've got Maddox as well here to do the translations. So my first question
छोड़ो guys, मैंने कल वीडियो डाली है, आप लोगों ने देखी क्या? कल गेम की वीडियो डाली है मैंने.
Beginning of the year had a very heavy roster shake-up.
देखी कि नहीं देखी वीडियो?
How do you think KRX came out of that, considering Nongshin Red Force looks very strong at the moment as well? So what do you think?
일단 헉시 선수 첫 번째 질문으로는 사실 올해 초에 로스터 변경이 좀 크게 있었잖아요. 그래서 그런 로스터 변화를 통해서 좀 어떤 점이 좀 개선이 됐는지, 특히나 농심 레드포스 같은 또 강력한 팀들이 한국에 있다 보니까 좀 어떤 식으로 좀 개선이 됐는지 좀 여쭤보고 싶네요.
일단 저희가 뭘
해야 되고 भाई thank you for gold coin. Guys आप लोग के पास भी ज्वेल्स वगैरह हैं तो भेज के सपोर्ट करो यार अपने भाई.
오히려 제가 생각하기로는
좀 더 좋다고 생각해서
로스터 변화에는 문제가 없는 것 같고, 저희가 이번에 뭘 해야 될지를 잘 정한 것 같습니다. 이번에.
Yeah, coming this year, they had roster change, but I think the roster change actually.
그리고 게임 내에서 어떤 게 중요한지를 잘 파악한 것 같고, 로스터 변화에는 오히려 제가 생각하기로는 좀 더 좋다고 생각해서.
Fantastic. And talk to me about today's performance so far. You got second place to Aurora in the Erangel game as well. A good compound to be able to play that from. Talk to me about the team's perspective and if you guys thought you were going to be able to win out that game against Aurora at the end.
이제 또 마지막에 치킨 좀 아쉽게도 심판이 있었는데 그 오로라 상대로 사실 좀 더 잘했을 수 있을지, 사실 그 집을 먼저 먹으면서 사실 좀 더 잘 출발했었는데 좀 아쉽게
भाई क्या बोल रहे हैं बताओ मुझे नहीं पता यार अब कैसे बता सकते
궁금합니다.
그 판에 대해서는 제가 마지막에
वो बता रहे हैं कि उन्होंने कितना अच्छा खेला कैसे खेला
투척이 없을 때 좀 더 좋은 능선을 잡고 과감하게 했어야 되는데 그러지 못한 게 패배 요인이었던 것 같습니다.
Yeah, so in the last moment, I think we made a mistake. Obviously, we didn't have any grenades stuff. So when we didn't have grenades, I think we should have been more aggressive with taking more on the high ground.
Yeah.
So I think in that way,
I will propose my crush if OG gets chicken.
Not doing so I think that was a takeaway from our that game as well.
All right. Well, thank you very much, Hoxie. Thank you very much, Maddox here as we have KRX fighting.
आदित्य भाई मैं क्या करूँगा?
Is all I've been hearing backstage because the man from Enigma Galaxy is causing this team to fly up the leaderboard. You can thank Seven for that. He's been shouting it non-stop and for good reason. Groups, talk us through game number 3. You guys do an incredible 2-2 split to push out Ulf Esports, obviously before that final fight against GOAT team. What was going on in the comms? What was the decision to make that 2-2 split and get aggressive?
In the beginning, it was to send me as a solo to hold him, but we knew that they were like the main threat to us in that game, so we decided to send 2.
सिवाय सोचा नहीं था आप शॉट आउट दोगे भाई मैं आपका गुलाम बन जाऊंगा यार.
Push them, kill them, and then focus on GOAT team, but
ओजी एल्बर्ट भाई थैंक यू फॉर सेंडिंग जेमिन यार क्या बात है भाई एल्बर्ट भाई थैंक यू फॉर अनदर जेमिन क्या बात है भाई क्या बात है आपका फेवरेट एनीमे कौन सा है भाई अटैक ऑन टाइटन
They had a good game, good game, good team.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair. Now, game 4, you're in a huge open position. There's so much space, but also there's not much cover. You guys see 4 thrives over to your right. Incredible nades. You just absolutely bombarded them with nades, closed them out to give yourselves loads of space. How was that kind of opening that kind of space up to create such an incredible position for yourselves going into the final stages of that map? Talk us through kind of like how Raouf was kind of leading the charge, as it were.
Raouf, he told us to save our nades because
एल्बर्ट भाई क्या बात है यार एक और जेमिन क्या बात है गाइस आप लोग के पास भी है तो जेमिन वगैरह भेजो यार
nades on them and we killed them like in 2 seconds.
OG is too passive, they avoid 4 5 वही ना यार वही
Finally, before I let you go, buddy, you didn't have
थोड़ा
an
सा ना
opportunity to compete at PMGO this year.
कॉन्फिडेंस दिखा के मारना
However,
चाहिए
you've rejoined this team for this event, this
ओपन की
LAN. How have
फाइट
you got
अवॉइड
yourself
करना चाहिए
prepared both
रोटेशन के टाइम
mentally
पे
and obviously
नॉक दे
amongst
भी
the
दिया
team
तो
to come
कंफर्म
into
के
the
चक्कर में
event like this
पिछला मैच मरे ना
and
वो लोग
perform so well straight off the
दिक्कत है
bat?
वो
of course, we had a tournament before this one,
सर्वाइव पे ध्यान दो
and we didn't do great.
और
So
फाइट ले रहे हो तो फिर चारों मिलके साथ में फाइट
to do
लो
better for this World Cup.
ऐसा मत करो कि एक ने फाइट दी
Everyone wants to win the World Cup, and so do we.
That's a
कोई
fair
बात नहीं
point.
यार
Short and sweet. Love it. Coops, thank you very much for joining me in this interview. Best of luck to the rest of your games today for Enigma Galaxy. But for now, we're going to go somewhere and we're going to be back with more PUBG Mobile for you guys. See you later.
अंकु भाई थैंक यू फॉर समोसा यार अगली मैच का भाई स्टार्ट हो गई बस ऑलमोस्ट 2 मिनट में स्टार्ट है मैच थैंक यू सो मच फॉर चाय टोस्ट मेरे भाई आईजीएल कैसे बनते हैं भाई उसके लिए आपको गेम एक्सपीरियंस होना चाहिए बहुत ज्यादा अगर मेरी फेवरेट बताओ भाई तुम्हारी फेवरेट कौन सी है करना फिर ओजी एल्बर्ट थैंक यू फॉर बड़ा पाव मेरे भाई क्या बात है एल्बर्ट भाई ओपन द चैट कर दो गाइस
Where are we going, Barney?
आप लोग ये विजुअल्स वगैरह हैं तो भेजो
Okay, there you go. Now we're back where we belong.
Somewhere.
We ended up going somewhere, and it's none other than here at the studio with Lace, Maxman, Niptura, and the 7WG. Team Flash was able to perform so well as that last game, but honestly, KRX has been performing really good so far today.
I mean, all of SEA, SA, all those regions doing really good right now. But yeah, KRX were looking absolutely fantastic today, and it's really good to see it during the interview how they were able to build back some confidence and strong team play after all of these shuffles they had at the start of the year in Korea's like the big Korean shuffle. But this fight in particular, this was game 2, the first Durango of today. Al Ula crashing into God compound onto KRX.
मैं पैदल चल के आ जाऊंगा जहां बुलाओगे बस एक
instantly getting him locked onto quick. They push up. The reaction time of this push is absolutely incredible. But then the nades, 1 grenade, 2 grenades, 3 grenades coming out. Boom! Squad wipe. One of the quickest fights
India team का मैच कब है इंडियन टीम खेल तो रही है भाई इसमें ओजी अपनी इंडिया की टीम है
so damn impressive
खेल तो रही है अभी
That's very nice. Very nice nades.
I'm happy you enjoyed that segment.
We love very nice nades.
It's so great.
I'm okay.
It's there from KRX.
Yeah.
But Team Flash, I'm going to have to send it back to you, Max, because with this squad, I mean, we finally saw what I feel like
thank
you've
you
been
so
wanting
much
to
for
see
finger
out of
heart,
Team
mere bhai.
Flash.
Kya
That
baat
they
hai?
can frag
Thank you
out,
for
and not only
350
that, they can
mere
also
bhai.
win games because it has been a
Thank you for gold
hit and
coin, mere bhai.
miss as well at the start of the day. They ended up securing a top 5, but besides that, they were really not performing that well.
I have one thing to say about Team Flash, right? Wow, no, okay, moving on. More serious, no, they get 20 points here, and as you said, right, a little bit of a slow start, especially that first Durango off today. I feel like a lot of indecision being made. But the way they control the eastern side of that field, which I was a bit skeptic, if their circle doesn't favor them, how are they going to make use of that field? And you know what? I was actually slightly wrong of that play because they put Win on top of that shed in particular, Niptura. And one very crucial part of this game for Team Flash, he was not spraying Niptura. He was one-tapping to make sure he saves as much ammo as possible for that final push onto Nigma Galaxy to get the win. Those small, minute details are what makes these winning moments possible for teams such as Flash.
No, it's so good. It's a great point you bring up. This team loves to do these massive splits across one side of zone exactly for this reason. You know, if a zone is going to go their way or go in a direction that favors them, they will always be in zone no matter where it goes. So it's a really good setup play from them in the mid game, and then they're able to just play off of that.
Thank you so much for laughing,
play was
Disco.
really
Kya
good
baat
for
hai
them,
bhai? Kya
and
baat
was
hai?
able to use, you know, this momentum pushing
Chat,
forward
आप लोगों
with
के पास
these
भी
hay
जितने
bales,
भी
just
jewels
trying to
हैं,
get
भेजो यार.
anywhere at all times. And you know, Nigma,
हाँ,
they
तो
know
support
exactly where
निकालो.
Nigma is at this point because they just had that massive fight with 4 Thrives, as they're able to use the terrain to their advantage. A very good game from Flash, I think.
Yeah, and I mean, touching on
thank you for
Thrives,
dose.
from the beginning, they had that, you know, the defense in the building. They weren't sort of putting on the eliminations that they had from those previous games, but that's okay. They could have worked on their placement there, obviously getting into that final zone. And the nade spam. Look, it was not probably in their playbook, but that was sort of a great sort of hold. They had line of sight on those certain teams, but were caught off guard. But I mean, a better performance from them, but not kind of the eliminations and the kills that we're expecting to see from 4 Thrives. But I mean, they're still at the top of the leaderboard there. So it's, you know, it's not their best game that they have put out today, but it's still a great contention.
Yeah. Indeed. And for everybody currently watching, don't forget that you can actually experience the PUBG Mobile Fan Zone. It will be open through August 11th through the 16th. Experience the PUBG Mobile firsthand. Join the exciting activities. And not only that, it's including the Naruto and PUBG Mobile collaboration. Maybe you get a chance to win some awesome rewards, a t-shirt, a tote bag, and the Spider-Man activity set collectible plush toys as well. Watch the matches live.
Sending jamming मेरे भाई क्या बात है?
You might get a chance to win some awesome stuff. Special weekend appearances. There'll be some mystery guests, so keep an eye out on all that awesome stuff with the fan zone. You were trying to say something about 4 Thrives there, Max? I saw you getting prep. No?
It was really just a meme of like, I want to put the William Dafoe gif of like he's going, oh,
yeah,
oh, with all the grenades going there. That was all I had to add. Great analysis from the boy.
Thank you for another chai toast.
Before we go overall, come back to us real quick. Thank you, Tomash, because right now I want to do something. Before we see the overall, before this match, they were in the bottom 3. And I want to start a segment called Maxman curse the team because he was able to pick, who was it, Silence?
So Silence is my MVP of the entire tournament.
Oh, no.
But they did good this game. He just threw the chicken at me. They did
Deserved.
Good. So it's not just yet. Okay?
You were star captain के साथ कब खेलोगे?
Let's do this. You can actually reverse it. Grab the chicken real quick.
बताओ खेलूँ क्या उसके साथ वीडियो डालनी है?
Say something bad about Furia.
Furia? Alpha 7's better.
Damn, okay, you really went deep cut on that one. Let's take a look at the overall so we can see the standings so far after 4 matches.
Adaram, thank you for 100 jewels.
I don't believe it, but you said first thing that came to mind, there was nothing worse than that.
Right there, Max.
Nigma Galaxy, a huge surprise for everybody as they have been showing up today, putting up 40 points total, currently in first place and actually overtaking KRX, Natura.
It's so nice to see from Nigma Galaxy. I was really hoping that we'd see something from them, and as something. One little point I do want to make very clear, though, is like, yes, Nigma was having all of these big splits onto the west side of zone, basically doing something very similar to Team Flash, right, Max?
Yeah.
You know, doing all of this. But one thing I want to make a point on is we did see them take out the vehicle of 4 Thrives in response, or not in response, but on the opposite side outside of that, they were using
आप
the
YouTube पे देखो ना,
rolling
YouTube
gun
पे
to actually
डाली होगी
repair
किसी ने
their
video।
vehicles, and in a field finish, that's so instrumental to have that extra cover.
Yeah, if
ये
they had a
अंकित
hovercraft,
नाम
it
है,
would have been
16
really
साल
a
का
good
हूँ,
use of that
लेकिन
welding gun. You know what, they did have the
70
regular
है।
vehicles. But here on the second page of the rankings, we need to highlight X-Force Rejects, Thunder Talk Gaming, Al Ula Club Esports. And you know
Ram
what?
bhai, thank you
I
for
don't think
another
I'm too
100
disappointed in, like, the
क्या
German
बात
teams,
है?
but the most disappointing one for me in particular is Al Ula. They
फिर
kind of
में, what
gave me a
about?
bit of
क्या
hope.
बात
I
है
was
यार,
like, oh my
राजा
god,
भाई?
Mina, let's go. Al Ula doing so good in the spring season.
Raja
and some
Ram
of
bhai,
those
open
events.
the chat
Even
कर दो,
globally,
guys.
we've seen some real sparks from this squad. Claw in particular and Quick with just two individual fragging powerhouses. And they kind of slowed down. And right now, 16th position, I feel like they are way better than the bottom three. We can see a comeback from this team, hopefully, by the end of today on Miramar.
I'm actually a bit disappointed by X-Force Rejects. I
Game
expected a
on
lot
PMWC,
more now. This is their
Ram
third
Ram,
global
gamer bhai,
as
Ram
well.
Ram.
I was talking with the
Raja
players.
Ram bhai, thank
They
you
were
for
saying they're having
another
some
chai
communication issues. Hopefully that's going to end up
Like,
changing.
Gordon
It's
ka
been
match
4
kab aayega?
matches.
Gordon ki
One
match
team that I
परसों
know
से
you're currently disappointed with, Neptura, is none
Fuller
other
bhai, thank you for
than
chai toast.
Orangutan. And why is that?
What? Okay, how do I say this? How do I say this?
Wow,
It's not very nice.
Nitya bhai, thank you
No,
for hiding.
honestly, why? Why in a global are we taking
Black
a fight,
Python
getting
bhai,
a
big
knock,
shout
and then
to you.
going, hey, the guy that's already knocked and can't do anything, let's just focus on him. And then just leaving it all open for the rest of the team to go, actually, while you were focused on a knocked player, we're actually going to be able to come in, backstab you, get rid of you, you have 1 point. Congratulations, it's going to get you real far.
Yeah, by the way, she's talking about none other than OG versus Ulf in that last match.
That is true. I mean, look, I'm happy with the aggression that they've shown. So from match number 1, whereas prioritizing placement, they
Aditya
took the
Sisodia
risk.
bhai,
They
thank you
took
for
the
350
drive-by
joys
risk to
yaar,
be
kya
able to
baat hai?
capitalize on their eliminations. I wish that they would have done that against Flash on the northern side, and I think they would have won that contention and been able to take
Hone
their
wala hai
way
next match
plus
to start.
eliminations into the later game. But OG showing that aggression is exactly what I was hoping to see from them. So I was excited to see that. Are getting some points on the board and being able to like at least get something for them, because I know they've got the placement. They can do that, but it was really cool to see them be able to have that aggression as well.
Like, one thing that is very different when you're playing in your home region and then going into a global event is like those slight timing mistakes or even like slight overcommits, etc.
thank you for
really are going to
jamming.
get punished so quickly and like heavily going into a global event such as PMWC, and we're not even talking about PMGC at the end of this year. That's going to get crazy based on who qualifies. But yeah, I feel like just more confidence and just fixing those slight timing issues could really help them get so many more point averages across the board.
For OG, a lot of people don't have them currently in top 5, and it's showing why. But we do have them going to survival, and right now they're hitting those metrics, but hopefully they'll end up improving a lot more. But before we actually go into Game 5, let's send it over to our amazing Blank and Claris.
That's right, thank you very much, guys. Of course, we want to reminisce and go back to game number 3.
We do.
And talk about a theoretical notion. Could Nigma Galaxy have won that game? Talk to me, Blank. What do you think?
Oh, it's some real philosophical notes going on right now. Yeah, I feel like there was a moment where if they didn't push Ulf, potentially there was a big win there. We got to hear from Coops actually in terms of his knowledge about it, how they wanted to go down. He said it all just fell a little bit apart. I mean, it's
To enjoy the action, और उन्हीं में से हमारे जो स्टार हैं स्काउट, वो इस समय जुड़े हैं स्पीरो के साथ. जानते हैं क्या कहा उन्होंने.
हेलो एवरीवन, हम हैं यहाँ पे पेरिस के अंदर EWC अरीना में. मेरा नाम है स्पीरो और मेरे साथ जुड़ रहे हैं स्काउट ओपी. स्काउट, हाउस इट गोइंग इन पेरिस?
इट्स प्रीटी गुड, मजा आ रहा है काफी. और मैं दूसरी बार आ रहा तो ये फन है.
भाई स्काउट क्या बोल रहा है?
इंटरनेशनल सीन में आपने बहुत बार इंडिया को रिप्रेजेंट किया है. अभी ओजी कर रही है, गॉड लाइक थोड़े दिन में करेगी. डू यू वांट टू से एनीथिंग टू देम?
Give your best, man. We are there for you guys. No matter what's the result, all that matters is giving your best and coming back with no regrets.
Well, we talk about international, but EWC ने scale up बहुत ज़्यादा करा है. Multiple titles are here in this arena. Do you want to say anything about EWC?
I think this is one of the biggest esports tournaments out there. So yeah, it's super fun to see so many games making it here and seeing so many players out there who are playing esports at such a high scale.
Absolutely. Orangutan अभी खेल रही है. Not a great start, Scout. What do you want to say about that?
I hope they buckle up and fix
from
the
Uttarakhand
problems
Bixi
that
OP
they're
भाई,
facing right now.
please
The first
support
game was
for
super
Roni
strong.
Gaming बोल दो.
So,
Roni Gaming को support कर दो भाई, support कर दो भाई को.
I still believe that they can make it in top.
चलिए, belief होना चाहिए. Scout, anything you want to say to the fans?
Keep loving, keep supporting our Indian teams. I know we didn't do so much great in the recent years, but we will be there for sure.
We will be there for sure. Thank you so much, Scout.
आई थिंक स्काउट से ज्यादा ये प्रेशर इस स्टेज पे होने का कोई और ज्यादा रिलेट नहीं कर सकता इस समय व्हाट द प्लेयर्स ऑफ ओजी आर गोइंग थ्रू और आई थिंक गेम ब्रेकडाउन
ज्वेल्स भेजने के लिए जहां पे कमेंट करते हैं ना
कैसा चल रहा होगा
खोलो
चलिए
राइट साइड में एक ज्वेल्स का ऑप्शन आ रहा होगा वहां से भेज सकते हो
उनके क्या ख्याल है गिफ्ट का बॉक्स बनाया बताया आखिरी जो 2 मैच से वो स्विच होने वाले वी आर गोना बी हेडिंग टुवर्ड्स मिरामार सो दर्शिता इंजीनियर आपसे शुरू करते हैं एक्सपेक्टेशंस फॉर द फर्स्ट मिरामार क्या लगता है कौन जीतेगा
देखिए मुझे लगता है कि KRX बहुत अच्छा खेल सकती है ऑलरेडी हमने हॉक्सी का इंटरव्यू देखा उन्होंने बोला टीम बहुत अच्छा परफॉर्म कर रही है जब से रोस्टर चेंज हुआ है आई एम गोइंग विद KRX
दर्शिता आपकी
निग्मा गैलेक्सी ऑनेस्टली
निग्मा गैलेक्सी हम लोगों ने भी उनकी काफी ज्यादा चर्चा करी है और एक्सपेक्टेशन उनसे मिस्टर शर्मा को काफी ज्यादा है बट इस समय ऐसा लग रहा है कि मैच के साथ हमारे जो प्लेयर्स हैं वो बिल्कुल तैयार हैं हमारे कास्टर्स उन्होंने अपनी
soon as that smoke
okay दोस्तों स्टार्ट हो चुका है मैच लेट्स गो
we start to change the scenery like you said moving into a
fifth match है
we've seen a change of various different squads today it's been kind of hard to predict if it will be a consistent run from a lot of our teams but known quantities building up their points
Sandy bhai thank you so much for sending Jamin
it's good to see some of the big squads getting the flex going
yeah now we got Enigma Galaxy pushing their way all up the way to first place so they are sitting
Mr. Psychopath thank you so much for 1000 jewels मेरे भाई क्या बात है यार Mr. Psychopath को बिना चैट कर दो गाइस भाई 1000 jewels मिले
not far behind them
गाइस आप लोग पास भी jewels वगैरह है तो भेजो यार
when it comes to that damage
क्या बात है यार
he's going to be on top there with 2300
भाई OG को ना थोड़ा खेलना पड़ेगा भाई अच्छे से कमबैक देना पड़ेगा
You got to give that shout out
11th पे भाई
well, right?
तो 5 के लिए 11 पॉइंट्स चाहिए
hit his stride immediately from game 1 where the shots
एक चिकन मारना पड़ेगा भाई
it's the way he's going into these fights as well just handling himself with this almost arrogant like confidence where it doesn't matter what's around if he just hits his shots plays his game doesn't seem to
40 पॉइंट कर दिए ना तो हो सकता है 42 नहीं 45 कर दिए तो सही है
a lot of excitement Paris has been getting loud as well And we've got our zone for this one, that's a lot of water, buddy. That's H2O for you.
That is way too much water. We got a crazy shift on the Puerto Payaso. Let's see who's going to be able to make them moves. Could you imagine we get that island finish here?
Oh, don't even.
In pairs? Oh,
don't even.
I should have even said it. I shouldn't have even said it.
Like, drop the Eiffel Tower in, mate. That's all we need. Let's get it on brand, Jukes.
That's what I'm talking about. That's that synergy right there. But hey, you know what, teams? Drop it safely here. That's what I like to see, you know, because every time we go into a different map, especially on day 1, never know if we're going to reach one of those hot drops here. But hey, take a look at the bottom left. Go ahead and join that Uzumaki event. That Naruto. Get those skins quick and fast and in a hurry.
Don't get much hotter than that. Maxman's been ranting and raving about them all day. I've not heard him say anything else other than Naruto. So fair play, Max, we know you love it, and you're rightfully so in that opinion. But hey, but you're right on the money. That last game, obviously pretty aggressive on the hot drop, right? GK versus GOAT. Didn't really work out too well for GOAT, did it? Moxie barely limped away, tail tucked between his legs, resulted in him falling relatively middle of the game, but gets nothing from it, just the solo. So goodbye to any points being earned on that one. Learn from your mistakes, dropping further up, they're going to keep themselves safe. Nose is clean, at least for the opening drops.
Yeah, very safe here. I like to see that here, because right now it's honestly crunch time, especially for, honestly, these teams at the bottom, right? We've been talking about the squads up top, but I mean, what is going on with a team like Thundertalk? Thundertalk Gaming, 15th place, only 12 points on the board. X-Force Rejects right next to him. Aula in really big trouble with only 10. Honestly, if they really want to extend their tournament life here, now's the time. Right? Get a good Miramar game here and now, and that could be just enough to at least extend that tournament just a little bit longer.
Give yourself some sort of confidence as well. Like you say, right, getting towards the end of day 1 here, it starts to sink in the reality of the situation. If you're down those bottom 2 spots, by the time you get back to the hotel, but it's the fear that creeps in. You never want to leave your fate in the hands of another team.
बाकी गाइस जितने भी लोग देख रहे हो ना लाइक सब्सक्राइब कर देना गाइस
here for the group stage by itself. Over $1 million on the line just for this stage. Survival stage is going to have 152,000, but as we get to the finals, That's 1.7 million, man. That's some serious cheddar. And that's what everybody's going to be hunting down right here. Aurora going to be one of those squads for sure. They're sitting pretty in 3rd place. This could be a good game for these top squads, though, to make that gap, right? Just in case tomorrow doesn't go their way fully, at least it'll lock them in position to hopefully make it straight into those finals.
It's where you want to be, the best of the competition. The tournament here only going to get more and more enticing. It's like you say, life-changing money in reality that's on the line there, but it's not only the cheddar, you got the bread on either side. That's a sandwich prize pool.
Oof. And we are in Paris. They got phenomenal bread here.
Hey, but get that up right now, boy.
Let's go. Let's go. Turn up. As we're gonna look at Ulf on the move here. They're getting into zone very, very quickly, so they're already in the circle. We're starting to see a lot of teams head on over to Los Leones. We got quite a few teams still far out from the zone. One of them I'm gonna be looking at is those teams in my hot seat right now. Aula, you're gonna be one of them. They're all the way up in La Correria. That's gonna be on the complete opposite side of the circle. They gotta get moving here pretty quick.
Start to get a bit of movement on the go. The fan favorite right now here in Paris as well, and a team that's so dominant, it's easy to understand why. 4 Thrives looking absolutely delicious out there today, Jukes. It's been big plays from the roster, and of course, the one man in Falak that's been really flying the organization's banner high.
He's making it happen here, man. And big shout outs to 4 Thrives. I mean, they end up winning PMGO Season 1, something that honestly a lot of people didn't predict. Their fans went wild, brought home a global trophy on the side of Pakistan, but now we're going to see X-Force Rejects getting into a battle with Geekay, and this is a loss they just can't afford.
Well, our opening elim of the game then go in the way of Ragnarok as he slams down early and gets that first pick hammered through. So Reject, probably feeling a bit rejected on that one, but got to give up any space they got. Fragment out.
It's tough,
प्लीज हिंदी में कर दो. हिंदी वाले में ना सार्थक भाई थोड़ा डिले चल रहा है और डिले के साथ साथ उसमें क्वालिटी भी थोड़ी खराब आ रही है. इंग्लिश वाला इसलिए सही है.
On the side of X-Force Rejects, everything going wrong. But still 3 players up. They could bounce back. We'll see if they're going to be able to do that. As a lot of the teams that were outside of the circle are finally starting to make that great rotation and find their little place in the zone. But where do you think this next zone is going to go, Jackie? Huh? You think we're going to be heading to that water after all?
I wouldn't mind.
Let's do it.
You know what? Play devil's advocate, bro. Let's do it. Let's make this as awkward as humanly possible, Jukes.
Let's go. I want to see some swimming action here.
We've already had a bit of treading water today. We'll see if it happens once again.
हाँ भाई भाई दिक्कत है मेरे में क्वालिटी सही नहीं आ रहा है. हाँ हिंदी वाले में क्वालिटी नहीं आ रही है. तो डिले भी चल रहा है.
They're literally trying to keep their heads above water in a sea of points that are being accumulated by the other squads above them. And losing one player, sure, as much as sometimes you can manage the situation early doors like this when you've had a rough run today, that's the difference of you just bottoming out again, having that extra layer, the upset, the sadness mounting on your Jukes. It gets a bit uncomfortable, bro.
That's for sure. And it's pretty crazy because, man, the level of competition here is ridiculous. I'm telling you guys, right before we came up here to start casting these matches, I walked by a lot of these players and I saw their coaches and pretty heavy conversations. Let's put it that way. You know, it didn't see very much of like, oh, you know, good job, it's okay. No, it was pretty much just like, what are you doing, right? How are we gonna? We cannot afford these mistakes. So the pressure is definitely on here. But we're seeing some great adjustments from some squads, right? Enigma Galaxy lost that game 3 by just so dang close, but end up having a good bounce back couple of matches, and now they're on top of the leaderboards. But you can't let off the gas pedal just yet. Let's see where that next zone's gonna go, baby. Are we gonna go to the water? No!
Okay, zone to bhai pura kat gaya.
It's gonna be a La Bendita finish. So
OG zone mein hai, lekin
that's gonna be 4 Thrives. Gonna have to start making their way on up.
Bhai,
yeah, ignore the coast to get back to the mainland.
RRQ 40
set your focus on what's yet to come.
RRQ को दिक्कत होने वाली है.
Bro. So many small margins that have defined some of our games today. Ammunition economy being a big one there. Big change up from them though. We heard from the man himself about the setup with the call with the late nades. It's like 12 nades back to back. That was horrific to be under. You go from thinking
तो guys जिन्होंने सब्सक्राइब नहीं किया सब्सक्राइब कर देना guys, 1
snake it
million के
out a
बहुत
little
close
bit.
हम लोग।
Boom, 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 boom.
कि भाई God like किसी से खेल ले, God like के matches
You're gonna
परसों
take out
है
4
यार।
drives. That's the way to do it, right? Use them, utilize that util as much as you possibly can. Enigma Galaxy, we're not wasting any of it right there. And
Well,
speaking
Banku bhai,
of,
thank you
like,
for membership यार,
resources,
guys जिसको भी
that's the one
membership
thing
gift
that you really
लिया
gotta
भाई
make
को
sure
thank you
point
बोल
out when
देना।
it comes to Miramar. This is the resource management map. You want to make sure you got plenty of that 5.5, plenty of health kits here, and a nice fresh vehicle.
Nepal edit, thank you for 10 viewers मेरे भाई।
And this is a very typical game now. He's still stage number 2,
भाई
only one
Angel
player
भाई
down
नहीं
so
है,
far.
कोई बात नहीं यार।
So this end zone is gonna get hectic.
Angel तो लड़कों का भी नाम होता है
Everyone
भाई।
lining up to climb over each other. Oh, we say it's quiet, but finally there's a bit of noise. Flash once again playing their card. That's attack on the Reefus. Instantly get him dropped down on his legs there. We're looking for more over the top angle. Good spam, slight tag, but not enough to convert it into a frag on the
या कौन लिख रहा है भाई ये?
Yeah, I don't think they're gonna push this at all. Yeah, you just gotta let it roll.
भाई 2000 कितना 2015-10 के टाइम पे फेसबुक पे एंजल प्रिया नाम से कितनी फेक आईडी बनती थी भाई।
Do something with 3 players up now.
ये सबसे कॉमन नेम था भाई एंजल प्रिया उस टाइम पे।
And that zone now we're starting to see
Facebook era.
teams really start flexing and take up as much real estate as they possibly can. But one of the teams that hasn't found a spot just yet is going to be Aurora Gaming. You saw that sign on that building. Beautiful day. Starting to feel a little bit less beautiful though as the blue zone started to creep on
देखो
it.
easy तो कुछ नहीं होता देखो है ना।
normally blue skies
वीडियो
are
में
a
देखने
nice
में लगता है
sight,
कि
mate.
easily कर
Not
दिया
really.
but
Yeah, not that.
मेहनत लगती है bro।
No.
Easy नहीं होता।
That's going to be painful. Nip away at your heels and leave it feeling a bit uncomfortable, like some of the squads that have had a bit of a
Why,
rough
thank you
day
so much
today.
for
We'll focus on the
1000
better
duels.
signs
क्या
of
बात है
life
यार,
and see if
क्या
anyone
बात है?
can build off of this.
Vink भाई open the chat कर दे guys आप लोग।
Yeah, I'm waiting to see what. I have a feeling Fury are going to do
Gold
something
Lake किधर है?
here.
Gold Lake
They're
का
on
परसों है
the
match।
western side of the map, right there underneath that La Vendita sign. And
बालक
the zone
बुद्धि
ends
is
up
live।
going in their
Hello भाई,
direction,
hello
so
hello।
another good sign for
Hello,
them. Let's
कैसे हो
see
भाई?
how they're going to approach this next circle. As we still got a lot of squads. Aurora being one of them.
भाई शिरडी आओ, शिरडी आया हूँ यार
Even
मैं
Fourth
पहले।
Drives are going to have to creep their way into
आया
this
था
next
शायद
zone.
10 साल पहले आया हूँ यार,
You have to
बचपन
do
में
it
गया
pretty
था।
carefully. When you get a northern shift like that northern side is usually wide open.
आपको
So
आदत हो गया है
I'm
clutch
expecting to see
करने
some
का।
teams kind of
हाँ,
hug that
वही है।
circle and trying to find their way up to the top.
Bit of info spotted here as well. Coop's getting the read. That's Flash just up on the higher ridge there. Lord repositioning in the buggy. Needs to get into cover. Not quick enough. Shot straight on target, Jukes, and they're going to follow up with this, it seems. Instant engage off the opening pick. They've got an advantage for the fight. 2-2 split either side. Coop's got a bail. Should be a free flush on Lord. Aurora on the road as well. This could get pretty spicy. Woo.
Flash being true to their name. They're not wasting no time. They're moving quick here. And now Win is not.
Thank you so much for Finger Heart यार, क्या बात है? Tingle भाई, thank you for jamming।
But Aurora Gaming.
क्या बात है guys, आप लोगों के पास भी अगर ज्वेल्स वगैरह हैं तो send करो यार।
As Gaming Stars are putting in that work. Both these teams just kind of
iPhone 18 ले रहे हो, देखते हैं यार, अगर अच्छा हुआ तो ले लेंगे।
Hey, far back as well. That's Scarface from Ulf getting the line up with the bolt action. Quick with the car. Hits that. Snipes one down. And Aurora absolutely wiped off the battleground. Mopped up like a spilled drink, but that was quick.
Oh, that was way too quick. Got to pick that up here as Falak now with the shotgun. Trying to get the knock here. Top to the big trouble. He's down to 1 HP, but Bo's able to get that support. IQ, though, gets his revenge as well, and the instant thirst. Falak is in a safe position for now. T24 going to throw out those smokes, try to pick up their main fragger, quick, fast, and in a hurry.
Wait, Chad, बताना यार भोजपुरी में भी है
Good to
क्या?
see from IQ. Big brains, but bigger brawn being
भोजपुरी
played
में
with
है
on
क्या
that one with the quick shots back over to buy time for them to reset.
भोजपुरी में मजा आएगा भाई देखने में अगर है तो।
Similar scenario for Win here on Flash. See if they can get him recovered and live to fight on from it. All kicked off an awkward engagement, really, right?
Yeah, just like that. I mean, that's what I'm telling you. Just like any
मेरे हिसाब से तो बजट मैटर करता है। अगर आपका 40-50 हज़ार का बजट है तो एंड्रॉइड लो। अगर आपका है 80-90 हज़ार रुपए का बजट तो फिर आईफोन ले लो।
Gone in a flash, and that's two of our top squads. That's it. Second, fourth place are out. Huge opportunity, especially for a team like Fourth Drives to put themselves back at the top of the leaderboard. To see if they can do it, though.
बताओ ना भोजपुरी में है क्या ये?
Rejects.
भोजपुरी में
That's a team
देखते
that
हैं।
definitely needs some points. Shiva's got that mini, and hopefully try to use it to steal away some eliminations. As we head into our next circle, it's going to go on up to the north.
Shifting on through, GOAT team potentially going to be showing us some of the work with as well as this action's been building. And that Mini 14 might make a play a little bit later as well, bro. Make that look like a major 14 from the lineup and start to snipe down onto him. Had a read from the angle, but doesn't play his card. And you can see everyone starting to usher their way forward as well. OG trying to catch whiff of the drive-by reverb from Reject on the move. They're already set up with some safety to play with, so just scanning the periphery right now.
Take your time. Try to catch some of these players out. Devil's wide out in the open here. That vehicle is smoking. It's on fire now. One more shot's gonna do it. Devil surviving. Barely there as that vehicle just exploded. But he should be able to run and get to safety inside that shack with his teammate.
From Gujarat, love you too, मेरे भाई. नेपाल भाई, love you too.
Good old reverb.
ULA की टीम है सामने. डेविल को ओपन में देख लिया तो फंस जाएगा
Devil
ये.
playing with fire there, able to withstand the heat, get himself tucked back in with his teammate.
OG का 1 kill हुआ है और अभी एक बंदा
Yeah, barely able to make it out there. Extend that game just a little bit longer here. Moving on over, we're going to see Enigma Galaxy here. All right, there we go. They're going to be holding this ridge line for now. GK trying to catch AGAL on top of this hillside. Nice nades, applying some more.
Oh,
nice turn from Easy, but not able to get the flush. Shots ringing out back and forth. Players from all over the place getting knocked here. Ragnarok going to have to make a play here on Flower Age, though.
It's got to be huge from him. Looked like Bad Boy had the read with the quick flick, but wasn't fast enough to make him sit down. Ragnarok, 2 squads to deal with. Knows his teammates' days are numbered. Got to cut his losses on saving them, but look to at least build and survive himself. Tucks further back. Limited cover to play with. Flower Age flushing out back onto Bad Boy as well. The DRX opt to just cut their losses. They're not going to overcommit to it. They had a look in, but they play for a better setup rather than forcing the issue. Ragnarok might be able to get one save in here. At least a duo jukes.
Man, he definitely took his time here. I would have liked to see him kind of just make that push and just try to make a play, but instead he waited, sacrificed one of his teammates, gets the res, and now they're on the move. But for how long, right?
Gaming, thank you for gifting 10 membership. Guys, please इसको भी membership मिली है. Vic भाई open the chat कर देना guys. Thank you बोल देना Vic को. Okay.
That happened again.
अगन का बंद AGL का बंदा हो जाएगा.
It's unlucky.
It is what it is.
Way he goes as GK crumble on that one.
क्या बात है Vic
Look
भाई.
to reply. Fair play, man. You know, he had a mindset to it. Cut your losses, run off as a solo. Conversion rate probably not great, right? So he at least attempts to reset. Like you say, blink and you miss it, though. Forget about it.
Oh, out of there. Hey, Fourth Drives are up, though. They're still in the mix here. Got themselves a nice little valley. They're big chilling right now, just playing it nice and quiet. That's what it's all about. You know, when you get a position like this, the best of the best, this is how they do it. You got to have that aggression and passiveness, like a light switch, right? The second you know when it's time to get going, boom, the whole 4 on the move immediately. And let's see if they're going to do that now as this next zone is about to pop. Where are we going? We're going dead center. We're going down south. Hey, dead center right here. So, yeah, Fourth Drives are going to have a great strategy here. You know what that is? Do nothing, dude. Just stay right there for now.
Just sitting pretty.
Yep.
And they've been making it look good. It's been pretty beautiful the way it's gone so far. TT in the background as well, not looking great there. Unideal rotation, mate. Yeah, it's been a bit uncomfortable, really, Jukes.
Super unfortunate. Yeah, they're down a player, but they're in 15th place, 13 points. That ain't going to cut it.
भाई मैं ज्वेल सोनी बेच सकता था, मैंने 6 गांव से सब्सक्राइब कर दिया है. कोई बात नहीं भाई, कोई बात नहीं. अगर आपके फ्री वाले ज्वेल हैं तो वो बेच देना.
That just pushes your tournament life only 2 more days. You know what I'm saying? Like, and that
1 million सब्सक्राइबर होने वाले तुम्हारे भाई के guys.
So with so many games left, start making something happen. Try to sneak one of those top 5 positions because that's going to guarantee you to the big show.
You got to build that pathway there. Like the tagline says, nothing is granted for Falak, though. That's an instant connection over. Moxie revealing his card as well from GOAT team there. Finally, a little bit of excitement from Goat. Been a very quiet game from there.
Okay, push कर दिया भाई. अरे
Crash comes in swiftly. Thundertalk's getting silent.
TTG का आखिरी बंदा बचा है.
Swoops man delivers again.
ठीक है, push करा इन लोगों ने.
Moves with a rifle up close. Switches to the secondary and makes it look simple. Looking for the pickup play as well, Jukes, as Thundertalk are out again.
Yeah, kind of a crazy push there, just getting punished instantly. But Goat said, hey, we'll take those all day long. We need all the eliminations that we can get. Now we're going to see Force.
Bro, last match है क्या? नहीं, इसके बाद एक मैच और बचा है.
AGAL.
कितने फिंगर खेलते हो? 5 फिंगर खेलते हो.
Are now outside of this circle. Yeah, they're getting picked off little by Furia.
Sandy bhai, thank you so much for 400 jewels. क्या बात है Sandy bhai?
So many free bits of information being provided between these teams that are scrapping right now. They're looking for the lineup with the nades down onto Raouf. It's good sideline angle, stereo chucks from those nades. Angle exposed, good connection. That's Raouf knocked.
Here we go. Things starting to heat up here. You got Coops now on the move. Looking to get in the action. But Beauty, they need all these eliminations. Silence, he's got that DBS. He's waiting for that push-up. Trying to avoid some of these nades, so he might catch this player off guard. He does. Nice little pre-shot, but gets and RQ now getting on the other side of Nigma Galaxy. Nigma Galaxy.
वो हील कर रहा था, हील करते करते उसने गन लेके सीधा नॉक दिया.
They're going to be on the third party here. Ayala trying to slow him down. Oh, the run over, not going to happen. As Ayala switching to the mini. Getting it done. Now it's up to Satan here, throwing out the mollies. They don't connect. Oh, what a stiff arm on the side of Furia.
Oh, try as he might to withstand and keep on fighting. Finally buckles on that one. We came into this saying it looks like it's more defined now with some of our top squads, but one by one, they've been removed from the equation. Furia getting lit up as well with the push from Alula as they take space off them, Jukes.
Alula need to start making something happen here, and they do, but it is going to be Gaming Star stealing away some of those eliminations. Alula really needed every single one of them. They only get one so far, and they are all the way at the bottom of the leaderboard. So Alula, you cannot hesitate. We talk about that light switch, right? Flip that aggression on. You got to do it just a little bit faster.
Now, as much as it's been quiet from their POV with Ulf, you've seen them starting to show up in the Elim feed with those shots from distance. They've been pretty good with some of the connections they've had off the DMRs to steal away points in amongst the commotion from other squads. We get their full POV there as they start to advance, get a bit of a read on things. KRX, they've been playing more of a quiet, passive rotate. They've had a lot of opportunities where they could have fought Jukes, but they've been thinking about the end game.
Yeah, and they're thinking about those leaderboards right now, right? You got Nigma Galaxy out, you got Team Flash out. Putting some points on the board here is critical, especially when you got 4 Thrives still in the mix here with all 4 up. But yeah, look at that, 4 Thrives. Falak getting a knock onto Aaron with that nade. Definitely want to go take a look at that one there, as the zone is starting to close. Ooh, bounce nade just a little bit too short. So it looks like we'll be able to get that reset. So very fortunate for them. But 4 Thrives now know exactly where they're at.
ज़्यादा ही safe खेल रहे हैं. थोड़ा सा निकाल सकते हैं kills.
Keeping them guessing at least with the moves. Decent amount of awkward cover to play with, so it's hard to get those clean connections off. If the fight breaks out from the squads in front with OG and 4 Thrives, you could attempt to move up on it. Limited utility though, it seems, between the players right now. One nade in the hands for Scarface. Somewhat. Rifles in play, shots on Scarface. Taking a decent amount of damage off it. And he get that one on target. Up top. Smooth shots over. Low on health here, Jukes. Meanwhile, T24 and 4 Thrives roster actually shutting down Gaming Stars. Approaching in, it's all starting to bubble up, Jukes.
Hey, 4 Thrives, hey,
40 तैयार है भाई थर्ड पार्टी के लिए 40 बिल्कुल तैयार
They're going to get to the action.
40 एकदम थर्ड पार्टी
They need
करेगी.
to hit these nades, and they do get one. Let's see what WizGod could do. Gonna have to make some shots outside these windows. Oh, never mind. Jumps out the door. Oh, but just a little bit too late. Gets turned around. And now Ulfer on the push. Trying to soak up as many eliminations as they can. Meanwhile, 4 Thrives. Just looking like a lion in the jungle, ready to strike.
Clawing through the competition with ease. Once again, Falak comes out swinging. Heavy as the hand of Falak. As he starts to slap his way through the competition here. Rotate back over, set their attention on Orangutan and Ulf and see if they can third party onto this awkward encounter. Nades being primed. Top floor control there with the DBS watching the runner, but it's the nade they didn't expect. Blows them away from the back.
Fourth drives, sealing away those
points.
Confirm that's going to buy them a little bit of time here. Huzaifa is right up and goes first with that nade. He gets Scarface looking for a little bit more. The blue zone starting to close in just a minute here. And fourth drives are dominating this building. Ulf, OG are completely stuck.
Trapped in position and panicking. Huzaifa goes absolutely ballistic on the cleanup. Shuts down, rips them away from any potential plays and looks to do more single-handedly. This is scary now, Jukes. Orangutan trapped still. Finally on the peak out. That's a knockback. Alula with the third party from the top.
Ah, that angle that was so dominant. Quick finally crests that hill and makes fourth drives just slow down just a little bit. They still have 2 players up. 8 eliminations, though. That's going to put them into second place. Only a few points away from that top spot. Alula, this is their chance, right, to get out the bottom of the leaderboards and extend their tournament life. They got 4 points. They've had a rough day so far. Now's the time to make it happen. Do not play this passively, Alula. You got to get as many eliminations and win this game here and now.
Got to trust in the source, Jigs. They're bringing it. It's been good so far. But how long does it last? OG suffering heavy casualties as well. The shots are on point. Goodbye, good night. APOP the only one left in the rear. And that's the Foops, man, and GOAT team starting to build on this one as well. You've got to be scared of the GOATs, Jukes. They bite.
Making it happen. Force getting another shot on the leaderboards there. And that is Orangutan out and eliminated. We got 4 teams remaining here.
एक चीज माननी पड़ेगी उधर जो थर्ड पार्टी ने संभाला है ना ओजी ने वो अच्छा था लिटरली
see what fourth drives
वो अच्छा था
their duo IQ man that bug
2 टीम्स एक साथ पुश करी थी भाई
right now just hugging the circle
फिर भी वो लोग जिंदा बच के निकले
a little bit more intel
अभी लास्ट में बस यहां पे जोन में आते आते दिक्कत हो गई वरना सरवाइव वहां पे डिफेंड अच्छा किया उन लोगों ने बहुत अच्छा
running into that tree definitely wasn't a part of the plan I'll tell you that right now but he does get away with it. Nades are starting to ring on out. He knows exactly where GOAT is. Yeah, he's got to have to move to safety here because they're going to start shooting that buggy if he ain't careful.
This is vintage GOAT with how they're playing it. The 2-2 set up early with Moxie and Force advancing, but they switch it up. Call for the rotate. Killer Joe takes the fight straight to 24 and punishes with 4 thrives falling to the mate of the GOAT once again. Sight dialed in back over to where KRX are set up. 11 elims already, Jukes.
Ooh, they're looking good. You know, GOAT wants this win. They want to put themselves in the top 5 right here and now. They might just do it here. Meanwhile, you got KRX. They were sitting, what, in 4th place a little earlier, so they're looking pretty, but not for long. They got no more vehicles. There's nothing but open field right in front of them. I would like to see them get a little bit more aggressive here. You have the numbers, right? Start spreading your wings a little bit. Don't allow GOAT to catch you on the back foot.
A brief moment, a respite falling across the battleground. Trust in Foops for the push-up. Trying to get a read on it. No easy angle for Alula to peek back over onto him as well. Fear of the backline tag. Force good for the lineup. Few bullets on target, Jukes, just damage.
Hey, you guys know all about Coops, but what do you know about Foops, man? I'll tell you what. That's a man right there. Let's see what he can do. 477. Trying to catch some hit markers all the way from downtown. Spread their wings little by little here. Maybe press down as KRX, yeah, just stuck wide in the open. All eyes are on them. Yeah, super tough. GOAT just punishing him.
Alula trying to steal the points from the downs that are coming over from GOAT
team to KRX and at least get something
extra from this one. Nice shot, decent shot, it's clean. Force with a push-up as well. Quick. I don't think it's going to be fast enough to win out on a duel like this. Good reset from Killer Joe as well. If Hooksy peaks, his days should be numbered. dominant from Killer Joe as the Elam to being wrapped
टीममेट सामने नेड कर रहा है तो वो स्कोप खोल के बैठ गया, उसको पता है कि नेड करते हुए टीममेट को मारेगा वो।
It's looking good here. First
spear looks
like it might just go on over to Go. Quick goes down. That's that front line eliminated. And now Killer Joe's gonna have to make a play here. Claws goes down. It's all up to Rev. Killer Joe gets it done, and that is Go team.
भाई 15 के ऊपर किल निकाले हैं उन्होंने, 15-20 किल निकाले हैं भाई।
Was a big one.
15-20 किल का चिकन था ये। क्या मारा है इन लोगों ने, गोट क्या खेली है ये मैच।
A ton of talent, a powerful roster. And it seems like even with the changes, it's starting to fall into place the way they play off each other. This added element of aggression from Killer Joe, who lives up to his name time and time again. Sick to see, Jukes. It's sick to see.
Yes, it is. You can take a look at their jerseys. You can see what it says right on the front of it. The great of all time. That's what they want to be. That's what they're trying to etch their name in PUBG Mobile history. This is how you do it right here, folks. When you see that opportunity to get that win, you got to do it, and you got to do it with some serious points, and that's how you get it done.
They didn't believe me, Jukes. It's a GOAT team going to be coming out swinging. James looked at me smart.
किसी को पता है, बताना एक बार।
And I said, I tell you what,
अभी एक last match
GOAT team going to be giving it. And they're bleating right now.
Oh, let's go, GOAT. You can see the crowd all hyped up for them here. And a great game for them. We'll see what Calars is going to look like after that one. I'm pretty sure he's going to be pretty excited here. It's good to see.
I think he'll be enjoying it.
Yeah, it's so good to see a team like GOAT clutch it up there towards the end. And Aula, right? Getting some points on the board.
बहुत जबरदस्त खेल गई यार ये टीम। मुझे बार देखने इनके टोटल किल कितने हैं।
It was nice.
That was good.
It was.
Man, it's fun to see. You know, I was saying earlier, from some of what I've seen from these boys before and the way they've adapted, it feels...
एक सेकंड बैक करके देखता हूँ। अपडेट हुए थे ना, एक सेकंड। भाई 16 किल हुआ है। 16 किल चिकन, बड़ी बात है भाई, बहुत बड़ी बात है।
The synergy, right? They all said nice at the same time.
इस लॉबी में 16 किल निकालना, 4 टीम मारना, बहुत बड़ी बात है भाई।
And they got it. That's what I love about how, you know, PUBG Mobile
is बहुत टीम रशिया एंड यूक्रेन से।
There was a time back in the day where there was a few dominant squads. Everybody else was just not even close up to par. That's changed, right? I mean, any team here could win the whole thing. And GOAT just showed, hey, if you open that door, we're going to walk right through it. But we got some more action coming up.
I guess अभी गोटी चल रही होगी टॉप पे भाई, इतने पॉइंट मारे हैं ना इन्होंने ये मैच। पॉइंट मारे, बताओ यार।
एक्सपेक्टेशन लगा दिए तो चलिए।
Play is in our DNA. Whenever we let it out, it becomes our superpower. Now imagine an entire city being built to supercharge it. Kadir City, powered by Play.
भाई 18 किल, अच्छा 18 किल थे क्या इनके? नहीं, मैंने तो काउंट किया यार, उस टाइम पे तो 16 थे। या वो किल एक्यूरेट नहीं दिखा रहा था लास्ट में, अपडेट नहीं होंगे। गोल्डन वाले क्यों नहीं खेले? गोल्डन वालों को परसों है ब्रो मैच। अच्छा खेले यार, बहुत अच्छा खेले।
GOAT showing up with the second chicken dinner of the day. In Neptura, this squad was able to put up
ये गोट का दूसरा चिकन है, पता है तुम लोगों को? एक चिकन इन लोगों ने वहां करा था लिपोका के जस्ट नीचे। इनका दूसरा चिकन है, बताओ यार। 5 में से 2 मैच चिकन निकाल दिए भाई इन लोगों ने। और ये वाले मैच में तो भाई किल ही खतरनाक कर दिए उन्होंने बहुत। ये वाला जो था ना भाई, बहुत अच्छा कवर किया इसने अपने बंदे को।
Meanwhile, Alula was trying to just fend off right there, Max, but Goat was just too much on that high ground with those 16 elims. Honestly, this team has been showing up now.
इसके बाद और kill किए थे इन्होंने.
Super hyped
जो
to
last
see, but
वाली
no,
वो
what was
squad मारी
very
है ना.
fun in particular is that
उसके बाद I guess
Alula,
16
there's a
kill हो गए
slight,
थे इनके.
well, I wouldn't call it a mistake, it's just a strategic play from Alula to just go slightly low on the ground to maybe put more of an emphasis onto KRX. And instantly, Goat team spot that, like, wait, you give that high ground position away. If we take it for ourselves, we have absolute oversight on the entire flat terrain of that field finish. Boom, let's send it, get the high ground position, leverage it to its full potential to claim that chicken dinner. Goat team, a team that I was expecting no middle of the pack, maybe not #1 team, but man, they impressed me, and I'm so happy to be proven wrong here at PMWC.
26 पॉइंट बहुत ज्यादा होते हैं.
performance
दो मैच में भी 26 पॉइंट निकाल ले, वो भी अच्छे होते हैं भाई. इन्होंने सिंगल मैच में निकाले 26
being
पॉइंट.
a leverage team, I think that's a really good word for it. They use everything to their advantage. They wait until they have a great opportunity. They wait until they have an opening on the south side. Are willing to make that south rotation all the way around, and just to get that better position, just to have that leverage on all the other teams.
It's just like the last game also on Erangel they won earlier, right? When you think about it, they see, oh wait, they're fighting Ulf, Nigma Galaxy, they're a little bit busy, they're their weakest. Boom, that's when we send it, try and put them in a really bad position and leverage it to actually get that chicken dinner. So very opportunistic stuff, and here they get 26 points.
Wow.
This was not Rondo, this is a Miramar. What's going on?
Disgusting numbers out of that squad, and also we see 4 Thrives showing up as well. I was raising some concerns for that squad. Now we're starting to see a little bit more consistent here as we ended up jumping into Miramar. And if we keep going down the list, something I want you to keep an eye on is KRX. That squad was able to get all their points out of just placement, which usually tends to be the opposite, Max. We see teams being able to get all the points from eliminations and then nothing placement. They were like, no, we're going for placements this time.
It's forgivable, really. In a game like that, they just had like a very small shed and a few cars to work with. And unfortunately, smokes don't stop bullets. I know it's quite unfortunate. I wish they had cover flares in that finish. It would have been great to see, but no, only smokes to survive when you have 2 teams in Al-Ula and also at the side of Goat looking your way. No way, Jose, are you going to survive that one? But I'm still happy that despite no chicken dinners coming away of KRX, they're so relevant at the very tippy top of these leaderboards. So KRX going hard here for that first place.
Consistency's the name of the game, and right now, I mean, KRX maintaining a 4th place right there. But look at Goat. Goat is currently in first place as they have jumped up with those 47 points. It goes to show us what an amazing performance, what an amazing match can do for your squad.
It's really, really nice to see that. And the leaderboard is still so close. I mean, yeah, it's only 5 matches in, but still, I think we've seen other tournaments where there's a much bigger discrepancy here amongst the top 5. So to have this so even across the board is really, really nice to see. And interestingly, right, we got 2 wins from Goat, but the next team that actually has a win is Team Flash in 5th place. 4th Thrives, Nigma Galaxy, and KRX all have been super consistent today so far.
जैसा भी लास्ट में गोट खेली है ना, वैसा खेलना
It's very interesting that out of the top 5 so far, 3 teams don't have a chicken dinner, right? Outside, of course, Team Flash and also the side of Go at the very top. But here we go on to the second page. Alula stepping up, which is what I was hoping to see. Just don't be in bottom 3, okay, Nipchura? You don't want to be in the bottom 3. As we know, if you are in the bottom 3 at the end of your Group A or Group B group stage, you're instantly eliminated. No survival stage for you. So Gaming Stars, X-Force Rejects, and Thunder Talk Gaming, they need to bring it back if they want to continue their PMWC adventure.
Kind of scary for those squads too, because between 9 and 14, the only separation is just 6 points, and that's just not where you want to be for those squads. But yeah, they need to make sure they finish off the day strong here. And it's that Rebel? I think it is. You know what? Let you guys take over. I'll be right back.
Go get him. Go get him. Oh my God, that'll be interesting. We can talk a little bit to Alpha 7. But no, Al-Ula were very impressive this game, right, Nipchura? Looking back at how they were playing that third party on to Furia in particular, that's what you want to see from this roster. But we're also seeing Revo is here. What?
Hello, guys.
The reigning PMGC champion, none other than Alpha 7 Rebel. Rebel, I'm so glad you decided to join. How are you enjoying Paris, bro?
Well, it's an amazing city, amazing place. I love to be here. And let's see what gonna happens.
Now, I'm sorry for what I'm about to say next, all right? And you know this, I say with nice intent. What's been going on this PMGC, bro? You guys have kind of been sucking this year.
Yeah, we did a bad things, we did a bad tournaments, we did a bad preparation, but now we come with different things, with different game style. So let's see what's gonna happen. I think we are good to this championship, and we're gonna do our best. And if God let us win, we're gonna do it.
Okay. Right on. I do have a question for you specifically then, Revo, about you're saying you're trying to work on a few things since of course, your PMMI, you had PMGO Season 1. What specifically would you say was the thing you wanted to work on the most and improve upon heading at PMWC?
I think like in PMGO, PMWC, we did like we was not too much aggressive. We are like just staying in the same place and don't looking for fights or something like that. And now we are doing that. We want to fight. We want to
Indian team के matches
everyone. So we're gonna do it.
Yeah. Do it. Actually, wait. Are you gonna hot drop Al Ula? They eliminated you at PMGO. Are you gonna take vengeance?
Yeah, then I don't want any revenge. I just want to play to win and to kill, and let's see what's gonna happen.
All right, you want to eliminate everybody. We like that confidence. Anything you want to ask them, Natura?
Yeah, okay, I want to know, right? You do have a hot drop on Miramar. There's a couple of different teams you do want to hot drop you there. What's your response to that? Is there going to be any change in your strategy, or are you saying bring it on?
I think if they want to drop on our spots, they can do it. We don't like too much like early fights. We prefer to loot first and then go find some kills. So if they drop, they can stay there. We're gonna stay a bit away and then get them in the middle of the game.
You can say, bro. Look at the camera and tell them, bring it.
Come to me.
There you go. Now, from what we have seen so far today here on Group A, day one of PMWC at EWC 26. Any team that has surprised you so far?
To be honest, GOATs, I don't expect them on top one. I know it's a good team, but they are doing really well. So yeah, I think them, and I'm cheering for Fury also because they are Brazilian, so I hope they win this last match.
I mean, there has been a lot of talk that Fury is better than Alpha 7 now. I'm pretty sure you're gonna be wanting to put a stop onto that. And how about another team? Let's talk about Fourth Thrives real quick, right? A team that was able to win PMGO Season 1. What do you think about them so far?
Well, they are doing amazing. Falak is a great player, one of the best. So I just cheering for them, hope they qualify. And let's see what's gonna happen in the finals, right?
Oh, that's right. You want to see them in finals? You want to see them go directly from finals because you don't want to see them in survival? From your Group B, is there any team besides the hot drops that everybody was talking about, right? Is there any team that might cost you more conflicts, maybe within rotations or the way that they play?
I think we need to be careful with all the teams because everyone like deserves to be here. So I think we need to take care of all of them. So yeah, all of them.
Ah, you're giving me the PR answer. Okay, I see how it is. That's him saying, you know what, 7, I want to get out of here. Thank you so much, bro.
Thank you, guys. Thank you. Bye,
Thanks for joining us.
See you guys.
For you guys, it's time to go into the final match, baby.
Oh yes, that's right, 7. This is what we've been waiting for. Last game of day 1. And already we're starting to see a bit of excitement about GOAT team. Even Alpha 7 getting hype for them.
Hey, you gotta take notice when a team is making it happen. And with a game like that, a whole lot of guys. I'll tell you what, guys, before this day started, I saw Jackie in the back with a crystal ball, okay? You know what I'm saying? And he looked inside and he said all he saw was GOAT. And what an accurate prediction, bro. I mean, even Cars was like, whatever, calm down. But boom, there's no denying it now. There, you got to put them on notice.
Hey, let's see what they can do. If they do it again, Jukes, then yeah, I might glow.
It's locked in, yeah, for sure.
Until we know for sure, I'll just say they're looking good.
I like it. I like it. You know, there's a lot of teams looking good right here so far. We've seen Enigma Galaxy, right, making some things happen, especially after a rough couple of tournaments. Yeah, we got to see Coops. I remember I talked to Raouf after PMGO Season 1.
इंडिया की कौन-कौन सी टीम खेल रही है अभी ये वाले मैच में तो ओजी है.
He's like Coops 100%, you know what? But hey, maybe it's his time to shine here in the rest of these squads as we get into the final match of day number 1.
The biggest and brightest, we saved the best till last, and it is going to be an absolute blast here for everyone live in the arena in Paris, France. For the viewers at home, strap in, get a seatbelt attached to your chair, or else you may be blown straight out of it.
Let's get it going here. We got a nice southern play path headed right up to the north.
चलो दोस्तों हो गया मैच
start. Not going to be within range. So these teams are going to be having to head out early
on the
side of the map here. But yeah, once this match is over, we got 6 more games left to go. 3 keys are getting crushed tomorrow. And not just keys, dreams as well, right? Of trying to be the Esports World Cup champions.
Hopes, dreams, everything you've been working for throughout the season, really, this year as well, Dukes, right? And then imagine, you put all those blood, sweat and tears on the line. You get here to Paris, it goes wrong off the back of 2 days. And you got to stare at Barney, crushing your keys. Oh, but
दिन watch party करोगे जब तक है इसके मैचेस तब तक करेंगे
यार. Thought, he G's you up and makes you feel good about it, but you've lost.
But you lost.
You've lost, Dukes. It's the worst case scenario.
Yeah, I mean, you definitely don't want to go home here and now. There's still so much prize pool left to be had. And history left to be made here. So we got the plane path, we got the circle. And it looks like we're going to be heading in a similar position as we saw in the last game, right? Los Leones, Simple, La Vendita in play as well. But no hot drops once again. Tomorrow, as we get into the day after tomorrow, is going to be interesting because we heard there from the Rebel that there is a possibility he is going to see some hot drops. But hey,
minimum 20 तो निकालने ही पड़ेंगे पता है ओजी को minimum.
Right? I think you guys can drop.
तो ज़्यादा भी जा सकता है कट ऑफ लेकिन minimum बता रहा हूँ 20 तो मारने ही
I
पड़ेंगे.
think the sheer size and scope of the competition here, right? It's one of those where if we were going for like a max man insight, it'd be a matter of it's just pointless. The risk versus reward is so low. Just play your own game, right? Then you got someone like me.
ओजी को चिकन निकालना पड़ेगा गाइस पता ही है
Yeah, it's fun to watch. That's for
10 से
sure.
15 तो किल निकाल दिए तो बढ़िया है फिर तो इजी हो जाएगा.
Yeah, pretty much at all
10 kill minimum मारने ही
costs.
पड़ेंगे.
Your chances of getting all 4 eliminations without losing a single player are just so low, and 99% of the time it happens, it's putting you so far behind rotationally. So even if you do get those eliminations, you're late to circle, and you end up with 5 points instead of a possible like 20-point game.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's just it's really
ओजी के कितने
difficult.
पॉइंट है अभी ओजी के हैं भाई अभी 25 पॉइंट.
Everyone actually survives as well, right?
Yeah.
You lose one player, it's just such a
25 points
cutthroat
चल रहे हैं अभी
response
ओजी के.
now. It makes it so
देखो ना
much
राइट में
easier
भी
for
दिखा
the
रहा है.
conversions. This level of play as well, right? The drills are so much cleaner. You see a 3-man team, you're just thinking, oh, this is a field day. One less player, yeah, let's just clean it up. Push together, outnumber them, get the trade, easy pickings.
गॉर्डन बाहर हो गई क्या भाई? नहीं अभी गॉर्डन के मैचेस नहीं हुए.
Let's
गॉर्डन
take a
के
look here
मैचेस
at the
परसों है.
leaderboards, all right? We got GOAT in first place now with 47 points.
The
looking
boys.
really good. Fourth Thrive's right behind him here. Man, this top 5 is pretty dang close. Only 10-point difference so far. So for these top 3 squads, make a top 4. This is their opportunity to make a little bit of a point gap for tomorrow. And for the rest of the lobby, they need to clutch this one up here and now. But it's already starting to feel like it's going to be a pretty close group here.
I think so, man. Especially with some of the results we got out of that prior game, right? Where we hit sort of around the 9-minute mark. We had that awkward encounter on the road with the Aurora drive-by. That resulted in like 3 teams being absolutely crippled for a good late game finish from the amount of eliminations they suffered. Then everyone else just starts to lick their wounds and really play slow. Just didn't work. And you come into a lobby like this now with what we've seen, right? That strategic, slower approach that's been working. Honestly, I think their defaults have been really clean. Like the mechanical approach from it, it's good rotations. The comms have been clean to allow them to set up. And once again, they want a later wrap in where they will just happily sit in the blue, loot up, look for an end game. It's where they're at their best. I won't lie. Early game, it does look a bit shaky. But they get into a late game circle, they know what they're doing.
Yeah, if they can just play it just a little bit conservatively and make sure they can reach to that late game, I mean, we could definitely see some great things from GOAT. Absolutely. Right now, everybody just playing a little bit of game and keep away, just trying to get looted up and set it up for the end game here. Aurora, a little bit of a dry spell here in the past couple of games. They still have some great points on the board. One good game here could definitely set them up. But some other teams, I think I would really like to see a good performance here. Going to be all those squads in that 9th, pretty much on down position. This is a good opportunity for them to go into tomorrow with a lot more confidence. Out of all those names on the list, I'm looking at Furia, right? I mean, this is a Brazilian squad, tons of potential. They got a phenomenal coach in Coach Knight, and we know what they can do. It's just been taking them a little long here to get started. So with this kind of lobby and only so many games left, you can't really let off the pedal this quickly. You got to start putting that pedal to the metal.
Yeah, this is the sort
भाई यार
sort of match where you need a big finish for the end of the day. Leave yourself in a better mindset when they get back to the sort of prac room or the hotel as well, right? They can unpack the bag, but it's much easier if there is some good benefit to speak about. Some moments they can look on fondly and say, look, we're already adapting and fixing things as the day went on. Let's refine that going into day two. Once again, it kind of blows up in their face, then yeah, those conversations are a lot more awkward and probably not as productive. Like you say, it's kind of similar at least. As this has gone on for Aurora.
Jai Shri
Very
Krishna.
talented squad,
Radhe Krishna,
individuals
Radhe
that can
Krishna.
absolutely lamp other players out of the battleground if given a
BXUID,
fair
thank you
fight.
so much for chai
Some
toast,
awkward
mere bhai.
moments. I'm also kind of impressed by the fact that although it's not been the best day overall in terms of the point game for Gaming Star, the way they've been able to just ruin some good squads' lives, they're just stealing the odd player here and there. And those eliminations have been really bad for our top teams.
It's like they have just been pestering these teams, right? Like you see a squad that just looks so good, like, oh, look, and then just, boom, all of a sudden you see random knock from Gaming Star. Like you see their name always in these critical fights. You know, they're down in 14th place. So they need to get that big win. You know, I just want to see them, instead of just kind of going for those steal plays all the time, try to find that end game. That's where you're going to put up those serious points. And a team that is definitely serious here in this one is 4th.
Rahul bhai, thank you so much for trophy cake yaar. Kya baat hai guys? Rahul bhai, open the chat kar do.
Looking to get another title underneath their belt. And man, I'll tell you what, if 4-3
आप लोग के पास भी अगर ज्वेल्स वगैरह हैं तो भेजो यार.
that's going to put them
Ricky Dairy, thank you so much for jamming yaar.
At this point.
It'd be unbelievable, dudes. The result would seem so much just for the players, the organization, but the nation as well, with the amount of excitement.
Oh, yeah.
It's the fact even here, live in France, right, we've heard some of that energy building up. Falak's popping off. It starts to get loud in here.
Oof, man, I'll tell you what, even my DMs are blowing up. Like, hey, have you met 4th Thrives yet? Have you seen them yet? You know, and I'm like, yeah, I've seen them, man.
I got the jersey, yeah, don't worry.
I talked to them. These guys
You
are
guys, thank you so much for trophy cake. Kya baat hai?
And a great set
You
of
giving
people,
open the
great
chat kar do,
team
guys.
overall. And I got a lot of high hopes for that squad, as well as so many others, man. I mean, it's great to see, like I mentioned earlier, just how well this whole lobby has developed here over time. But now I think it's time to maybe even add GOAT to that list, because GOAT could be that new rising star team.
सिवाय उज्जैन आने का हो तो बताना बिल्कुल भाई, next time तो कहूँगा बता दूँगा.
Next zone, about to go on up. Very, very quiet start here. You could definitely see that these teams are not going to be dealing with any kind of fatigue here, as they know that they got to play.
Ricky bhai, thank you again for jamming. Kya baat hai?
Second, and with a southern shift like this, that's going to make
Abdul Hafiz bhai, thank you so much for chai toast.
We've gone from what will be a very quiet start to, you imagine, quite an explosive back-to-back connection of engagements on the rotation here now then. Looking far worse for wear with some of our teams. 4th Thrives already in a good position from where they were pre-zone shift, and they can try and get set up with a good compound to play with. You're going to have Furia and Aurora coming in to link up as well. The mass migration
Thank you so much for jamming.
Condensing
Kya baat hai?
and honestly, mate, this works out in a weird way for GOAT because they love those late wraps into the zone. They're happy to sit in the blue outside of circle for as long as they can.
Yeah, I mean, other teams were set up for
लड़ाई
it,
होगी
but now
भाई
everybody's going to have to
लड़ाई
move
होगी
with this zone. Yeah, Fury,
ये नॉक है, ये नॉक है भाई. बग्गी का यही बहुत बुरा सीन है, पता है, यही बुरा सीन है बग्गी का.
There's nothing you could do. That's 4th
बहुत बुरा
Thrives.
सीन
You
है
could
भाई
hear the
बग्गी का.
crowd started to pop off the
फटा
second they
तुम
saw
गए.
that elimination. But guys, again, that is what you got to do. If you see a buggy, aim for the tires. You hit the right one of those front ones, boom, that vehicle's spinning out.
Not the kind of donut you want at an event like this, mate. Big play there to open it up from them. The first elim goes the way of IQ as 4th Thrives do open it up with a nice initial pick onto Silence. Oh, dive out through the window. The mantle giving free time to damage here from 4th Thrives again, Jukes. Peaks clean as well. Trader goes looking for the follow-up off the nade. Barely bursts outside the window.
Man, these peaks back and forth are insane there for Lock. Getting in some good damage on the Chief, but Chief...
Also guys, जितने like subscribe नहीं करे अभी तक like subscribe कर दो यार. Guys, हम लोग 1 million के बहुत ज़्यादा close हैं.
Each other little by little. But this is honestly a good place for them where they can both just share it out for a little while, you know? Like, you got a good central position. Take your time. Don't put yourself in a compromising spot to lose a player early. And just wait for that end game. Now, looking at the circle, Jackie, quick question. What do you see, right? Anything interesting?
You're looking at these late rotations, mate, from the boys at the back there, coming in playing a very slow game from what has otherwise been a bit uncomfortable.
Yeah, Enigma Galaxy all the way in Montenuevo. Wow, so they are coming in super late here. A little bit of a different strategy than we saw before. Let's see how they're going to be able to handle that one, because this zone is already jam-packed. It is Los Leones. There's a lot of places you can hide. But we might get that
video
nice
in 1
urban
million.
finish. At least that's what it's looking like so far.
कराओ तो सही आप लोग 1 million.
Kind of mirrored on either side here as well. You got the coastline wrap in, right? Killer Joe and Foops that have been pretty good as an aggressive duo. With Force and Moxie playing this backline assault. If they run into RRQ, could be an opportunity to take the fight to them. Aurora.
Ripu bhai, thank you so much for samosa. Guys, आप लोग भी samosa वगैरह है तो खिलाओ यार, samosa चाय खिलाओ.
That's the shift.
Are you kidding me? That's the perfect shift for a team like GOAT, because they were already on the rotation, and now they have an open path into this next zone. It's not going to be like that for when it comes to the side of Enigma Galaxy. They're a little bit late to the party here, so they're going to have to fight their way in. That's for sure, because there's not a lot of spots left in this zone. It is jam-packed. Meanwhile, Flash trying to get on the rotation. They get popped out their vehicles. That's Bose and Zeus out of the game. EK, they'll take those points all day long.
EK been good for the occasional duel here in close combat. Tops just looking to try and cut his losses. Heads out the way of TTG, though. That's going to be Thunder Talks. Looking to see if they can light him up. Takes a bit of damage, it seems, from what we caught there on the map side. AJ looking for the response on it. Very low on HP for that. And Doc taking the fight to T24. That's 4 Thrives getting lit up.
Yeah, hard player knocked. I believe they should have been in some buildings, so they should be able to get that res here. Let's see what happens, though. Teams just not, and all these squads, I'll tell you what, with so much on the line, there are no little slight peaceful contracts. Sometimes you have some teams that are dead set and just say, hey, you guys look that way, we'll look this way, and fight each other later on. But no, these guys do not like sharing any real estate nearby. Enigma Galaxy, again, late in this zone, they're going to have to eat a little bit of blue damage here, scout things out, move up just little by little.
It feels like they've just been kind of hunting, right? Tracking OG's rotates and looking to make sure they never reveal themselves until they're in a position to actually build off the back of playing that card with how slow they've opted to approach this one.
Skins download नहीं रखते ना लोग इसमें.
Thinking about placements and
skins की वजह से कई बार बंदा वो हो जाता है. मतलब समझ रहे हो, गाड़ी में अगर स्किन लगी है बंदा बैठा तो दिखता नहीं है, तो इसलिए डाउनलोड नहीं होगी ना किसकी.
You got that close grouping from AGAL and Aurora just trying to get the read on that from the elevation. Meanwhile here, Gaming Star and Furia, Ulf up on the ridge side. Let's see if they can do it again, but Gaming Star do seem to just throw spanners in the works of our top teams.
They're getting involved in so many of these random fights here. Just haven't been able to last as a full squad and get like a really true engagement, but they're finding these little cheeky angles and just making it so difficult on the rest of these teams here. They are sitting in that cutoff position right there in 14th place. You can see that down on the bottom right. Top 3 at the end of tomorrow are eliminated. Their keys, their dreams are going to get crushed. So we'll have to see a team like Gaming Star make it happen here now. Enigma Galaxy, still pushing in this blue zone. Wondering where this next zone is going to pop. A little bit more of a central zone here, so nothing crazy. We're going to have to see teams scramble into this next circle, and after that pop, Coops is like, all right, time to go. Let's get into this next zone and find our spot.
ये OG को क्यों नहीं दिखा रहे पता नहीं यार.
As well, getting their sights
फाइट नहीं हो रही होगी ना भी उनकी कुछ.
One shot back over, getting the initial knock onto TTG. So Thunder Talks losing Zing so far. Awake looking on the periphery to see where this is coming from as Hooksy hard commits onto it, gets the flush, and another Elim point going their way. They're first on the board for this last game here on day 1 of the competition.
Under talking last place. Just they ended up finding at least a spot of coverage in this zone. They're pretty dead center here, so this is their time to shine here. And there's Gaming Stars, right? Catching Ayala there. Rolex 20 gonna be busting out that nade. Let's see if either of these teams are gonna get one. Oh, yeah, he saw that one coming. Said back it up. And that's exactly what they're gonna do. I'd like to see Gaming Stars maybe more here, as they are very, very strong, especially for a team currently in 14th place. Meanwhile, though, Furia, you got Ayala just holding this warehouse all by himself for now. The rest of his team's gone. Yeah, the rest.
बोर्ड लाइक के मैचेस कल से स्टार्ट है ना वैसे कल कि परसों से मेरे हिसाब से तो कल भी होंगे शायद बोर्ड लाइक के
Meanwhile, this is what's been setting up over on the ridge side. It's RRQ up close towards Go. Oh, Force as he set up for it. He's got support from Killer Joe in the back line. Diving out of the vehicle, but he takes the fight straight through to DBS. Doing
nice
headshot. RRQ going to rage quit from that one as he claps back instantaneously. And Force still tracking him down as well. They look to try and take the peak back over. SMG play gets paid off that one. Go going to lose a man.
He did not expect to push that quickly. The rest of Go, unfortunately, not able to support him in time. Now they're going to engage. That one definitely stung. One more for Force. And now Booksman is in the mix, looking to punish RRQ for taking out their teammate. But you're going to have to do it the hard way here because RRQ, they got the smokes up. They got the support. And
क्या बात है भाई क्या नेड किया भाई उसने
of Killer Joe.
बहुत प्यारा नेड
HP though, Fuchs can't afford to make another mistake. Needs backup from the boys to save their bacon here. Killer Joe looking for the best engagement. The spam on the first, take the confirmation with a backup of Moxie.
भाई नेड से लो तो हुआ था वो.
And that is Go on the move once again. 4 eliminations here. That's going to put a little bit more points on that leaderboard. It did lose one player in the process. But when you're on top of the leaderboards, man, that gives you a lot more breathing room to do what you got to do. But, man, we got pretty much a true Los Leones finish here. This is going to be interesting. We're going into the last second.
Urban combat embodied, bud. It's going to be a very different encounter from what we've seen on some of our final fights throughout today.
Last match last day match.
Losing another man there as Gaming Star once again takes shots over, getting the confirmation off with a Mini 14. Bit of a knock back onto him as well. Looks like Maniac should be able to reset that one with Rolex deep in the back line towards the very split setup from Furia. Oh, and he goes down.
Oh, yeah. So Gaming Star are going to lose 1. They're going to have 3 on the edge of the circle. GOAT team are going to have to start pushing on in. Everybody else is already in this zone, so don't expect a crazy amount of movement here. I think we're going to see a lot of teams just kind of turtle up for a little bit longer. But yeah, with every time you have a Los Leones finish here, there's so much cover that I am not going to be shocked that we see this literally go until the final seconds.
गोट से भाई impress हो गया यार. भाई गोट की टीम ने ना आज 2 चिकन निकाले literally. इनमें से 2 मैच चिकन निकाले भाई वो टीम ने.
The coach camp here.
दूसरा चिकन निकाला है भाई. एक ही मैच में 26 पॉइंट.
Those eyes dialed in, hoping the squad will be able to deliver once again here. 2 elims racked up so far, Duke. Still alive and standing with all 4 members as well. Had a great start to the day. What's their finish going to be like?
Yeah, that's the question. That's the question. You can see right now, looking at the leaderboards, we got a few squads.
India से कौन है? India की OG टीम है. अभी OG के चारों बंदे जिंदा हैं.
Mid pack could still bounce up here now. So it's anybody's game here, folks.
थोड़ा सा मेरे हिसाब से क्यूज निकालने पड़ेंगे इनको यार.
That's going to be it for Group A. But we ain't there yet. We still got this game left to go. So I am not surprised that we're seeing a lot of teams play this very calculated, very deliberate. Nothing fancy here in the last game, right? Don't make any kind of crazy pushes where you're going to get yourself third-partied. Just get some good coverage. You know, look out with that 3 peak. If you can see an easy knock and finish, go for it. Other than that, just play it safe.
No reason to run unnecessary risks, but for Moxie, he might not have a choice in that matter. That's Flash finding the weakened knee. Back up being called for, Jukes, but it's a little bit late on the rotate, so Moxie's done for. Killer Joe peeks up top side. Good shots onto a win, changing his name to defeat off the back of that one with the headshot delivering. That's all that's left. 1v2 versus the GOAT crew.
And he is on the run now. Yeah, he said, you know what, I don't know if I want to do this. He hops in that buggy, and he's going to be looking for some random spot in the zone to hopefully extend his tournament life just a little bit
survive करना जरूरी है FL वालों का. तो ये आखिरी बंदा भागेगा, चांस नहीं लेगा वो बिल्कुल भी.
That's Aurora again playing their card. Quick from Alula, getting hit heavy. And Top's actually caught to give away a 3-point over the Enigma there, as they will hit that one on the drive-by. So getting themselves a cheeky Elim on the board. Seeing if they can start to build off the back of that. They've been given a lot of space since they got into the zone. It was a slow rotate, but they've been sitting pretty. And at some point, OG might contest up towards them. We see the zone condense in. It could change things. Flower H with a good elevated angle as well towards the window side for AGAL.
Here we go, though.
कितने किल हैं OG के? अभी तो भाई यहाँ पे इनके 0 किल चल रहे हैं.
And we're going to find out where this next zone goes. And when that happens, we are definitely going to see some eliminations. So let's just see. Will it go up to that north and have so much coverage? It goes dead center. All right. I can feel a shift in the air of this room, as now we got quite a few teams are going to have to make the move. You got X-Force, Rejects, KRX, Ulf, Gaming Stars, even Alula going to have to start making a push into the zone. Meanwhile, Aurora sitting in a great spot. Ulf with the Golden Murado, trying to find a place of safety, and Aaron gets popped off by T24.
That's 4 Fribes coming alive again from the back. Leaning in
tough
for the
competition,
window,
bhai,
wants
bahut
Aurora
tough
take the
competition
full frontal assault. The Chief claps straight back instantly and domes him out on the stairwell. IQ, eyes lighting up as him and Valak are able to take shots over towards Gaming Stars. So 4 Fribes starting to get into the groove of things now. 4 Elims to their name, but the difference is, Jukes, that's still a full 4 squad here in kicking.
That is right. 4 points on the board for 4 Thrives. Yeah, it's starting to feel like victory for them as they are getting into this end game, playing it very, very carefully. Now, 2-minute warning. My prediction, we're going to see a whole lot of nada for 2 minutes, but then once that zone pops, woo, things are going to really pop off. It's that planning phase right now, right? Now's the time to tell your team, all right, zone goes here, we're going in that direction. And, oh, man, Alula running out the building there. That you can't do that.
The Qiddiya City grid starting to get loud as we can hear the crowd giving their energy over towards 4 Fribes. You can see them getting excited, and they did deliver from the peak they took.
OG को कितने points चाहिए? OG को चाहिए करीब 20 तक तो चाहिए, मतलब minimum. 20 के आसपास अगर इन्होंने points निकाल दिए तो हो जाएगा.
Between OG and Nigma on the other side of things, it's a decent position.
और वो 20 point इसी मैच में निकालने पड़ेंगे
सबसे बड़ी बात. Quick shots off, and we know they're good from range.
Yeah, you know what? Sometimes the best defense is a good offense, right? If you're able to shoot at them first, you're going to be just okay. And it looks like Falak is looking to do just that. Oh my, they almost 1-2-3'd them right there.
Yeah.
You can just see that they were like, all right, 1, 2, 3, and Top is going to be the one to get that elimination. 2 for the side of Aurora. They have their whole squad up.
Aurora ने बना ली भाई अपनी जगह top 5 में.
Good high ground.
अगर इन्होंने अच्छे
they are going to make something happen. And they know that there's a player in that warehouse.
I've had a read on Quick for quite some time. He's just trying to stay alive. Keep out of trouble for as long as possible. Let the other squads take themselves out of the competition.
Finish
on it. Meanwhile, Hooksy taking the shots back over to TTG. Reject Shiva finding an angle onto him though. To KRX. At least suffering casualties. Hang on a minute though. That's Aurora getting spotted out by 4 Fribes. Both those high ground angles in play, and they're starting to engage upon one another.
Yeah, they know this next zone is going to make things interesting. So if they can get a couple of knocks to kind of buy them some time here in case that zone hardships away, that is going to be huge. So yeah, you can see Aurora Gaming out in the open now, trying to find some angles onto either Quick or 4 Thrives. But with this zone shift, now 4 Thrives and Aurora are no longer in this circle. They got to get moving.
सर्कल छोटा हो गया बहुत. अब बसड़ मचने वाली है. ये बसड़ मचेगी अब. RGC का बंदा नॉक हुआ. RGC को किधर की टीम है गाइस? किसी को पता है क्या?
They're the new landlords of the compound.
RGC किधर की टीम है?
But can maybe get the payment in time. Looking for the push out with a nade here. Wants to cook it to perfection. Jukes timing not going to work for
Thank you for 10 jewels मेरे भाई. Guys आप लोगों के jewels वगैरह हैं तो send करके अपने भाई को support करो.
And now Benny said, how about some of that? Ooh, that one definitely was a warning sign. Let's see what KRX could do though. Sitting in 4th place right now, in a good position, looking to definitely add to that. But X-Force Reject, it's Baby all by himself, trying to make something happen.
Hey man, this is 4 Fribes as well, dealing with an outside encounter just adjacent to the zone, with Fury taking the fight to them, but Fury are being dethroned. 4 Fribes, 7 elims.
They are turning things up here. We saw the
ULA का बंदा तो फंस गया भाई उधर, आखिरी बचा है वो,
in the same exact
कहीं survive कर लेगा zone के बाद।
Aurora looking to make some noise here in this game as well, though. Rocking a
OG
big
को भी zone जाना है।
split. Doc up on top of that building is going to have to make something happen.
Goat
There
खत्म,
goes Killer Joe.
goat का
As
एक ही बचा है।
Enigma Galaxy, they're going
Goat
to take
खत्म,
that.
पूरी
Both
eliminate हो
team
गई वो।
are eliminated.
चलो
They
भाई।
had a good run today, but it's 4 Fribes that
But
are still
Goat ने तो
going,
बना लिया
still
अपनी
fighting,
जगह,
and it seems
top
like they're
5 में।
confident to attempt to push up, possibly collapse round onto Reject
भाई
and
RGC
KRX here as this one develops.
अरे यार बकचोदी मत करो, सीरियस
Getting
बताओ
shot in
यार।
the back though by Baby. That's going to hurt. T24 now, and gonna have to make a play, but Baby gets eliminated. That's now 8 on the side of 4 Thrives. They'll take that all day long.
सीरियस पूछ रहा हूँ, कहाँ की टीम है वो?
Falak down and out. The 3 fingers and 1 hand remaining here for 4 Fribes. KRX.
OG
got a
की
read
fight
on the
start हो गई अब।
situation, but can't force the issue quickly enough to build or capitalize off the weakened players. They heal themselves
यार
up.
OG के चारों बंदे जिंदा हैं यार।
You can see this close grouping. Aurora, OG, Ulf, and Enigma Galaxy all on top of one another with pot shots being fired out.
Here we go.
Let's
the nades
see,
are starting to
Jalta.
ring out. Satan's going to try to get this connection here onto OG. Ooh, Satan gets shot in the back. Going to have to go down with his teammate. Coops
Okay,
gets
एक ही OP ने
eliminated
निकाला
and
एक kill।
bursted.
Let's
It's
go,
going to be
खाता
all
खुला।
about the utility here. Oh my gosh, a little bit of a rainbow shot there from Satan.
बहुत प्यारा नेट,
That
बहुत
looks
प्यारा
good.
नेट भाई आतंकी का यार, क्या बात है?
Getting knocked at this time
बहुत
is the
crazy net।
worst case scenario for
एक
NGX.
kill टापा, nice।
It's a quick flash from OG. Lord looking to prime the
तू भी
nade.
वो रन
2
निकालो
seconds
भाई।
left, dashes it out. Could be good for the tag. Bounces
Lord
slightly
भी नॉक है,
from-
Lord नॉक है।
Lord, does it get
ओहो,
the safe?
ओए,
Goodbye,
क्या बात है भाई, क्या बात है?
OG take the fight straight to Enigma.
Squad wise।
Move them from the battleground.
Orangutan
इन्हें दो रन करे, दोनों जबरदस्त भाई।
starting to make some noise.
ये
Meanwhile,
ओपी
you
में
got
चैट कर दो
Aurora
गाइस।
holding on to these silos.
OG कर दो गाइस चैट में।
Esports still
क्या
focused
मारा है?
with 2 players up. And Doc, what's he going to do about that? Orangutan's starting to get on fire. Here they go. Thunder Talk, get a knock on the KRX.
भाई,
Shots.
6-7 किलो और कर दो और चिकन मार दो ये मैच।
They ain't stopping Jukes.
मजा आ जाएगा
They
भाई।
single-handedly run
6-7
straight
किलो चाहिए
through
OG को,
everything
चिकन
that's
चाहिए
put up
उसके
by
साथ।
DRX. They look to the next team in TTG. They're gone as well. 4 Fribes keep on building. 10 elims in the back pocket. Oh, for the drop down, trying to
Sharp is
withstand
gaya.
the might of Ruthless. He's going to deal with him ruthlessly. Cuts through him for another one.
That's how you do it there from the top rope. Coming on down, getting that elimination. These guys ain't messing around. Now you got Wolf Esports hiding in the corner, just waiting, hoping that one of these players will run right in front of them. The trap is set. When will it be sprung? But oh, 224 gets the knock on to Doc. That is critical.
Right now, 4 Fribes have been the dominant force in this lobby.
Watch out.
OG ने 10 किल कर दिए भाई
They are
मैच।
running through Miramar. Elimination after elimination. Everyone is feeling the reverbs that are coming off of the pot shots right now from the Fribes roster. And they've got their eyes lighting up, looking for more peaks from Geek, hoping they'll take the fight. But it's AGAL with a connection up. T24 hits the deck. And Geek might try and advance for the Jukes.
Let's see if they can.
यही मिल जाएगा उसको।
AGAL. No, only one elimination here so far. They still have their whole squad up, but
AGL
now
के
they're
चार
starting to
बंदे
push. This is
जिंदा
stage 9, folks. This zone is about to go into nothing. We got a whole bunch of teams still remaining. Who's going to win this one?
ये OG की fight start हो गई है
Who's got that clutch factor? We're about to find out.
In the ground floor, Geek set up for the aggression. Top side, T24 low. Looking for the pick-up play to save things here. IQ with a nade in his hand, but Maple's got one of his own. Good chuck on it, could be primed.
ओहो मैपल ने दोनों
NGL absolutely giving it right now.
क्या नेड करा भाई मैपल ने?
Top might come crumbling down.
एक ओपी ने एक और किल निकाला, लेट्स गो।
It's all up to Zypher by himself. Gonna have to make
क्या बात है?
Can he do the drop down?
आतंकी ने एक और नॉक दिया।
Shots, DK Safji.
आतंकी ने एक और नॉक, लेट्स गो। आतंकी ओपी में चैट कर दो गाइस। आतंकी भी नॉक हो गया यहाँ पे।
Now it's up to Aurora to make something happen. It's Joel all by
Kill
his
confirm
lonesome.
है, kill confirm
But
है।
Orangutan are looking too strong at this point.
They got the firepower right now, Jukes.
OG चिकन मार दो यार, चिकन मार दो भाई।
Back over's good. Say goodbye.
एक ओपी ने भी एक और किल निकाला, लेट्स गो।
Ragnarok's time is well and truly passed. There's the shot over.
लेट्स गो, लेट्स गो गाइस, लेट्स गो, लेट्स गो भाई। यही चिकन चाहिए था भाई, लास्ट मैच में यही कमबैक चाहिए था भाई। क्या बात है भाई, हिट भी हुए, चिकन भी आ गया, फुल डोमिनेट भाई। क्या बात है, क्या बात है भाई, मजा ही आ गया, मजा ही आ गया। मेरे हिसाब से तो शायद ये हो गए होंगे टॉप 5।
Let's get it going.
गाइस यार क्या निकाला है भाई, लास्ट में क्या निकाला है भाई, मजा ही आ गया,
Every single one of
मजा
these
ही आ गया
teams
भाई।
are making some
क्या
noise.
खेला
That
भाई,
is
आतंकी ने बहुत अच्छा खेला, पता है
Tomorrow is going to
आतंकी
be
ने बहुत अच्छा खेला लास्ट में।
absolutely insane. Guys, mark your calendars here because we're seeing 3 teams go home
बहुत
after
बढ़िया भाई,
that.
बहुत
5
बढ़िया।
teams heading straight to the finals and the rest going to be sweating bullets, baby, because this lobby is stacked.
It's been
Comeback कर दिया रे।
clinical today, Jukes. And you can see the difference of expression, man.
Oh man, Malak just staring into the distance.
अबे वो फाइनल पॉइंट देखना है यार कितने हुए।
I wonder what the finals is going to be like. These guys are looking good.
Man, it's insane. So damn good as well, just hearing everyone's energy getting fired up.
Yes, I love this setup. We got the crowd right behind us right here.
ओजी ओपन कर दो भाई यार चैट में।
That's what I love to see.
You got the OG cheers as well. Jumping in the crowd, Jukes. They're getting nice and hyped. And to be fair, they deserve it. You close it clutch at the end there, man.
Not an easy game at all, guys. I mean, that was not gifted in the slightest.
मैंने तुम्हें बोला था ना भाई स्टार्टिंग में, वो लोग स्टडी कर रहे हैं अभी टीम्स को, लास्ट के मैचेस में निकालेंगे वो।
Remaining in zone 9, are you kidding me? But I mean, hey, they had that little ridge line on the south side.
But easy नहीं था भाई, बहुत प्रेशर रहा होगा, पता है लास्ट मैच में बहुत प्रेशर रहा होगा इन लोगों पे कि ये आखिरी मैच था आज का।
And they bossed it. They
प्रेशर था
absolutely
लास्ट
bossed
मैच
it. So many moments of excitement there.
जीता मैं अभी आया हूँ, लास्ट मैच ओजी ने निकाल दिया ब्रो।
Let's have a little bit of a look back at the replay from that one as well, Jukes.
Yeah, we can see right
Also guys, जितने भी लोग देख रहे हो लाइक सब्सक्राइब कर देना गाइस, हम लोग 1 मिलियन सब्सक्राइबर्स के बहुत ज्यादा करीब हैं। और अगर आप लोगों ने ज्वेल्स नहीं भेजे तो ज्वेल्स भेज सकते हो आप लोग अपने भाई को सपोर्ट करने के लिए। ज्वेल्स भेजने के लिए आप लोगों को क्या करना है, कमेंट्स के राइट साइड में गिफ्ट का बटन आएगा, उधर गिफ्ट के बटन से आप लोग ज्वेल्स भेज सकते हो।
And right on time too, considering that, you know, not in the top of the leaderboards, you know, but now they should be feeling a lot more comfortable going into tomorrow.
Yeah, dude. I mean, look, there was a couple of uncomfortable results for them, right? Where you were thinking they need a big game. They need something to give them points, give them energy, and give them confidence. And that's what they got off the back of that result.
Yep. I mean,
I'm a man of my words. I will propose my crush.
Job's not finished.
बिल्कुल भाई करो यार, तुमने कहा था अगर ओजी ने चिकन निकाला तो करोगे, करो भाई।
A lot less.
वीडियो बनाना इसकी, मेरे को मेंशन करना इंस्टा पे, मैं देखूंगा भाई। तुमने सच बोला कि झूठ बोला।
Figure out what adaptations they're going to need to make here because this is the pinnacle of
कितने पॉइंट हुए ओजी के, अब देखते हैं अभी।
If you are even near this location, you have got to check it out and see it for your own eyes. Videos do not do it justice. It literally is like if I was a kid and dreamed of like the ultimate gaming experience. I don't even think I could have dreamed this big.
Subscribe कर दो guys.
No man, it's unfathomable. It's been so damn exciting. It's been really, really beautiful. But we got something even more insightful coming your way. Let's get down on the stage with Kalaris.
I think I'm gonna go with the flow.
Okay, easy. Sounds good.
Отлично, прекрасно.
All right, okay, we are with Bixi here from GOAT Team after they get 2 wins on the day. Looking fantastic here at PMWC. My first question for them is about their first win on Erangel. Were they concerned about Enigma Galaxy's position going up against them? Because it was a good
देखना पड़ेगा यार, मुश्किल है अभी भी कि 5 हुआ कि नहीं हुआ,
that they ran out of ammo on the other side.
Амmo уже с другой стороны не хватает.
По поводу таблицы в топе по очкам Enigma.
ये जल रहा है 40 से, इतना छोटा तो नहीं समझा था भाई, मैं थोड़ी चल रहा हूँ यार, मैं तो उनका तारीफ किया जहाँ अच्छा खेले। अब तुम ही इतने चूतिए हो कि भाई तुम फालतू में हेट फैलाते रहते हो, तो मेरी क्या गलती? स्ट्रीम देखो, मैंने उनकी भी तारीफ करी है। ये चूतिया आदमी हो, अपने दिमाग में बैठे हुए हो, तुम जैसे नफरत करते हो उसका मतलब थोड़ी है कि मैं भी करता हूँ भाई। चुतिया वाली हरकतें छोड़ो ना भाई, बड़े हो जाओ थोड़ा, चुतिया वाली हरकतें मत करो।
No, I got it.
जो अच्छा खेलेगा उसकी तारीफ भी करेंगे, लेकिन भाई तुम आ जाते हो हेट फैलाने, तुम्हारी वजह से बहन तुम अपनी टीम का भी नाम खराब करते हो। तुम्हारी टीम अच्छा खेलेगी तो फिर तुम भयंकर हेट फैलाने आ जाते हो, सही नहीं है ना भाई? स्ट्रीम में देखो स्टार्टिंग में मैंने कितनी तारीफ करी उनकी जहाँ अच्छा खेले फालतू का हेट दे रहे हो
and they were able to deal with them.
तुम्हारी वजह से ना भाई नाम लेने का भी मन नहीं करता है भले अच्छा खेलो तुम लोग
because it's a very open
ये हरकतें मत किया करो भाई बड़े हो जाओ थोड़े
Открытое, но с нашей позиции довольно легко разыгрывается это поле, и мы без всяких проблем просто
बंदूकबाज भाई को भी बुलाओ बंदूकबाज भाई को डिस्कॉर्ड बुलाना पड़ेगा
It is indeed very open field. Absolutely, you're right. It's just that we also have.
इग्नोर करो अरे बहुत देर से इग्नोर कर रहा हूँ भाई फालतू मैसेज करने में लगा है बंदा यार
Slide it from the camp, and that's why we got a pretty good score, and that's how we won. That's it.
Okay, perfect. Well, thank you very much, Moxie, for joining me here. As we are done for this one, let's head over to Barney to check out what he's got going.
Thank you so much, Kalaris. I've got Ketch here from Ulf Esports. Not a great day, not a bad day. Pretty kind of standard across the board, but I want to know from your perspective, Ketch, you know, coming into this tournament, you guys typically have a pretty slow start. It's tournaments you build, you gain some momentum, and then you end with a bang. As the IGL, obviously you're trying to gain momentum quicker. You're trying to kind of get points on the board quickly. How are you trying to tackle that as the leader of this team?
Bugün ilk gün çok iyi de geçmedi, çok kötü de geçmedi. Birazcık ortalardasınız. Böyle büyük turnuvalarda yavaş başlamak her zaman zor olabiliyor. Bir IGL olarak bu momentumu nasıl yakalıyorsunuz veya nasıl takımı daha ileri itebiliyorsun?
Yani şöyle kötü başlangıçların geri dönüşü biraz zor oluyor.
Ama
yaptığımız işten vazgeçersek hiçbir zaman yakalayamıyoruz. O yüzden neyi doğru biliyorsak onu yapmaya devam ediyoruz. Yani bildiğimiz bir olay varsa ondan vazgeçmiyoruz. Ölürsek de öyle ölüyoruz. O kadar yani. Ekstra bir şeyimiz yok yani.
It's always difficult to come back from mistakes or slow starts, but we know the game that we are playing, and we usually just stick with that. Even if we lose or die on that, we still continue doing the same strategy all over.
I like that, sticking to your game plan. Before I let you go, I want to talk to you a little bit about your team. Erin's your latest addition to the squad, joining just before PMGC last year. How integral or instrumental is he to your guys' success? Because as soon as he joined, he came second at PMGC. You guys are putting up amazing performances on LAN. So how important is he to the team?
Eren'le ilgili soru sormak istiyorum. Takımınıza sonradan dahil oldu. PMGC'den kısa bir süre önce ve hemen PMGC'de 2. sırada bitirdiniz. Yani takımınıza büyük bir etkisi var ve bu etkisinin senin gözünde nasıl, o nasıl bir, yani takıma nasıl bir katkı sağlıyor?
Yani Eren bizim eksik parçalarımızdan bir tanesiymiş. Hani Lego parçası gibi böyle boş olan yeri direkt doldurdu. Takımda gerekirse agresiflik, gerekirse biz pusma diyoruz yani. Gerekirse pusabiliyoruz. Hani her şeyden azar azar ve yeterli derecede var. O yüzden bir takımın bir eksik kısmını herhangi bir pozisyonda Eren tamamlayabiliyor. O yüzden bizim için çok değerli.
Yeah, Eren is really precious for our team. Because he was kind of like the missing puzzle piece for our team, because he is like both aggressive but also can play in a more like slow style. So we definitely noticed that he was that missing piece for our team, and we can utilize him in many different ways. So we're really happy.
English
I love that. Shout out to the young guns on the team bringing forward this esport legend. Thank you so much, Ketch, for joining me in this interview. What a brilliant day it has been so far, but we've got so much PUBG Mobile action coming your way over the next few days. So let's round out day one by going back over to the studio.
Yes, we do. Thank you, Barney and Kalaris, for the interviews today. But I got one thing to say, especially after that last match, and it's none other than OG. Because this team, I mean, what a turnaround. I gotta give them props. I was giving them a lot of not nice stuff earlier on, saying that this team was not being aggressive, but in that last one, Lace, they were definitely aggressive, and they got the chicken dinner.
Yes, this is exactly what I was saying. Finally, they admit the damage that they are creating, and then they capitalize on it with not only a not a terrible, but a difficult push up the hill as well, but they were able to get themselves into that spot, eliminate Aurora, who was sitting on the fence line, and obviously take the chicken dinner. What I hope from them is that they can look at this game and realize that they can make the rest of the lobby play on their terms. Because it's not that they were doing anything wrong in the original games. It's just the capitalization to push forward. It was kind of like, oh, should we do it? But this is exactly what we know that OG can do.
Yeah, a big feedback from us was those eliminations. And right now, they ended up getting 10, but it's the way that they ended up doing, Max, because we ended up seeing them just not only get a knock on Raul from the EWC, we saw them finally being aggressive.
Yeah, you know what? I'm not just going to say that's the best fight we've seen from them so far in PMWC.
Yep.
That's also the case with PMGC included. This is the best so far we've ever seen of a fight from Orangutan globally ever. And I love to see the commitment to the play. You get a knock, you have the man advantage, leverage it, like send it, bloody hell, when they did. I love seeing that from this squad. Hopefully it's not just a flash in the pan, right? I want to see a continuation. I want to see chapter 2 of these kind of fights in Niptra. If they do so, hey, maybe first time we can see an Indian team in a global finals.
Wouldn't that be something? I would love to see that. And going back to that play is like, I love that they made that push and committed to that push, because that fight in particular was really scary, because they had a whole wall that was not going to be it was not easy for them, because they knew there was going to be somebody hiding behind it. So the commitment is really good.
Give it to them. There you go, OG, congratulations. Is one other thing for this squad too, as we're hyping them up here, and well deserved, is how they were able to adjust throughout the day. Usually a squad is not able to do that, but the fact that they were able to do it is what we want to see. At the end of the day, we saw 4 Thrives as well being able to put up some points there. Let's see what that overall is going to be looking like for Group A Day 1, because 6 matches are done with, and it's no surprise.
Oh, hashtag
that
6,
the pride of Pakistan, baby. 4 Thrives Esports with 59 points sitting at the top.
Oh, they thought it was going to be a flash in the pan. People said, no way, they're doing it again. But they're doing it again. And one thing that's really important, right? Goat team, despite getting 2 chicken dinners, Niptra, they've only got 20 placement points. Without a single chicken dinner, they are only 5 placement points away from the results of Goat team, highlighting they keep getting into these late game scenarios, getting a few points, but especially the eliminations. You remove all their placement points, they would still be on the first page.
They would. And you know what? I love seeing this from them so much. We're starting to see a really consistent global team emerging out of the squad, right? They're really coming into their own. They're looking very good. This is exactly what I want to see from them. Yes, it's not, you know, the 3 wins that we saw in PMGO Season 1, but it is top of the leaderboard, not by much, but it's still there. It puts them in a really good position for Day 2.
And I mean, even at the end of today's matches, there's not a crazy lead in and amongst these teams. And obviously, we still have an entire day, and especially the turnaround.
Thank you for 200 jewels. Kya baat hai?
Yes. Like they were in this to play, but this turnaround is something to be watching out for. And then also, the downfall of Furia is also something we
Max.
might need to look out for too.
No, don't talk about this one. Yeah, to be honest, big L taken by Furia today. We need to see a massive step up. 5 placement points over the course of 6 matches. You're below a 1 average placement point per game. The thing is, their eliminations are not far off, like a lot of teams around them. Right? It's not that bad, but the placement points are really lackluster, so I need to see a step up. Same for Team RRQ though. During PMI, I saw many great things for them, that team right in the Macau Invitational. Bit of a slow start for them, but you know what? It's Day 1. There's going to be a few hurdles along the way for these squads. So Day 2, of course.
Thank you for samosa, guys. आप लोग पे भी samosa है तो भेजो यार.
In the bottom 3.
Yeah, you don't want to be in the bottom 3 right now. We were able to see Alula, Thunder Talk, and
guys, कोई बात नहीं. कल भी तो अभी होगा ना. अभी तो
I was expecting a much better performance out of that squad. I said it halfway through the day. I'm gonna say it again. Highly disappointed by the way that Exports Rejects has been playing today.
Yeah, I thought we would see a lot more from them, but you know what? I am hopeful for tomorrow. This is one of those teams that I think will just grow over time and get more confident, get a little bit more of that risk-taking mentality on board. So tomorrow, I'm really looking for high hopes for them. The other thing is RRQ, for me, I was looking to them as one of my favorites of being a really interesting team in that
ये कि स्प्लिट खेलना उन्होंने बंद कर दिया है, जैसे हमने जीसी में देखा था। बहुत ज्यादा स्प्लिट उनकी तरफ से दिखाई देता था, खासकर वो 2-2 का स्प्लिट हर एक पर्टिकुलर मैप में उनकी तरफ से देखने को मिल रहा था। मिरामार जैसा मैप जहां पर स्प्लिट बिल्कुल रखने की कोशिश नहीं करी जाती।
आरुष भाई, थैंक यू फॉर अनदर जेम इन, क्या बात है।
रखा करती थी, पर इस बार सारी गलतियों को उन्होंने सही किया है और आरू वो खुद भी कह रहे थे कि ऐसा कोई जरूरी नहीं है कि हम किसी मोमेंटम की तलाश में हो, छोटी मोटी गलतियां हो रही थी पर हमने सही किया। हम चिकन डिनर लेकर पहुंचे हैं और अब 45 पॉइंट्स भी उनके पास हो चुके हैं। दिन का अंत बढ़िया नोट पर।
दिन का अंत तो काफी बढ़िया नोट पे हुआ है, बट अभी मैं डे समरी के ऊपर नजर डाल रहा था एंड आई थिंक चिकन डिनर निकालने वाली जो टीम्स हैं उनमें से
ओजी ने कितने किल्स किए लास्ट मैच में? 10 किल्स थे, 10 किल्स की
अच्छी पोजीशन उन्होंने बना के रखी है। बट गीके की चाहे बात करें, अरोरा की बात करें, मैचेस शुरुआत के अच्छे गए थे आज के दिन के, लेकिन उसके बाद नेक्रोस काफी बड़ा फॉल ऑफ हमने इनकी तरफ से देखा। इन दो टीम्स के बारे में आपका क्या कहना है?
आई फील लाइक अरोरा ने भी बहुत अच्छे फाइट्स लिए इन टर्म्स ऑफ फिनिशेस। उनके गेम काफ़ी स्ट्रॉन्ग नजर आ रहे थे, टॉप के नीड्स बहुत ज़्यादा प्रिसाइज थे, बट वही घूम फिर के कुछ रोटेशंस में ऑफ गार्ड पकड़े जा रहे, इंडिविजुअल जो प्लेयर्स एक एक करके आइसोलेट किए जा रहे, टेक डाउन किए जा रहे। एंड मुझे लगता है जो सारी टीम्स जो अपना मोमेंटम हार चुके थे फॉर द सेकंड हाफ ऑफ द डे, अगर हम उसको पकड़ के चले, मुझे लगता है वही देखते हैं एक एक करके प्लेयर्स टेक डाउन हो रहे, वहां पे ही जो नंबर्स गेम है वहां पे हार जा रहे, फिर फाइनल फाइट में जाके, फाइनल सर्कल्स में जाके उनके पास प्लेयर्स बच नहीं रहे, वो फाइट्स नहीं ले पा रहे उस हिसाब से जैसे वो चाहते। इवन इस आखिरी मैरामार में बात करें, अरोरा ने कुछ अच्छे फाइट्स लिए बट एंड में वही ओरंगुटन के पास पोजीशन अच्छा था, एंगल्स अच्छा था एंड दे टुक देम डाउन।
आई थिंक जैसे मेजी कुछ देर पहले कह रहे थे कि एक टीम के पर्सपेक्टिव से जीसी की याद आ रही है, आई थिंक अरोरा के पीओवी से मेरे को पिछले ईडब्ल्यूसी की याद आ रही है। बट सबका ही रिएक्शन हम सबको पता है कैसा था व्हेन ओजी वॉन दिस चिकन डिनर, लेकिन कास्टर्स के रिएक्शन पे अब हम नजर डालेंगे। चलिए सीधा
तरफ से वो कंफर्मेशन ले लिया गया, तीसरा फिनिश अपनी टीम को लाकर देते हुए नजर आएंगे। बट निग्मा गैलेक्सी लॉर्ड गोट के एक प्लेयर का कंफर्मेशन ले लिया गया, बट क्विक व्हाट हैव यू
डन? मुझे पता है आपने ये काउंट कर लिया, मुझे पता है बस बोल दिया भाई। नहीं यार,
ग्राउंड पे आना बहुत मुश्किलाहट भरा हो रहेगा। नेट का इस्तेमाल किया गया, एकेओपी के बहुत ज्यादा करीब गया, बट
डेली वीडियो डाला करो, नहीं पॉसिबल है भाई, डेली नहीं पॉसिबल है।
डाउन कर दिया गया,
वीडियो एडिटिंग वगैरह में भी टाइम लगता है।
निग्मा गैलेक्सी ने अपने प्लेयर को गवाया, मतलब
चलो गाइस आज का तो हो गया, फिर सारे मैचेस कंप्लीट। कल वापस आते हैं अगली स्ट्रीम में, ठीक है?